awaken a super rare, epic tier humanoid beast, a succubus. But the first word she speaks, a public rejection of our contract. Being a high intelligence beast, she knows perfectly well that a broke loser like me can't afford to maintain a high tier beast like her, so she betrays me on the spot and throws herself into the arms of a rich kid instead. What she doesn't know is that I possess a heaven-defying ability. I can see the complete development path of any beast, as long as I want. Any beast, regardless of its grade, can become a world-destroying existence in my hands. You have to understand, in this world, no one can directly see a beast's development path and detailed data, let alone know the exact training plan. Before I can even react, someone at the awakening ceremony tries to buy my succubus. My son is also a senior this year and needs a powerful beast. Why don't you transfer this epic tier 1 to me? The speaker is Marcus Chen, controller of Linyuan City's largest merchant guild. I immediately understand this is an attempted forced acquisition of my succubus. Professor Wang, standing nearby, quickly interjects. The law states that without the beastmaster's consent, no one may forcibly seize a summoned beast. In other words, as long as you don't agree, no one can take your beast today. With the professor's assurance, I feel slightly relieved. I'm sorry, but I refuse. Marcus Chen's smile doesn't waver, as if he expected this answer. Don't refuse so quickly. He leisurely raises one finger. 10 million. This money is enough to buy you a superior grade beast and still have resources left over to train it. Epic tier beasts cost a fortune to develop. Why struggle as an ordinary student when you could take the money and be practical? Others might be swayed by such an offer, but I just sneer inwardly. Are you kidding me? With the system in hand, the succubus's growth path is crystal clear. She could even break through to legendary in the future. A mere 10 million couldn't even buy one of her feathers. I'm about to firmly refuse again when the succubus suddenly speaks up. I think he makes a good point. My body freezes. I turn my head in disbelief. The moment the succubus finishes speaking, the entire altar falls into dead silence. 3 pairs of eyes lock onto her. Under such scrutiny, the succubus's face shows a hint of embarrassment, but her body imperceptibly steps away from me and even edges half a step toward Marcus Chen. This is betrayal. I stand there, thunderstruck. In this world, a beast betraying its master is more absurd than the sun rising in the west. You have to understand, for beasts, their summoner is equivalent to the parent who gave them life. Most beasts would rather die in battle than betray their master. Yet this succubus, I stare at her fixedly. That pure, innocent face still looks harmless, but in my eyes now, it seems like a carefully disguised mask hiding nothing but calculation and greed underneath. But the next second, I suddenly laugh. A blessing in disguise, right? Better to leave a ticking time bomb behind now than discover the truth later. So what if she's epic tier? My golden finger can train more than just this one beast. Even with a common beast, under my development, given time, it can still reach the peak. So in the end, I simply sell her for 20 million. And to participate in the school's Beastmaster exam in 10 days, the most urgent thing right now is to have a beast. After selling the succubus, I leave the summoning altar alone and head to Linyuan City's largest beast emporium. This place not only sells various beasts captured from dimensional rifts, but also provides rare materials, purification potions, and even precious treasures. Standing before the beast emporium's magnificent entrance, I look up. The entire building is pyramid-shaped, divided into 5 floors, each corresponding to different grades: common, elite, superior, epic, and legendary. Of course, the top floor's legendary section remains permanently vacant, with only a few rare materials from dimensional rifts occasionally displayed for people to admire. I don't linger on the first floor and head straight to the 3rd floor's superior grade beast section. In the spacious hall, dozens of beasts of various forms are confined in special energy cages, each with detailed information and prices labeled beside them. As my gaze sweeps over them, the system automatically displays their attribute panels. These beasts are generally priced between 500,000 and 1 million, with higher quality commanding higher prices. But after looking around, I'm disappointed. While superior grade beasts are decent choices, compared to the epic tier succubus, the gap is simply too large. Moreover, with 20 million in hand, I can definitely pursue a higher ceiling. Excuse me, does the beast emporium have any other beasts? I stop a staff member, asking unwillingly. Hello, customer. What's on display is all the beasts our emporium has this year. Hearing this, I feel disappointed and turn to leave. Just then, a staff member suddenly calls out to me. Wait, there's one more place. I spin around so fast, the staff member instinctively takes half a step back. Where? It's like this. We only display newly acquired beasts each year, while unsold beasts from previous years are managed uniformly in the back warehouse. However, customer, don't get your hopes up too much. Those beasts are all rejects that others didn't want. Hearing this news, my briefly rekindled hope extinguishes again. Rejects that others didn't want? How could there possibly be any decent beasts among them? But following the principle of since I'm already here, after hesitating for a moment, I decide to check out the back warehouse anyway. But you'd better hurry. They're about to be sent to the disposal furnace. Meanwhile, in the back warehouse, a silver-haired girl curls up in a corner. She hugs her knees tight, burying her face deep in her arms. Around her, several beasts of various forms also quietly await their fate's judgment. They are the rejects that haven't been chosen for an entire year. Time's up. The metal door hinges amid a piercing sound as a young man in uniform pushes the door open. Today is Linyuan City's Beast Summoning Day, and also these beasts' Doomsday. The guild isn't a charity. Raising them for a year is already benevolent enough. After disposal, they can still recover some materials, so at least they serve some purpose. Hearing footsteps, the beasts shrink and stand up, but the most eye-catching is still that silver-haired girl. When she raises her head, silver hair cascades down like a waterfall. Her delicate face holds a pair of amber eyes. Her entire being resembles an angel fallen to the mortal world. The staff member looks at her and sighs. A year ago, when this epic quality angel descended upon Linyuan City, it caused quite a sensation. Unfortunately, her congenital defect makes her inferior to even common beasts, and she can't level up through contracts. Such a waste has almost no recovery value left. Let's go. Just as he prepares to lead the way, urgent footsteps approach from far to near. Wait! I burst into the room, gasping for breath, my bangs soaked with sweat. I searched this maze-like beast emporium for a full half hour before finally reaching this remote back warehouse. My gaze sweeps across the room and is instantly drawn to that silver figure. The status panel pops up immediately. My pupils contract sharply. A 9-star epic beast. This is the highest quality beast I've seen to date, just one step away from legendary. Moreover, epic tier beasts usually only have 2 skills, yet Leora has a full 3 skills. However, my gaze unconsciously moves to her back. There should be a pair of holy wings there, but now it's completely empty. This is why no one wanted her. But the system provides a repair plan. Angel feather times 1, starlight essence times 3, spirit stone times 1, and the beast emporium happens to have all 3 materials. My heart pounds violently. This is it. This is the beast I'm looking for. As long as I heal her injury, her talent will completely crush that succubus. I take a deep breath and slowly walk up to the staff member. Hello, I'd like to buy that angel. How much? My choice of a beast from the reject section stuns the staff member member momentarily. You mean that angel beast? Yes. How much? I repeat. The staff member fidgets nervously. I'm sorry, customer, but I can't make that decision. He hurriedly contacts his supervisor and soon gets a reply. Just 10,000 Longxia credits and you can take this beast with you. Although it's a reject, it is epic quality after all. Deal, I answer decisively. Soon we arrive at the contracting chamber. Leora stands at the edge of the contract formation, silver hair hanging down, covering her slightly trembling shoulders. Do you really want to contract me? Her fingertips unconsciously twist her clothes, the fabric crumpling in her palm. Leora bites her lower lip, her amber eyes misting over. I'm sorry, I can't contract with you. I'm an incomplete beast. Her voice carries a sob, like a wronged little animal. I look up in surprise as I prepare the contract formation. Seeing Leora's tear-stained face, I finally realize I've been ignoring the beast's feelings. Don't belittle yourself. You're an excellent beast. I gaze firmly at Leora, trying to convey some confidence to this despairing girl. I'm not. Leora loses emotional control and covers her face. I can't even do basic leveling. I know your problem, but I have a way to fix it. Leora suddenly freezes, looking up through teary eyes. Really? If I wasn't confident, why would I choose you? I point to the calendar on the wall. The exam is in 10 days. No one would gamble their future. Just as I finish speaking, a knock sounds. The staff member delivers the materials I just ordered, nearly depleting my entire 20 million fortune. The materials are ready. Want to try? Hearing this, the little angel's body trembles slightly, her heartbeat accelerating sharply. Although she knows the possibility of healing her injury is slim, what if it works? Under my encouraging gaze, Leora follows the instructions and places the 3 materials in sequence. The next moment, rich purple light suddenly surges from Leora's wound. This light is deeper than what I saw when summoning the succubus at the altar, almost solidifying, as if about to devour the entire room. Even more amazing, within the churning purple light, a strand of brilliant golden radiance faintly appears. This is... My pupils contract slightly. Before I can think further, that golden color spreads like wildfire. Golden, legendary quality? How is this possible? My breath catches. The system's materials were clearly just for healing the injury. Why would they trigger quality purification? Unless Leora's injury itself was the shackle limiting her potential. As my thoughts race, golden light has completely enveloped the room. At Leora's back wound, pure white wings slowly unfurl, white as snow, spotless and pure. The wings gently close, tenderly wrapping around Leora, finally forming a huge cocoon of light. An invisible wave suddenly erupts, penetrating the roof and shooting straight into the sky. In the City Lord's mansion, City Lord Xavier is leaning casually in his sandalwood chair, fingers lightly tapping the cup rim, enjoying a rare moment of leisure. Without dimensional rift invasions, even the tea fragrance seems especially pure. However, the next second, the porcelain teacup suddenly slips from his fingers and shatters on the bluestone floor. Xavier doesn't notice at all. His pupils contract sharply as he bolts upright and looks out the window. Just now, he sensed a vast abyssal aura descending from the sky, enveloping all of Linyuan City. That aura, sacred and majestic, seemed like a deity's glance, yet vanished in an instant. Someone come! Xavier's voice becomes sharp and commanding. Immediately investigate all nearby dimensional rift fissures. Yes, sir. The guard hurriedly takes the order and leaves. Xavier's brow furrows tighter and tighter. Something capable of causing such a heavenly phenomenon has only 2 possibilities. Either a dimensional rift barrier has loosened and a terrifying existence's aura has leaked through, or a legendary quality beast has been born. As for a legendary quality beast, impossible. Xavier laughs self-deprecatingly and directly dismisses the second guess. In a border town like Linyuan City, even epic quality beasts are incredibly precious. How could there be a legendary? What he doesn't know is that in the Beast Emporium's contracting chamber, I stare wide-eyed at the screen before me, my throat unconsciously rolling. Legendary tier. It actually worked. I take a deep breath, trying to calm my wildly beating heart. Legendary tier and epic tier are completely different concepts. But the next second, a thought pours down like cold water. Will a legendary tier angel really be willing to become my beast? After all, not long ago, I just experienced the succubus's betrayal. However, the next instant, a silver white figure suddenly kneels on one knee, wings folding gently, scattering fine fragments of light under the lamp. Leora raises her head, her clear amber pupils showing undisguised determination. Divine angel Leora requests to become your beast. When that firm voice rings out, I feel a strange, comfortable sensation in my body. Yes, not all beasts in this world are as heartless and ungrateful as that succubus. I slowly extend my hand. Leora, welcome to becoming my first beast. After completing the contract and leaving the Beast Emporium, by the time we get home, it's already dusk. I push open the door to find a familiar figure that makes me freeze in place. Kiana? Kiana turns at the sound, her green ponytail drawing a graceful arc in the air. Ethan, you're back. Come eat. Since Kiana got into National Guardian Academy, the siblings haven't seen each other for half a year. Kiana, why are you suddenly back? I took a mission in Linyuan City and happened to pass by, so I came back to visit. Her gaze falls on Leora, who sits properly with her back straight and hands placed neatly on her knees. At this moment, the little angel has her back straight and her hands placed properly on her knees. Hearing Kiana's question, she suddenly performs a standard 90-degree bow, her forehead banging against the table. Hello, elder sister? Kiana first freezes, then bursts out laughing at this cute reaction. No need to be so formal. We're family from now on. Only then does Leora raise her head, her little face flushed red, nodding repeatedly like a pecking chick. But soon, Kiana's expression gradually becomes serious. Ethan, you must seize the opportunity in tomorrow's novice trial dimension. The military has isolated safe zones in dimensional rifts with monsters up to tier 5 at most. This is the best opportunity for newcomers, and the novice trial can only be entered once. It's the military's only grace period. I nod silently. Once you enter a real dimensional rift, even commander tier beast masters might meet with disaster. This world's levels are divided into awakened, transcendent, commander, and sovereign, with each major tier subdivided into 10 minor tiers. Right now, I'm merely standing at the bottom awakened tier, so I need to be extremely cautious, seize every opportunity, and grow quickly. That's my top priority. In the blink of an eye, it's already the next day. The entrance to the novice trial dimension buzzes with activity. Countless students gather here, either seeking teammates or looking for strong partners. Holy crap, a humanoid beast. Where did this big shot come from? Someone team up with me. Humanoid beasts represent powerful combat capability. As I walk in with Leora, we instantly attract countless gazes. But people quickly figure out this humanoid beast's identity. Isn't that Ethan? Didn't he sell his humanoid beast to the Chen family? Where did this humanoid beast beside him come from? I remember now. This beast was summoned from last year's altar. Isn't it supposed to be useless? Contracting a beast that can't level up at all? He's completely given up. Now no one will dare team up with him. People distance themselves from me one after another. Under everyone's gaze, I calmly walk to the entrance. Just as I'm about to register with Leora to enter the trial dimension, suddenly, a sarcastic voice comes from behind. Well, if it isn't, who was it again? Dylan Chen walks over with his arm around the succubus, deliberately rubbing his temples in thought. Do something. The succubus in his arms immediately catches on, cooing in a sweet voice. Master, his name is Ethan. Right. Ethan. Dylan exaggeratedly slaps his forehead, his eyes flashing with mockery. Speaking of which, I should thank you. If you hadn't generously given her up, how could I have contracted such an excellent beast? The succubus lets out a coquettish giggle and secretly rolls her eyes, but quickly puts on a seductive smile. Only by following someone talented like you can I display my true value. Seeing this, the surrounding people chime in one after another. He's just a commoner. How can he compare to Dylan? An epic tier beast definitely needs to be in Dylan's hands to show its full potential. Plus, he contracted a useless beast now. He can't compare to Dylan even more. Dylan will definitely dominate this trial and take first place. I watched Dylan and the others' performance with a calm expression, my lips even curling into a faint smile. However, beside me, the little angel trembles with anger, her teeth clenched tight, her small fist knuckles turning white. She looks ready to rush forward and argue. Leora, I reach out in time to stop her. The most important thing right now is the novice trial. Don't let them affect your mindset. Leora looks up at my calm, water-like eyes. The anger churning in her chest gradually subsides. She takes a deep breath and nods firmly, but in her heart she secretly vows, I'll definitely give it my all and make these people understand that my master is number one. Truly number one. Leaving the entrance, Leora and I pass through a blue light gate. The scene before us suddenly transforms. We now stand in a massive forest. Mist shrouds the surroundings, cold and desolate. Although all students enter the same secret realm, as long as they don't enter simultaneously, they'll be randomly distributed to different areas of this space. I pull out my timer and set it for 4 hours. The novice trial dimension has a 4-hour time limit. Once the timer hits 0, we'll be transported out. Time is tight and the task heavy. I must find monsters and kill them as quickly as possible to rapidly level up Leora. Just then, a crack of breaking branches suddenly comes from deep in the fog. Master, be careful. A monster is coming. Leora's wings suddenly spread wide as she flashes in front of me in an instant. The mist gradually disperses, revealing a magic beast slowly stepping forward. It's a full 2 meters tall, resembling a bull but pitch black, its lantern-like beast eyes flashing with bloodthirsty red light. Looking at the savage bone bull's attributes, my brow furrows involuntarily. Right after entering the novice trial dimension, we encounter an elite tier 2 monster. This luck really isn't great, but fortunately, I have Leora, a legendary tier beast. Leora, leave it to me, master. The little angel's eyes ignite with fervent battle intent. Though her body is slender, she radiates astonishing momentum. She's waited far too long for this moment. Divine judgment. With a light shout, dazzling golden flames rise from Leora's palm. In an instant, they condense into a two-handed greatsword burning with sacred fire. This is the angel race's innate battle instinct, inheritance carved into their bloodline. The savage bone bull is enraged by this sudden wave pressure. Accompanied by a deafening roar, the bull launches its signature skill, Savage Charge, rushing forward like an out-of-control war chariot. Yet Leora doesn't move an inch. Not until the bull charges right up to her does a perfect golden arc slash through the mist. Time seems to freeze in this moment. The savage bone bull maintains its charging posture but crashes to the ground behind Leora, its massive body cleanly split in two. Immediately after, an azure glow rises from the bull's corpse and merges into Leora's forehead. Seeing this, I immediately check Leora's information. Just killing one tier 2 savage bone bull directly broke Leora through to tier 1. At the same time, I feel a buzzing in my mind as mental power surges like a tidal wave. My 5 senses instantly become incredibly clear. A beastmaster's level depends on their beast's level. Right now, my level has reached awakened tier 1 along with hers. Then I focus on Leora's various attributes. Only now do I discover just how terrifying a legendary quality beast is. Leora, who just broke through to tier 1, already completely crushes the tier 2 savage bone bull in every attribute. Even more frightening, this gap will expand exponentially as levels increase. Master, did you see? I look up at the sound to see Leora standing frozen beside the savage bone bull's corpse, her slender fingers trembling slightly. When she turns around, crystalline tears roll down her cheeks. I'm really not useless. I can understand Leora's feelings right now. You were never useless. You're an angel who soars through the 9 heavens. With Leora's current strength, ordinary tier 3 monsters are no match for her. Even tier 4 monsters can only pose a slight threat, and when she breaks through to tier 2, even some tier 5 monsters won't be her opponents anymore. Meanwhile, in the trial dimension's monitoring room, Director Shu stares intently at the central fluorescent screen, his brow furrowing tighter. The screen displays all participants' score data in real time, along with potential ratings calculated by the system based on scores. Is this the level of students from Linyuan City this year? He shakes his head disappointedly. Except for Dylan Chen barely reaching A rank, the others can't even reach B+. Just as he's about to look away, his peripheral vision suddenly catches an abnormal data point. Ethan? The points after this name are rising at a nearly terrifying speed, ultimately breaking through the 5,000 mark under everyone's watchful eyes. Director Shu's pupils contract sharply. You have to understand, other students' highest scores are only a few hundred, and even Dylan Chen only has just over 2,000. Yet this unremarkable student's points actually reached 5,000. How is this possible? Director Shu slams the table and jumps up. Why is his point growth speed so fast? A nearby staff member carefully answers. Could it be he's scavenging? If 2 beast hordes attacked each other and he happened to be nearby? Ridiculous. Director Shu sharply interrupts. Bring me Ethan's file. The staff member doesn't dare delay and immediately retrieves it, handing Ethan's file to Director Shu. After reviewing the file, his brow furrows even deeper. Ethan contracted a beast deemed crippled. Why can he achieve such dazzling results? But the next moment, as if thinking of something, his pupils contract. Could that angel beast have recovered? When this angel form beast first appeared, it caused a huge uproar in Linyuan City. On screen, Ethan's points continue climbing. The potential rating column has already jumped to S+ rank. Director Shu's hand unconsciously trembles. A genius of this caliber, this has exceeded his decision-making authority. Quick! He turns to his assistant with sharp urgency. Notify the city lord immediately. After 3 hours of leveling, Leora's level successfully reaches awakened tier 3, infinitely close to awakened tier 4, and Leora's attributes are nearly triple those of ordinary tier 3 beasts. My body jolts as mental power in my mind rises again. This means Leora's level has reached awakened tier 4. There still aren't enough monsters here. Master, when I was fighting earlier, I sensed something big to the east. If my perception is correct, it should be an awakened tier 5 monster. Hearing this, this, my spirits immediately lift. An awakened tier 5 beast. In the past 3 hours, Leora and I haven't encountered a single one. Now that we finally found one, Leora, let's go take it down. One awakened tier 5 monster is enough to boost Leora's level significantly. Following Leora's guidance, we quietly approach. Geez, it really is an awakened tier 5 monster, and its quality isn't low either. Looking at the superior quality tier 5 monster, I can't help but click my tongue. Compared to those elite quality low tier monsters, this monster's attributes are stronger by more than just a little bit. However, facing this awakened tier 5 monster right now, my confidence doesn't waver. With Leora's attributes breaking 100%, facing this awakened tier 5 monster is at most a two-sword matter. Just as Leora and I are quietly approaching, we discover someone else got here first. No, rather than got here first, it's more like this monster found its prey. In the deep valley below, a bloodthirst tiger leads 3 awakened tier 4 monsters, driving a 5-person team into a desperate situation. The strongest in this team is only a tier 3 beast master. Right now, everyone's faces are pale. Class president, are we going to die? 4 of them ask through clenched teeth, their voices filled with the fear of death. The bloodthirst tiger's scarlet tongue licks over its fangs. It seems to have finally tired of this cat and mouse game. With an earth-shaking roar, 4 monsters simultaneously pounce. Amidst the shriek of claws tearing through air, seeing this scene from the side, I no longer hesitate and immediately command Leora to act. Bottom line, I'm definitely getting the experience from these monsters. Leora, activate Seraph mode. The situation is critical. Only Leora's double attribute Seraph mode has the ability to control the entire situation. The instant Leora receives my command, she releases her body's shackles. In a flash, the world changes color. Crimson sacred flames suddenly erupt, evaporating all the gray mist within a 100-meter radius. Even the air distorts from the scorching heat. Under my shocked gaze, a breathtakingly beautiful figure slowly rises from the flames. 4 wings burning with sacred fire fully unfurl, each feather flowing with brilliant golden divine patterns. Leora's originally clear eyes have now transformed into burning golden vertical pupils, like a flame empress stepping out of mythology. Under this sacred pressure, the entire valley's air seems to freeze. The 3 awakened tier 4 monsters emit pitiful whimpers, burying their heads deep in the mud in terror. Though the bloodthirst tiger is awakened tier 5, bearing Leora's pressure head-on, its condition isn't much better. Its pouncing motion abruptly stops, its massive body eerily suspended in midair. Class president, is that a beast? The youngest team member, Nina, asks with a trembling voice. Roxy Shen's hands unconsciously clench tight, her fingertips white from exertion. She opens her mouth, her throat dry and painful. It should be, though even she can't accept this explanation. But in the novice trial dimension, there are only these new beast masters and monsters. That sacred figure clearly isn't the latter, which leaves only that incredibly absurd possibility. She's a beast, a new beast master's beast. Under everyone's astonished gazes, Leora's golden vertical pupils coldly sweep over the monsters prostrate on the ground. She casually waves the holy sword in her hand. 3 crimson sword lights tear through the void. The 3 awakened tier 4 monsters don't even have time to cry out before their massive bodies split cleanly in 2. The bloodthirst tiger lets out a desperate roar. Finally, its pupils contract and its body gradually dissipates. A basketball-sized azure light orb rises from the bloodthirst tiger's remains and slowly merges into Leora's forehead. As the last trace of sacred flame dissipates in the air, the golden divine patterns around her body recede like a tide. The 4 burning wings transform into scattered sparks and drift away. Her figure, originally floating in midair, gently descends, though her steps are noticeably unsteady. Although Seraph mode can greatly boost her attributes, the consumption is equally terrifying. At Leora's awakened tier 4 level, even going all out, she can only maintain it for about 30 seconds. After confirming there's no danger, Leora slightly tilts her head, her gaze landing on a shadowy area not far away. Roxy Shen and the others unconsciously hold their breath, their vision following Leora's. What kind of person could possess such a powerful beast? However, when that familiar figure steps out from the shadows, everyone freezes. Ethan? Roxy Shen's pupils contract sharply, her voice unconsciously rising an octave. As class president of Beast Class 3, she naturally recognizes this usually low-key classmate. Not long ago, she even heard this classmate had his beast stolen, and she felt indignant about it. But now, as I approach, I realize Leora rescued some familiar faces. Class president Roxy. What a coincidence. Company, coincidence. Roxy mechanically answers. A usually unremarkable student now stands beside a legendary tier beast capable of instantly killing tier 5 monsters. The sense of incongruity makes her temples throb. I politely nod and signal Leora to leave. With less than half an hour remaining, I must seize this final time to get Leora's level to awakened tier 5. Leora obediently follows. Before leaving, she doesn't forget to bow slightly to everyone. This gesture makes the entire team collectively gasp. The moment my figure just disappears into the mist, the team members immediately explode. Class president, did you see that? When that beast bowed, I almost dropped to my knees. Didn't Ethan have his beast stolen? Why do I feel like he's even stronger now? Honestly, I think Dylan's stolen epic tier beast can't compare to this one at all. So for the exam in 10 days, if we run into Ethan, a team member weakly speaks up. Surrender immediately, all 5 say in unison. On the other side, in the City Lord's mansion, City Lord Xavier stands respectfully to one side, his gaze carrying some nervousness. Before him, a middle-aged man dressed in a navy blue Zhongshan suit stands with hands behind his back. Though a faint smile plays at the corners of the man's mouth, it casts the entire hall in an invisible pressure. He is the true leader of the entire Southern Military District. Commander Wei, why have you come personally? Wei Yuan turns around, his gaze resting on Xavier for a moment. This former soldier who struggled under his command has now become a city lord. I just came from Lanyang City. They produced an A-rank potential seedling this year. Not bad. Though he says this, Xavier keenly notices disappointment flashing in Wei Yuan's eyes. Commander Wei, I'm afraid our Linyuan City's situation this year is similar to Lanyang City's. Before the trial opened, he had personnel thoroughly review all participants' files. Aside from that Chen family's spoiled brat contracting an epic tier succubus, the other beast qualities are rather dismal. Wei Yuan sighs lightly, disappointment evident between his brows. Forget it. Beast summoning ultimately depends on fate. It can't be forced. He straightens his collar. I'll still visit the other cities. Just as Xavier is about to see him off, the city lord's assistant suddenly stumbles in. What's the meaning of this? Xavier's face darkens. Losing face in front of his old superior greatly embarrasses him. How have I usually taught you? When encountering matters, remain composed. Only then does the assistant notice the important figure in the hall. Cold sweat immediately beads on his forehead, but he can't worry about that now. His voice trembles with excitement. City Lord, our Linyuan City has produced an S-rank potential student. What? Xavier's voice suddenly rises. rises, exploding in the quiet City Lord's mansion. Even Wei Yuan, who was just now composed, abruptly turns around, casting a surprised look. In the City Lord's mansion, the air seems to freeze for an instant. Commander Wei, why don't we go take a look? Seeing Wei Yuan's obvious interest, Xavier tentatively suggests. A flash of golden light passes through Wei Yuan's deep eyes. Let's go. However, what they don't know is that the monitoring room has already exploded. Director Shu stares fixedly at the monitoring screen, his coffee cup long since tilted. That eye-catching number on screen strikes his heart like a heavy hammer. First place Ethan, 25,500 points. Meanwhile, second place Dylan Chen's score still sits at a pitiful 3,000 points. Even more suffocating, Ethan's score continues rising at an astonishing speed. The highest record over the past 10 years was only 3,500 points. Director Shu mutters to himself, his throat unconsciously rolling. His gaze slowly moves to the potential evaluation column. His pupils instantly contract. Potential rating quadruples rank in the trial dimension. Leora's snow white wings are stained with monster blood. At her feet, corpses pile into a small mountain. Master, they've gotten smarter. I narrow my eyes toward the valley entrance. Dozens of different monster species have unexpectedly formed a coalition, bearing fangs and claws as they block all escape routes. Though most are just some tier 2 and tier 3 low-tier monsters, dozens of monsters gathered together still create an imposing momentum. Looks like we scared them. In the past half hour, I led Leora in nearly frantic slaughter. In the end, the remaining monsters had no choice but to unite and lure us to this valley. I glance at my timer, 3 minutes left. Perfect. Saves us from searching for them. Leora, understood. After this period of combat, our coordination has rapidly improved. Now without me speaking, Leora can judge my intentions. Seraph mode release. Golden patterns instantly crawl across Leora's entire body. Dazzlingly brilliant light wings burst forth. Divine judgment. Blinding white light sweeps through the valley like a tidal wave. Wherever it passes, monsters' wails rise and fall. When the last tier 5 demon wolf's head flies high, Leora's entire body suddenly bursts with dazzling golden light. Awakened tier 5. Achieved. I immediately check Leora's various attributes. The little angel's legendary quality terror finally shows its edge. Though her level is merely awakened tier 5, Leora's attribute values already crush ordinary awakened tier 7 or 8 beasts. I gaze at the development suggestions on the system interface. I have a premonition. As long as I gather radiant crystal, sacred spirit leaf, and angelic sacred blood, these 3 materials, Leora's quality will undergo a leap forward improvement. However, Linyuan City's largest beast emporium doesn't even have news of these 3 materials. I smile bitterly and shake my head. Just then, the restless energy around Leora finally calms. Master, we should leave now, right? Leora gently tugs my sleeve, her little face slightly furrowed as she surveys the surroundings. I look down at the timer. The numbers hit 0, right on cue. The next moment, a solemn mechanical voice echoes throughout the trial dimension. This novice trial officially ends. Please prepare for departure. In 10 seconds, everyone in this dimension will be transported back to Linyuan City together soon. As the countdown finishes, a blinding white light swallows the entire world. When I open my eyes again, before me is Linyuan City's familiar plaza outline. Before I can fully adjust to the dizziness after transport, I discover we're already surrounded by excited staff members. Director Shu, leading them, quickly steps forward. This usually stern trial director now beams. Student Ethan, your performance in the novice trial was truly astonishing. The City Lord specifically instructed me to invite you for a conversation. I pause briefly but quickly understand. It must be because my performance in the novice trial dimension attracted the City Lord's attention. I anticipated this result beforehand, so I don't refuse, alright? As my figure disappears at the plaza's edge, other participants are successively transported back. When Dylan Chen appears in the plaza center with his arm around the succubus, he's immediately surrounded by a group of fawning students. Dylan, first place this trial definitely belongs to you. An epic tier beast is simply unmatched. I bet Dylan scored at least 3,000 points. That result would be a landslide first place in any previous year. Dylan listens to this flattery, his mouth nearly splitting his face. Quick, look, the rankings are being announced. With an exclamation, the entire plaza instantly boils. Everyone's attention immediately focuses on the plaza center's large screen. The rankings slowly appear, starting from last place. Cheers or sighs periodically erupt from the crowd. Dylan definitely secured first place this time. Dylan savors everyone's adulation, fingers lightly playing with the succubus's hair. He's already mentally sketching the scene of accepting the City Lord's commendation shortly. However, the next moment, am I seeing things? Why is Dylan's name in second place? This voice strikes like a thunderbolt, instantly shattering Dylan Chen's fantasy. He whips his head around, staring fixedly at the glaring data on the screen. Second place, Dylan Chen, 4,100 points. Potential evaluation, a rank. This is impossible. Dylan Chen's eyes nearly split, his voice distorting. 4,100 points. This result already creates Linyuan City's history. How could he still be second place? Dylan Chen's eyes turn bloodshot, staring fixedly at the plaza center's large screen. Who is it? Who stole my first place? Under everyone's gaze, first place slowly reveals itself. First place, Ethan, 44,300 points. Potential evaluation, quadruple S rank. The instant this ranking is announced, the entire plaza seems to have a bomb dropped into it. Oh my god, Ethan's points are 44,300. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. It really is 5 digits. Quadruple S rank potential? This is freaking a human cheat code. Amidst the rising and falling exclamations, Dylan Chen stands frozen in place like he's been struck by lightning. He stares fixedly at those two numbers, 44,300 versus 4,100. A tenfold gap. How is this possible? Cheating. This is definitely cheating. Dylan suddenly laughs hysterically, his nails digging deep into his palms. I understand now. That poor bastard must have used the 20 million my father gave him to hire people to boost his score, thinking that the poor kid he once trampled underfoot is now using his Chen family's charity money to humiliate him in return. The fury in his chest nearly incinerates him whole. Ethan, you think using my family's money lets you beat me? Right now, immediately, I'm hiring the top-tier demon hunting squads. If 10 aren't enough, then 20. In 10 days at the academy exam, I'll make that waste kneel before me and beg for mercy. But right now, Dylan Chen's mind holds only one thought. Spare no cost to utterly crush Ethan. The succubus is roughly yanked forward by him, but as she turns, her peripheral vision catches that shining name on the plaza screen. Ethan, quadruplus rank. A thought suddenly surfaces in her heart. Was my initial choice really right? Meanwhile, under Director Shu's guidance, I arrive at an elegantly decorated conference room. Upon entering, my gaze immediately locks onto the navy blue figure seated in the main position. City Lord Xavier stands respectfully to the side. This detail makes me instantly realize realize the middle-aged man before me holds a position far above the city lord. Seeing me enter, Xavier immediately rises to introduce. Student Ethan, this is the Southern Military District's Chief Commander, Commander Wei Yuan. My pupils contract slightly. This name is practically legendary in Longxia Nation. A sovereign tier beastmaster, the Southern Warzone's cornerstone, a true figure capable of turning the tide in national crises. City Lord, Commander, hello. After collecting myself, I bow in greeting. Wei Yuan nods slightly, his deep gaze examining me before speaking warmly. Student Ethan, congratulations on achieving a quadruple S rank potential evaluation in the novice trial. Thank you, Commander. However, you calling me here should be about something else, right? Seeing my response, approval flashes in Wei Yuan's eyes. When he received news of Ethan's quadruple S rank evaluation en route, his first reaction was doubt. After all, in Longxia Nation, geniuses reaching this level can be counted on one hand. For a border town like Linyuan City to produce a quadruple S rank evaluation genius is nearly impossible. He originally thought this genius relied on some tricks to achieve a quadruple S rank evaluation, but after personally witnessing Ethan's beast, that notion immediately evaporated. The aura emanating from that beast clearly transcends epic tier boundaries. Possessing a legendary tier beast, achieving a quadruple S rank evaluation is completely natural. Student Ethan, I do indeed have a request. As Wei Yuan speaks, his gaze lightly sweeps towards Xavier. The city lord immediately understands and respectfully exits the room. After the door closes, Wei Yuan raises his hand and waves lightly. A pale blue screen ripples like water, enveloping them both. This is my pupils contract. A domain? Basic application of a domain. Once you advance to commander tier, you'll naturally master this. This mainly ensures our conversation isn't eavesdropped on by the outside world. I gaze at the rippling energy barrier before me, my expression gradually becoming serious. For a sovereign tier beastmaster to be so cautious, even using domain power to isolate the outside, this is no ordinary matter. It likely concerns Longxia Nation's overall situation. Student Ethan, you should know that dimensional rifts are another world merging with Blue Star. All nations are building defense lines in dimensional rifts to provide safe training environments for low-tier beastmasters. I nod. This history has long been recorded in textbooks, but Longxia Nation's defense line construction lags behind other countries. Wei Yuan suddenly shifts gears. Do you know why? I furrow my brow thinking, is it because defense line construction isn't going smoothly? Exactly. Wei Yuan's fingers sketch in the void, forming a projected image. 3 years ago, we discovered a massive trial site at a critical location. Normally, finding a trial site is good news, but this trial site happens to be located at the defense line's most critical node. Without clearing this trial site, the defense line will forever have a gap. Those demon clan creatures could invade through this gap at any time. Hearing this, I can't help but look up at Wei Yuan, but it seems I can't help much. Wei Yuan raises his hand to interrupt, his fingertip lightly touching the void. A three-dimensional projection immediately unfolds. In the projection, the trial site's various regions are clearly marked. The vast majority display green, representing cleared status. Only the core region still flashes with glaring red light. We've already cleared all other difficulty trial regions. Only this final one, he points to that red glow. It requires 3 people at awakened tier 5 or below to challenge as a team. The projection suddenly enlarges, displaying detailed data for that region. Difficulty level, abyss tier. Trial sites are special secret realms and dimensional rifts. Those who clear them receive generous rewards. Based on difficulty, Longxia Nation officially classifies them into 5 levels. Common, difficult, nightmare, hell, and at the very top, abyss. I need you. Wei Yuan looks directly into my eyes. Together with 2 other quadruple S rank geniuses, complete this ultimate challenge and help Longxia Nation complete its defense line construction. Hearing this, I finally understand why a military district chief commander would personally seek out awakened tier novice beastmasters. As I'm digesting this information, Wei Yuan mistakenly thinks I have concerns. This trial indeed carries enormous risk, so just by participating, you'll qualify to select 1 item from the Southern Military District's treasury. As Wei Yuan speaks, he raises his hand and unfolds a light screen in the air. Countless rare material phantoms flow through the screen. I look up casually, but my gaze instantly locks onto one particular material. Radiant crystal, and it's a complete radiant crystal. Commander, my voice trembles slightly. The military district treasury has a complete radiant crystal? I never expected to learn about the first material for training Leora here. Wei Yuan's eyes flash with surprise. His fingertip lightly taps, enlarging that crystal's phantom. It seems this item is very important to you. I nod. Good. As long as you agree to participate in the trial, regardless of success or failure, it's yours. Deal. I answer without hesitation. I was already planning to take on this kind of service to the nation. The radiant crystal now is purely a bonus surprise. Seeing me agree, Wei Yuan also breathes a heavy sigh of relief. He made a military pledge that this year he would definitely complete the entire defense line construction. There's no time to waste. We depart now. Every day we delay, the defense line gap will claim several more Longxia beast masters' lives. The military district commander's style is indeed swift and decisive. Before I can react, I feel my waist tighten. Wei Yuan directly takes Leora and me soaring into the sky. Amidst the air-breaking sound, a sky-covering giant bird suddenly tears through the clouds. The 3 of us land steadily on its broad back. I instinctively probe this beast's information. A screen full of question marks makes my heart jolt violently. But what surprises me even more, despite the cloud devourer's air-tearing speed, we feel no wind pressure whatsoever. This means the beast beneath us is at minimum commander tier, and very likely has reached sovereign tier. 3 hours later, the cloud devourer descends at a mountain-ringed military base. As I leap from the giant bird's back, I immediately notice 2 young people in the camp plaza besides the soldiers. These 2 should be the companions joining me for the trial. Yuna Ying, capital city, quadruple S rank potential. Ethan, Linyuan city, also quadruple S rank potential. This trial will be cleared by you 3 together. Wei Yuan briefly introduces everyone's information. Standing on the left, Yuna Ying wears white robes with a crystal-clear ice bird perched on her shoulder. Hearing Wei Yuan's introduction, she nods slightly toward me. However, her gaze lingers on Leora for a few extra seconds, a flash of surprise passing through her ice-blue pupils. I also politely greet her before examining this woman's beast information. As for Skylar on the right, he stands with arms crossed, a 3-meter-tall, bronze-colored treant towering beside him. He glances at me sideways, his eyes revealing a trace of disdain. I carefully compare the 3 beasts' data, gradually forming a judgment. Even among 1-star legendary qualities, the gap is surprisingly obvious. Though Leora's attributes aren't top tier, she excels in balanced development without any weaknesses. Wei Yuan speaks again to the side. Do you have anything else to prepare? If not, I'll take you to the trial site now. Wei Yuan's gaze sweeps between the 3. Ready anytime. Yuna and Skylar also indicate their preparation is complete. Soon, Wei Yuan leads us to an ancient temple's entrance. Though dilapidated, some fine details still reveal its former magnificence. This was once the elven race's sacred ground, but somehow, the entire elven race vanished, leaving only this trial site. Clearing this trial should earn you decent rewards, but if you encounter danger, choose to withdraw promptly. After all, your safety is most important. Don't worry, Commander. Skylar pats his chest in assurance. With me here, this trial is in the bag. Wei Yuan looks at him deeply. I hope so. Without further ado, Wei Yuan points to the stone platform in the temple center. Place your hands on it to activate the trial. Finally, with his resonant voice, all soldiers stand at attention and salute in unison. We wish you a triumphant return. Under everyone's gaze, the three of us simultaneously place our hands on the stone platform. In an instant, blinding white light shoots skyward, completely engulfing our three figures. To gather the materials to repair Leora, I agreed to the military's request and came to the trial site. Inside the trial site now, Skylar suddenly stops and looks at me. The war treant's thick branches rustle behind him. Country bumpkin, I don't care what tricks you use to get a quadruple S evaluation. When we encounter danger later, just obediently hide behind me and Yuna. He lifts his chin, his face full of arrogance. With us here, at least we can keep you alive when danger comes. I raise an eyebrow with interest. This capital city young master is arrogant, but not bad at heart. He just hasn't been beaten down by society yet, so he's overly confident. Plus, killing various monsters in the trial won't boost beast levels anyway. If someone's willing to take action, I'm more than happy. No problem. You take the lead. I won't steal your thunder. I deliberately step back 2 paces and make an exaggerated please proceed gesture. Smart choice. Skylar hums with satisfaction and strides to the team's front. Meanwhile, Yuna seems to completely ignore all this, focusing entirely on communicating with the Frost Phoenix on her shoulder. Soon, the three of us encounter the first wave of monsters. Seeing these 3 trial golems as information, I finally understand the Abyss trial's difficulty. Trial golems with full attributes of 100 have reached superior tier 6 monster levels. In fact, because their attributes are so balanced, their strength even surpasses monsters of the same tier. Even more terrifying, these are merely the trial's first wave of monsters. The monster strength we'll encounter going forward will continue rising. However, Skylar doesn't seem to realize the situation's severity. He's already striding forward boldly. Yuna, don't intervene. I'll handle these tin cans myself. Yuna considers for a moment, then nods slightly in agreement. Root strangle! At Skylar's command, the war treant's thick roots burst from the ground, coiling around the 3 golems like giant pythons. Wood fibers scrape against metal shells, producing ear-piercing sounds. Finally, with 3 explosive cracks, the golems shatter into scattered pieces. How's that? My treant? Skylar proudly turns to look at us, his face begging for praise. Leora and I exchange glances. We both cooperatively raise our thumbs. Leora even thoughtfully adds, so powerful! Skylar is praised until he's practically floating, his voice rising an octave. Though your strength is a bit lacking, if you observe my battles carefully, you'll definitely learn a lot. Right. I nod repeatedly while pressing down Leora, who wants to argue. Next, Skylar continues shouldering the pathfinding role. However, as we venture deeper, the trial golems we face grow increasingly powerful. When 5 awakened tier 7 trial golems block our path, Skylar finally can't smile anymore. He's drenched in sweat. 5 trial golems with average attributes of 120 points. The war treant obviously struggles immensely to handle them. Fine beads of sweat seep from Skylar's forehead. His clenched fists tremble slightly. Skylar, need a hand? I kindly approach to ask. No need. Skylar grits his back teeth stubbornly, but anyone can see he's forcing it. However, Yuna to the side lightly pats the Frost Phoenix on her shoulder, her voice cool. I'll control, you output. Hearing Yuna speak, I raise my eyebrows in surprise. This Ice Queen actually talks, and hearing Yuna will act, Skylar instantly breathes a sigh of relief. He can handle these 5 trial golems, but it would require paying a certain price. But this is only the trial's first checkpoint. Next, with Yuna joining the battle, the situation instantly reverses. Frost Spiral! As the Frost Phoenix beats its wings, the trial golem's joints are instantly covered in frost. The war treant seizes this opportunity, raising thick branches to shatter the frozen golems one by one. In the following journey, I'm happy to relax. Yuna and Skylar working together, trial golems barely last 1 round against them. Leora and I temporarily become outsiders. Before long, Skylar and Yuna steamroll through the first checkpoint. The 3 of us arrive together at the first checkpoint's end. 3 deep passages appear before us. Here, this is the Abyss tier trial's second checkpoint. According to Wei Yuan's intelligence, these 3 passages must each be chosen by 1 person to independently complete the entire passage's trial before entering the 3rd checkpoint. As for the 3rd checkpoint's content, even Wei Yuan doesn't know. Last trial's participants only reached the 2nd checkpoint at most. Skylar suddenly turns, his gaze lingering on me for a long time, his tone carrying obvious doubt. Can you handle it? He naturally has 0 worries about Yuna's strength. As the capital city novice trial's top ranker, her strength even surpasses his own. But this genius from the countryside, if he drags them down, even if he and Yuna clear the 2nd checkpoint, this trial will still be a failure. Even the usually aloof Yuna slightly turns her head, waiting for my answer. After all, I haven't made a move the entire way, so she likewise can't judge this companion's strength. Facing Skylar's doubt, I don't argue. I just smile faintly and walk straight toward the middle passage. A man can't say he can't handle it. The instant I step into the passage, I sense I'm in another world. I whip around only to find the entrance has vanished, replaced by a void of darkness. Before me, a mechanical-like figure slowly coalesces. Enhanced type, my brow furrows slightly. Compared to ordinary balanced golems, this guy is obviously stronger by more than 1 tier. Not only does it have an attribute-boosting buff skill, but more troublesome is that balance field ability. Leora, take it down. Before my words finish, Leora's silver-white wings fully unfurl. A long sword burning with crimson flames condenses in her hand. I see her wings lightly beat. Her form instantly flashes before the golem. Golden sword light slashes past like stars and moon. The enhanced golem splits in 2 on cue. Its remains crashing to the ground in 2 pieces. As the golem disintegrates, the blue barrier blocking ahead also dissipates. I lead Leora onward. In the 2nd space, what awaits us is still an enhanced trial golem, except its tier has risen to awakened tier 6. Watching the enemy's attributes skyrocket to 120 points, my brow furrows tightly. No wonder previous trial participants couldn't pass this checkpoint. Each space cleared, the golem's strength increases geometrically. This awakened tier 6 enhanced golem's attributes already rival a tier 5 epic beast, and this is merely the 2nd checkpoint. Leora's sword light flashes brilliantly again. The trial golem falls. In the next space, 2 awakened tier 6 golems appear simultaneously. The balance field begins showing its power, suppressing Leora's attributes by about 10 points. Fortunately, even weakened, Leora still holds holds absolute advantage. She quickly dispatches these 2 awakened Tier 6 trial golems. Next, the trial's difficulty continues climbing. When Leora and I reach the final space, 3 trial golems emanating terrifying auras stand ready. Looking at the 3 enhanced trial golems facing off against Leora, with 3 balance fields stacked, Leora's attributes are suppressed by nearly 30 points. This means even with Leora's strength, without activating Seraph mode, handling these golems would be quite tricky. But right now, I'm not worried about the battle ahead, but rather the other 2. Can they really pass this checkpoints trial? Yuna's Frost Phoenix has mental attributes reaching 170 points. Combined with its excellent skills, clearing shouldn't be a problem. But Skylar's War Treant facing 3 awakened Tier 7 enhanced golems, that's probably dicey. As thoughts race through my mind, I've already decided. Leora, activate Seraph mode. Quick battle, quick finish, understood. The little angel crisply responds. The instant she does, crimson flames explode from around her body. 4 light wings unfurl behind her. Sacred blazing energy waves sweep through the entire space. Attributes doubled. 300 points, absolute crushing dominance. 3 golden sword beams streak across like meteors. The 3 enhanced golems don't even have time to react before being cleanly bisected, instantly turning to ash and scattering on the wind. The barrier at the passage's end also finally slowly dissipates. Simultaneously, at the trial site's core monitoring room, a massive stone platform hovers in the center, displaying trial participants' clearance status in real time. Commander, they've entered the second checkpoint. Wei Yuan nods slightly at the words, his gaze solemnly fixed on the stone platform. He knows better than anyone. Starting from the second checkpoint is this trial's true test. Last year's trial, except for that quadruple S-rank potential genius who barely made it to the end, the other 2 double S-rank geniuses only completed 70% progress before being eliminated. Wei Yuan unconsciously clenches his fists, knuckles white from exertion. If we fail again this time, we'll have to wait until next year. Pass the order. Border troops enter level 1 combat readiness. After clearing the second checkpoint, part of the trial site will disappear. Demon clan creatures will definitely pour through the gap then. Although we don't know yet if the 3 can clear the second checkpoint, preparing early never hurts. Yes, sir! The deputy is about to turn and leave when his peripheral vision suddenly catches the stone platform, flashing with brilliant light. He stares wide-eyed in disbelief. Commander, it looks like someone cleared the second checkpoint. What? Wei Yuan whips around, his gaze locked firmly on the stone platform. There, 5 large characters clearly display. 1 person cleared. Who is it? You have to understand, from the 3 entering the second checkpoint until now, only half an hour has passed. From previous trial participants' accounts, he knows the final space contains 3 awakened Tier 7 trial golems. Awakened Tier 5 versus awakened Tier 7. Even if all 3 beasts are legendary tier, handling them is extremely difficult. Commander, I think it should be Yuna Ying. The deputy, having recovered, carefully analyzes. After all, the Ying family's bloodline is special. They can only contract 1 beast for life. The deputy's thinking aligns with Wei Yuan's guess. The Ying family, as one of Longshan Nation's most ancient families, has extremely special bloodline inheritance. Family members can only contract 1 beast for life, but their bloodline power can gradually boost that beast's quality. Because of this, Ying family members' beasts are epic tier at minimum. That Ying girl is the highest talent the family has produced in nearly a century. Her clearing so quickly is reasonable enough. Only reaching this point, Wei Yuan's expression becomes grave. But the problem now is, if Ethan and Skylar can't clear, even if Yuna is stronger, it's meaningless. After all, this trial is 3-person unified. As long as 1 person doesn't clear, this trial can only be declared a failure. However, just then, the deputy suddenly exclaims again, Commander, another person cleared. What? Wei Yuan's gaze returns to the stone platform. The original 1 person cleared has distinctly changed to 2 persons cleared. As the young lady of the Ying family, Yuna possesses an incredibly powerful beast, the Frost Moon Phoenix. Standing at the exit of the trial passage, I can see the shock written all over her usually cold face. She probably never imagined that what took her and her beast's full power to clear. I just breezed through in a fraction of the time. I'm already waiting in the central hall when she steps out. Her sharp, icy gaze sweeps the area quickly. I'm leaning against a stone pillar with Leora floating quietly beside me. Hey, you made it, I call out casually. Yuna stops dead in her tracks. For the first time since I've met her, I see surprise flash across those calm eyes. The ice-cold girl actually looks speechless. She must have gone all out in that trial. Her Frost Phoenix definitely gave it everything. And yet, she's still slower than me. After a long pause, she finally walks over. Her voice carries a hint of hesitation. How long have you been waiting? I glance up at her. Oh, about 10 minutes or so. Her pupils contract slightly. 10 minutes. That means my beast's power far exceeds her Frost Phoenix. I notice the phoenix on her shoulder ruffle its wings indignantly, as if it sensed what its master is thinking. Yuna reaches up to calm it, then nods at me before turning toward the other side of the hall. But her cold gaze keeps drifting between Leora and me. Time crawls by in silence. The third passage shows no sign of movement. My expression grows serious. Something must have happened to Skylar. Otherwise, he wouldn't take this long. Yuna frowns too. We finally gathered 3 triple S rank talents this year. If we can't clear it even now, that's when I make my decision. I stand up abruptly. Leora, we're going. Where are you going? Yuna spins around. To help. 2 simple words, but I see her eyes widen. She watches me stride toward the passage where Skylar went in, immediately understanding my intention. Are you insane? Her normally calm voice actually rises. The second trial tests individual ability. If someone interferes, the difficulty triples. The final room will have 10 awakened Tier 7 enhanced golems, plus stacked balance fields. Even if you're stronger than me, there's no way you can clear it. But I don't slow down. Commander Wei promised to give me the radiant crystal whether I pass or not, but I don't like owing favors. Leora, full release. Battle intent blazes in my little angel's eyes. My will is her highest command. Under Yuna's stunned gaze, Leora transforms into a war angel bathed in sacred flames. Crimson radiance floods the entire hall. Leora, once we're inside, take out half the golems immediately. Otherwise, with 10 balance fields stacked, even you'll be suppressed. Got it? Understood, Master. Her response carries unprecedented seriousness. We plunge into the dark passage together. I can't see it, but behind me, Yuna stands frozen in place. The fading light of sacred flames reflects in her ice blue eyes. Frost Moon, do we really deserve to be called geniuses? Deep in the dark passage, I find Skylar's war treant has wrapped its gnarled branches around him protectively at its core. Another heavy punch slams into the trunk. An awakened Tier 7 trial golem, its eyes glowing crimson. Without the treant's iron curtain barrier skill, Skylar would have been eliminated already. The treant's vine whips strike the golem's body, but only leave shallow marks. They're locked in a bizarre stalemate. Damn it, why is this trial golem so strong? Is this trial even meant for humans to pass? I hear Skylar's voice, full of frustration, as he stares at the relentless attacks on his treant. His attacks haven't haven't done any real damage. The metal-constructed golems are the natural counter to physical-type beasts like the war treant, and after defeating this one, 3 more awakened Tier 7 golems wait in the rooms ahead. I can practically feel his despair from here. Just as he's about to give up, an earth-shaking explosion erupts from deep in the passage. Crimson and white light surges forward like a tidal wave, instantly engulfing the trial golem. When the dust settles, Skylar's wide eyes reflect a figure he never expected to see. How are you here? His voice catches in his throat. His fingers tremble uncontrollably. He never imagined that the person coming to rescue him would be me, the guy he looked down on at the very beginning. I raise an eyebrow at the wood chip-covered young master. Did that golem knock you, stupid young master Chin? Don't you recognize your savior anymore? Skylar's face turns red. His finger jabs at the air repeatedly, drawing frantic arcs, but he can't squeeze out a complete sentence. You awake now? I drop the teasing tone. Time to go. I already took care of the trial golems in the last room. The whole passage is clear when I bring the dazed Skylar back to the main hall. This usually proud scion of a great family is still in shock. His gaze mechanically switches between me and Yuna, finally forced to accept an absurd truth. This guy from the countryside not only crushed him, but might even be stronger than the capital's #1 talent. Yuna's cold stare locks onto me like I'm some monster that defies logic. I really did clear a triple difficulty trial alone. I really did kill 10 awakened Tier 7 enhanced trial golems. The 3 of us don't rush to start the final trial. The second trial was already brutal enough. The third will be even worse. To ensure nothing goes wrong, we need to get our beasts back to peak condition first. Once all 3 beasts are fully recovered, Yuna walks toward me. She stops in front of me. Those ice blue eyes actually ripple with emotion. The third trial, her usually cold voice hesitates. You take the lead. The suggestion catches me off guard. I agree with Yuna's idea. Skylar thumps his chest. My treant's tanky. I can definitely buy some time. Since they both insist, I nod. Alright, after settling on our strategy, we walk to the center of the circular hall. The moment our hands touch the cold stone platform simultaneously, the entire hall lights up in ghostly blue. A mechanical voice echoes through the void. Final trial confirmed. Initiating program. A light screen unfolds before us. Blood red text practically screams. Final trial warning. Rule 1. Once initiated, the trial cannot be stopped midway. Rule 2. Only by clearing it may you leave the trial space. Rule 3. Those who fail will remain here forever. Confirmed to proceed? I notice a nearly transparent line of small text in the lower right corner. Since the trial grounds were established, the final trial clear rate is 0.00%. Seeing this message makes my expression turn grim. In the first 2 trials, if you felt overwhelmed, retreating to the safe zone would protect you. But the final trial is different. It only ends when you clear it. That means if the 3 of us fail, our lives end here. My gaze falls on Skylar first. To my surprise, this spoiled young master looks dead serious. I'm in. Before I left, the old man made it clear. Either come back with the glory of clearing this, or never step through the Chin family gates again. More importantly, Skylar's head snaps up, his eyes full of defiance. I need to show that stubborn old bastard that his son isn't some coward afraid to die. I'm taken aback for a moment, then nod in understanding. I turn to Yuna. The cold girl simply lifts her eyelids slightly. Proceeding, 2 simple words, but carrying absolute determination. Knowing both their choices, I can't help but smile. I take a deep breath and tap yes without hesitation. With a deafening roar, massive boulders crash down, sealing the only escape route completely. In the center of the hall, space suddenly warps. A massive blurred shadow begins to materialize. With each percent it solidifies, the air fills with another degree of suffocating pressure. When I see the final trial's opponent, even my mouth twitches involuntarily. Strength and constitution stats exceeding 300 points. Even its weaker mental power and speed stats reach 250 points. Can awakened Tier 5 novice beastmasters really clear something like this? Skylar and Yuna obviously feel the overwhelming presence radiating from this giant golem too. Skylar unconsciously takes half a step back. I stare at the fully materialized trial golem, my mind racing through methods to kill it. If Leora activates Seraph mode, her stats will rise to around 300 points, while her constitution and strength still fall short of this beast. Combined with the divine judgment skills bonus, it should be enough to break through the golem's 340-point constitution. The problem is this trial golem won't just stand there and let Leora attack. That's where Yuna and Skylar's beasts come in. They need to buy Leora 3 seconds. If the plan fails, my gaze shifts to Leora's ultimate skill, Final Requiem. If Seraph mode is already this powerful, then Final Requiem, which surpasses even that form, will definitely handle this ultimate trial golem. But unless absolutely necessary, I really don't want to use that skill. After using it, Leora will enter a dormant period. Nobody knows how long that'll last. I push those distracting thoughts aside. No problem. We can do this. Yuna, Skylar, I need you to buy Leora at least 3 seconds. Hearing my voice, both of them stiffen. Don't worry, bro. I can't kill this golem, but buying time? My war treant can handle that. Yuna nods too. The Frost Moon Phoenix isn't great at offense, but excels at control. Between Skylar and me, we should be able to hold this trial golem for 3 seconds. Looking at their beasts, I'm not optimistic. The trial golem stats are nearly double theirs. With such a massive gap, buying even 3 seconds will be tough. And this golem has skills too, but we're out of options now. Time to gamble. Breach. The Outer Realm demons have broken through. At that moment, with a final crisp crack, the barrier shatters completely. From the massive gap, countless demon creatures pour out with ear-piercing shrieks, surging forward like a tide. Commander Wei watches the demon tide, his sovereign-level pressure crushing the entire battlefield. If even one of these demon creatures escapes, they'll be hell to pay. The great battle is about to begin. The demon creatures fight without fear of death, but the soldier's commander, Wei, leads our Longshan Nation's elite too. To seal this breach and connect Longsha's entire defense line into one whole, this war has raged for days. Back in the trial grounds, unlike the front line's chaos, it's eerily quiet here. In my mind, see, the beast space's outline has fully solidified. Vast mental power surges like tides. This core not only helped me construct the beast space, but elevated my mental power qualitatively. Leora's talent enhancement is nearly complete too. Skylar's injuries, nourished by the spring of life, have long since healed. Yuna's Frost Moon Phoenix, catalyzed by the epic grade talent enhancement potion, successfully broke through to legendary 2-star. Its power skyrocketed. Yuna, how much longer do you think it'll take for Ethan to wake up? It's been 9 days already. Yuna glances at him coolly without answering, just lowers her head to gently stroke the Frost Moon Phoenix in her arms. That's when the air suddenly trembles. My mental power erupts violently, sweeping around like a storm. Feeling this mental power, Yuna's ice blue eyes widen in shock. Transcendent level mental power. Though my current tier still stays at awakened tier 6, my mental power's intensity now rivals a true transcendent level beastmaster. The distance to actual transcendent rank, just 1 talent away. Her arms tighten around the Frost Moon Phoenix, her gaze locked firmly on me. Right now, in my mind, see, the pure white beast space takes final form under my mental power's construction. Only one last step remains. Complete completely fusing my mental power with the beast space. Fuse. I pour all my mental power in without hesitation. Instantly, my consciousness seems to cross some threshold, entering an unprecedented mystical state. Even with my eyes closed, I can clearly sense everything around me. Yuna's fingers gently stroking the Frostmoon Phoenix, Skylar's nervous fist clenching, and inside the crack-covered golden cocoon, Leora's talent enhancement completing. My eyes snap open toward where Leora is. The cocoon's cracks suddenly widen. Crimson flames burst through the gaps. The next instant, the golden cocoon explodes completely. In the fierce firestorm, holy wings unfold with a thunderous boom. A sacred figure hovers in midair. The 2-star talent boost pushed Leora's stats past the 200 threshold. Now, facing that ultimate trial golem again, she won't even need special forms. Just Seraph mode stat doubling will crush it completely. As Leora adapts to her transformed body, her golden eyes immediately lock onto me. Master! Before I know it, something warm and soft fills my arms. Master, I missed you. Her sweet voice carries pure joy, warming my heart. I reach out to gently stroke the girl's silky hair. You worked hard! With a thought, Leora transfers back into the beast space. Now that she has her own space, she doesn't need to stay in the real world constantly. Seeing my little one settled in her space, I finally walk toward Yuna and Skylar with an apologetic look. Sorry for keeping you waiting. No problem, Yuna's cold voice responds. It was a trial for all three of us anyway. Skylar's head whips around so fast his jaw could fit an egg. Is this really the Ice Queen who ignores everyone? She actually responded on her own. Feeling the burning stare from beside me, Yuna frowns slightly. Is there a problem? No. Skylar waves his hands frantically, nearly biting his tongue. Just thinking we should get going. It's been 9 days already. I take one step forward, then freeze. My head snaps towards Skylar. You said how long has it been? 9 days? Skylar startled by my sudden reaction. Bro, what's wrong? My heart sinks as I calculate quickly. Commander Wei took half a day to bring me here. Plus these 9 days. Today is the day of the school level exam. Realizing this, I can't sit still anymore. But then I glance at the unhurried Yuna and Skylar. Don't you two need to take the school level exam? Yuna and Skylar exchange glances, finally understanding what exam I'm talking about. They both shake their heads. We got direct admissions. I'm speechless. Of course people live different lives. I still have to grind through the Gaokao while these two just skip the whole thing. Time's running out. Without another word, I exit the trial immediately. A blinding white flash later, the three of us appear outside the trial grounds. Thank goodness you're finally out. The deputy officer who's been waiting rushes over, his face full of worry. 9 whole days with no movement. Commander Wei almost sent people in to rescue you, but I'm in a hurry right now. To get into university and access more resources, Leora needs chances to grow stronger too. Can you please send me back to Linyuan City? The school level exam is about to start. What? The deputy's face changes color. Then he immediately snaps back. Don't worry, student. We'll get you back to Linyuan City at top speed. We're leaving right now. Meanwhile, at Linyuan City's examination plaza, 200 students stand in neat formation. Today is Longshan Nation's first round of Gaokao, the school level exam. Only the top 50 can qualify for the next round. Attention all examinees. The exam will begin shortly. According to the lottery order, please take the stage for your written test in sequence. This exam has 2 rounds and will select the top 50 advancing students. Those who advance will participate in subsequent matches. Your final score will serve as an important basis for your comprehensive Gaokao evaluation. Please take this seriously and perform your best. As the staff finishes reading the rules, the screen starts rapidly scrolling through student names. In the crowd, Roxy Shen clutches her uniform collar tightly, her eyes constantly shifting between the screen and the entrance passage. Behind her in the class formation, one spot stands conspicuously empty. Class president, why hasn't Ethan shown up yet? He's not going to miss the exam, is he? With his strength, taking first place is a sure thing. If he gets disqualified for being late, class president, can you contact him? Try to hurry him up. The people speaking are all classmates I saved during the novice trial. Hearing these voices, Roxy looks equally troubled. Everyone, don't panic. I trust Ethan will arrive on time. During the matches, try to buy as much time as you can. They look at each other helplessly and finally nod in resignation. D-rank beast master battles usually end quickly. On the arena, 2 beasts clashes often decide victory within 30 seconds. Even though Roxy has her teammates try to stall, the match list on the big screen keeps scrolling rapidly. Ethan Gu versus Mike Wang. When this line appears, Mike Wang standing on the arena turns deathly pale. Though Linyuan City's been buzzing with rumors that my quadruple S rank evaluation was bought, a starved camel is still bigger than a horse. He's just an awakened tier 3 beast master. How could he dare oppose me? Student Ethan Gu, please take the stage. The referee's booming voice echoes across the plaza. Time ticks by. The other side of the arena remains empty. The referee frowns at the timer and raises his voice. Is student Ethan Gu present? If not on site, it will be considered a forfeit. No response from the crowd. The referee frowns as he scans the entire venue but still can't find me. Since student Ethan Gu hasn't arrived on site, I declare. Roxy is about to protest. Wait. A voice carrying a hint of mockery cuts in. Dylan Chen saunters over with his seductive succubus. Referee, how about making this match the finale? After all, we're all looking forward to this triple S talents performance. These past 10 days, he's practically lived in the dimensional rift, pushing his succubus's level with everything he had, all for today, to crush that guy who stole his spotlight. But now the main character is absent. How can he accept that? The referee's forehead beads with sweat. The rules clearly state that tardiness means disqualification. But Dylan adds casually, I'll explain the situation to Vice Principal Carter. Hearing Dylan invoke the Vice Principal, the referee breathes a sigh of relief. Alright then, this match is postponed. Ethan Gu and Mike Wang's bout will be held last. As the referee's announcement rings out, the venue explodes. Ethan Gu didn't show up? What's going on? Didn't he get a quadruple S evaluation? Maybe he's scared he can't pass this exam? Don't you know? Ethan apparently spent 20 million to become first in the novice trial, and his contracted beast is a waste angel. He's probably afraid of being exposed, so he didn't dare come to this exam. Rumors spread like poisonous fog through the grounds. Roxy's knuckles turn white, her nails digging deep into her palms. Next match, Dylan Chen versus Leo Lee. Following the referee's call, Dylan walks leisurely onto the stage with Lilith. His opponent Leo Lee looks ashen. Though his awakened tier 4 strength ranks among the top graduates, right now he's like a lamb to slaughter. Dylan, Leo's voice trembles. Please go easy on me. Dylan's lips curl into a cruel arc. He casually scratches Lilith under the chin. Her scarlet tongue slowly licks across her fangs. Armored tortoise, water surge. Leo grits his teeth and gives the command. A jet of water blasts out but stops bizarrely 3 feet from Lilith. Lilith lazily raises one slender hand. The water column hits an invisible barrier and explodes into spray. Purple light flares in Lilith's eyes. A visible mental wave sweeps outward. The armored tortoise doesn't even get to scream before collapsing limp. Leo staggers like he's been struck by lightning. Blood trickling from his nose and mouth as he passes out. Gasps ripple through the crowd one after another. Holy crap. An awakened tier 4 beast taken out in one hit by Dylan's beast. What level has he reached? Is he already awakened tier 6? Dylan's cold gaze sweeps through the crowd, searching for the one figure he most wants to see, but he can't find me anywhere. Did he really run away? If that's true, all this preparation was for nothing. The following matches are unremarkable. Soon the competition reaches the final bout. Next match, Ethan Gu versus Mike Wang. The referee's voice silences the entire venue. When I still don't appear, Dylan's smile grows colder by the second. This time he won't give me another chance. Ethan Gu, but before the referee can finish that sentence, a golden streak suddenly plummets from the sky, slamming heavily into the arena's center. As the dust clears, my figure gradually becomes visible in the sunlight. Seeing the referee about to disqualify me, with no time to think, I leap straight off the military beast that escorted me back to the city, arriving at the venue in the nick of time. My sudden appearance leaves the referee stunned for several seconds before he recovers. Student Ethan Gu has arrived. The match begins. As his voice rings out, the audience erupts. Discussions break out everywhere. How did Ethan suddenly appear? He actually came to take the exam. Now there's a good show coming. Dylan definitely won't let him off easy, even though everyone says Ethan cheated to get his quadruple S evaluation. His strength really isn't weak. Maybe he can actually go toe-to-toe with Dylan. Amid all the chatter, Mike Wang on the arena is trembling, his forehead drenched in cold sweat. Ethan, please go easy on me. No matter what the outside world rumors say, I'm still a genuine triple S potential holder. That means my level is at minimum awakened tier 5. Don't worry, this'll be over quick. Before Mike even understands what I mean, a white blur flashes before his eyes. His awakened tier 3 beast only manages one shriek before crashing heavily to the ground. I surrender! Mike throws up both hands without hesitation, his face instantly draining of color. Below the stage, Dylan's eyes narrow slightly. He absent-mindedly strokes Lilith's hair. Lilith, what do you think your former master's contracted beast's level is now? Lilith scans Leora, then hesitates before slowly speaking. Based on that beast's performance just now, at most awakened tier 6, Dylan's lips curl into a cold smile. Awakened tier 6? Against his awakened tier 8 succubus, that's nothing but an ant. The matches progress rapidly. 2 hours later, the top 50 students are decided. Only these 50 can participate in the military second exam. Now these advancing 50 students will compete for school-level exam rankings. Quiet! With one sharp command from the referee, the entire plaza falls silent. The top 50 rankings will continue using lottery-based duels. Round 1, 50 people draw lots to duel, 25 advance. Round 2, 24 people draw lots to duel, 1 gets a bye, 13 advance. Round 3, 12 people draw lots to duel, 1 gets a bye, 7 advance. Round 4, 6 people draw lots to duel, 1 gets a bye, 4 advance. Finally, we'll still use lots for semifinals and finals. The competition officially begins now. The matches proceed intensely. Every contestant fights for advancement in their own way. Some rely on solid strength to steamroll opponents, others depend on excellent luck to narrowly win. But my advancement path becomes the entire venue's biggest talking point. This luck is way too insane. 3 bye opportunities total, and he drew 2 of them. The audience buzzes with discussion. Plenty of people already call me the chosen one. Even more incredible, in my remaining 2 matches, both opponents are teammates I saved back in the novice trial space. Ethan, we forfeit. Both teammates choose to withdraw without hesitation, their eyes full of gratitude. Just like that, after 4 rounds, I haven't lifted a finger and easily advanced to the top 4. Advancing with me are the aggressive Dylan Chen, the capable Roxy Shen, and a dark horse, Ryan Lee, an awakened tier 5 beast master. The next morning, all of Linyuan City is buzzing. The examination plaza is packed so tight you can't squeeze through. Even the surrounding building rooftops are crammed with spectators. Look, that's Chairman Chen. The vice principal came too. Oh my god, even the city lord himself showed up. In the very important person section, Linyuan City's most powerful figures take their seats one by one. Marcus Chen, Dylan's father and president of Linyuan City's largest merchant guild, is currently chatting quietly with the vice principal, a meaningful smile on his face. I heard your son Succubus has reached awakened tier 8, the vice principal probes. Marcus waves his hand modestly, just kids playing around. But that Ethan, he pauses meaningfully. A quadruple S evaluation is quite intriguing. Marcus narrows his eyes, his fingers lightly tapping the armrest. He's already had people investigate every detail about me. A waste angel? Heh, he sneers inwardly. The atmosphere is so tense you could wring water from it. And under everyone's watchful eyes, the first semifinal match result appears on the big screen. Semifinal match 1, Ethan Gu versus Ryan Lee. Following the referee's announcement, Ryan Lee, the awakened tier 5 beastmaster, drags heavy steps onto the arena. Ryan looks at me standing calmly across from him, his Adam's apple bobbing involuntarily. He forces out a smile uglier than crying. Ethan, please go easy on me. Match begin. Ryan takes a deep breath, his gaze firm as he looks at me. He knows this match is nearly hopeless, but as a beastmaster, he at least needs to show his dignity. Rock tortoise, use rock wall. At his call, an earth yellow wall instantly appears. At least hold out for 3 minutes. Leora, hold back. Before I even finish speaking, a silver white flash cuts through the air. The fully defensive rock tortoise doesn't even get to react before its massive body crashes to the ground, completely unconscious. Ryan stares blankly at his beast, taking a while to snap back to reality. He smiles bitterly and shakes his head, raising his right hand. Referee, I surrender. Ethan Gu wins. With the referee's announcement, the entire venue erupts. What just happened? Ryan's an awakened tier 5 beastmaster. Too fast. I just saw a white flash and it was over. Ethan's strength doesn't seem much weaker than Dylan's. The discussions in the audience grow louder. Many people start reevaluating my strength. Below the stage, Dylan's lips curl into a cold smile. Others might not have seen clearly what happened in that instant, but as a mental type beast, Lilith caught everything. I've confirmed it. That Angel's mental fluctuations are definitely awakened tier 6. Hearing this, Dylan's eyes flash with a gleam of certain victory. Second match, Dylan Chen versus Roxy Shen. The referee's voice comes at just the right time, pulling everyone's attention back to the arena. Dylan straightens his collar and walks leisurely toward the stage. Passing by me, he deliberately slows down and shoots me a meaningful look. Seeing that look, I frown slightly. What's Dylan's deal? But then my gaze sweeps over Lilith, awakened tier 8. No wonder Dylan's so confident. He's actually cultivated the succubus to this level. Still, does Dylan think an awakened tier 8 succubus can guarantee victory over me? Interesting. On the other side, Roxy bites her lower lip hard as she stands there, her black hair fluttering in the wind. Her shadow frost wolf's fur bristles, but it can't hide the slight trembling in its limbs. At least awakened tier 7. Roxy's clenched fists turn her knuckles white. A 2-tier gap plus epic grade suppression. This match's outcome is practically predetermined. But when her peripheral vision catches my gaze from below the stage. She straightens her back. Shadow Frost, prepare for battle. Even knowing she'll lose, she won't give up. Match begin. The moment the referee's voice falls, Lilith's figure vanishes. Smack! A crisp slapping sound explodes across the arena. Roxy staggers back several steps, a bright red palm print immediately appearing on her left cheek. The audience instantly boils over. That beast actually attacked a person? Is that even allowed? The rules don't actually forbid beasts from attacking beastmasters, but this seems really disrespectful, doesn't it? That slap was downright insulting. Dylan's lips curl into a cruel arc. Oops, so sorry. My hand slipped. He spreads his hands in fake apology, but his eyes flash with cold malice. This damn woman helped Ethan stall for time earlier. That means her relationship with Ethan must be pretty good. Since I can't touch Ethan yet, I'll start with his friends. Lilith, continue. He gives the order lightly, his voice carrying bone-chilling coldness. Lilith's scarlet tongue slowly licks across her fingertips, her eyes filled with cruel pleasure. The next 3 minutes turn the arena into Roxy's personal hell. She curls up in agony. Every time she tries to surrender, Lilith's mental assault forcibly interrupts her. The Shadow Frost wolf desperately tries to protect its master, but gets frozen in place by Lilith's single glance, only able to whimper helplessly. Watching this scene from below, my brows knit tightly. What's happening on the arena isn't a match at all, it's humiliation. But what grudge does Dylan have against Roxy? Wait, a suspicion suddenly surfaces in my mind. Is this because of me? I look up and catch Dylan's smug expression. It really is because of me. Roxy's suffering is my fault. My gaze locks coldly onto Dylan on the arena. Using this method to provoke me, my lips curl into a dangerous arc. Congratulations, you succeeded. But can you handle the consequences? Dylan? At that moment, from the high platform, Vice Principal Carter's face shows a victorious smile as he slowly speaks. I propose we discuss disqualifying student Ethan Gu for serious tardiness. Before the final syllable even lands, an ear-piercing screech suddenly tears through the sky. Everyone looks up to see a massive bird with a wingspan exceeding 30 meters ripping through the clouds. Its shadow instantly blankets the entire plaza. A thunderous roar explodes from above. How dare you! I'd like to see who dares disqualify a first-class honor medal recipient's Cao eligibility. Commander Wei's figure materializes before everyone like a ghost. His sovereign-level aura crushes down on the entire plaza. The air itself seems to freeze. Seeing who arrived, Vice Principal Carter's pupils contract violently. Sweat beads densely across his forehead. This is the Southern Military District's Supreme Commander. He can ignore City Lord Xavier, but he absolutely cannot act presumptuous before Commander Wei. Sir, how did you personally? Carter hurries forward, his waist bent nearly in half. Commander Wei glances at him coldly and strides straight towards City Lord Xavier. Xavier, explain what's going on here. Right now, City Lord Xavier is still digesting the information from Commander Wei's earlier statement. Suppressing his shock, he relates everything that happened on site. With every sentence, Commander Wei's expression grows darker. Stealing beasts, covering up cheating, thunder practically brews in his eyes. When he hears that Chen father and son actually wanted to disqualify me, terrifying killing intent suddenly erupts from Commander Wei's entire body. Not long ago, he learned from Yuna that the entire Abyss trial was cleared almost entirely through my efforts alone. He rushed here immediately after handling military affairs specifically to personally commend this young hero. But now the hero's being insulted? You wanted to disqualify Ethan Gu's Cao eligibility? Commander Wei's voice sounds like ice from the 9th level of hell. Every word carries bone-piercing killing intent. Vice Principal Carter's knees slam hard into the ground. Cold sweat pours down his forehead like rain. See Commander Wei. We truly didn't know student Ethan was a first-class medal recipient. We were just following regulations. But noticing Commander Wei's expression darkening further, he quickly changes his tune. Since the circumstances are special, we naturally must handle this specially. Student Ethan Gu's examination qualification is immediately restored. Right now, Carter doesn't dare harbor any ulterior motives. However, Marcus Chen still isn't willing to give up, so he braces himself and speaks up. Commander, even if he's a first-class medal recipient, he should still follow the rules. Hearing the statement, Carter immediately turns his gaze aside in terror. Marcus has stayed in Linyuan City too long, lived within the rules for too many years. He seems to have forgotten that some people don't need to follow rules. They are the rule makers. What are you? You think you can talk rules with me? A whip-like kick explodes like thunder. Marcus Chen flies through the air like a broken sack, slamming heavily into the arena's center and passing out on the spot. Seeing Marcus's miserable state, Carter's body goes limp, nearly collapsing to the ground. Commander Wei's gaze returns to Carter. You know what to do, right? Commander Wei understood. Carter's voice trembles as he forces himself to stand. I declare this examination's champion is Ethan Gu. The entire venue instantly falls into an eerie silence, then erupts in deafening cheers. Unlike others' excitement, Carter feels like he's fallen into an ice cellar. He doesn't know what fate awaits him next. But Commander Wei doesn't even glance at him, turning instead toward the arena. Just when Carter thinks he's escaped disaster, Commander Wei's voice drifts over slowly. Someone like you isn't fit to teach and educate. Go to military headquarters yourself and submit your resignation. Report to the Vanguard Corps tomorrow. This statement strikes Carter's head like a thunderbolt. The Vanguard Corps, also known as the Cannon Fodder Battalion, specifically houses serious criminals and derelict officers. Its mortality rate reaches 70%. Carter's face turns deathly pale, but he doesn't dare utter a single word of protest. Thank you for commanders. Mercy. I'll report tomorrow. His voice comes out hoarse, as if he's aged 10 years in an instant. Commander Wei nods faintly. If not for considering the old principal's feelings given his temperament, he would have already slapped this scum dead on the spot. Soon, Commander Wei reaches the arena. A smile instantly appears on his face. Student Ethan, thank you. You helped Longjia resolve a major threat. I'm still somewhat dazed. After all, just moments ago I was planning to enter university through military recommendation. I never expected the situation to completely reverse in an instant. I quickly snap back to reality and speak urgently. Commander Wei, why did you come to Linyuan City again? Did something go wrong with the trial? You little rascal, from your tone, I can't come to Linyuan City for other matters. Commander Wei deliberately puts on a stern face. No, that's not what I meant. I wave my hands frantically. Given my current status, how could I possibly mind Commander Wei's presence? Seeing me like this, Commander Wei laughs and tosses something over. You left in such a hurry, you even forgot to take this. I brought it for you. I quickly catch it. Radiant crystal contains ultimate light attribute power. Seeing this palm-sized radiant crystal, I finally remember that getting this crystal was the whole point of participating in the trial. I left in such a rush after completing it that I completely forgot about this. Thank you, Commander Wei. I thank him sincerely. Don't be so formal with me. Commander Wei laughs heartily, then suddenly changes topics. By the way, after graduation, any interest in developing your career in our military district? His purpose for coming to Linyuan City this time is twofold. First, to thank me for my contributions. Second, to recruit this this genius into the Southern Military District early. If I wait until I'm at university showing my prowess, his competitors will multiply. I'm stunned by the question. I haven't even entered university yet, and this commander is already booking 4 years ahead? Commander Wei, my Gaokao isn't even finished yet. Isn't it too early to discuss this now? Early? What's early about it? With your strength, becoming Gaokao champion is a done deal. Young people should plan ahead. Seeing Commander Wei's serious expression, my mouth twitches slightly. 4 years contain too many variables. Who can say for sure what'll happen later? I'm truly sorry, Commander Wei. I really don't have such plans right now. Seeing my firm attitude, Commander Wei can only settle for second best. And how about this? If you ever consider joining the military in the future, you must prioritize our Southern Military District. Definitely. Only then does Commander Wei show a satisfied smile. He never really expected to succeed initially anyway. This result is already pretty good. Next, Commander Wei raises his hand, pointing at the Chen father and son lying there like dead dogs. What do you want done with them? My gaze follows Commander Wei's finger. On the arena, the once high and mighty Chen family, father and son, now look utterly pathetic. I look at them coldly, feeling nothing in my heart. Commander Wei, handle them according to law. Commander Wei nods slightly, pauses to consider, then scans the unconscious Chen father and son. Marcus Chen, assigned to Vanguard Corps. When he reaches Dylan, he deliberately slows his speech. As for this one, deliberately harming classmates, abusing beasts, throw him in Linyuan City Prison. Life imprisonment. With Commander Wei's verdict, the Chen father and son's fates are sealed. Before leaving, a mental-type Beastmaster's palm glows ghostly blue, cleanly severing the mental link between Dylan and Lilith. They haven't forgotten. This succubus now belongs to me. Commander Wei looks around, confirming all matters are properly handled. Military duties call. I'll take my leave now. Remember, after graduation, you must prioritize the Southern Military District. I nod solemnly. Seeing this, Commander Wei finally turns satisfied to leave. After walking 2 steps, as if remembering something important, oh right, about the military's second stage exam, considering you and Yuna will be heading to the Elven Secret Realm soon, you can choose not to participate in this month-and-a-half exam. Your score doesn't need testing. You're already first place in this exam. Commander Wei's decision makes my eyes light up. I was just worrying about how to resolve the conflict between the second exam's timing and the Elven Secret Realm. Now, not needing to participate in the military exam directly saves me a heap of trouble. This military commander comes and goes like the wind. In the blink of an eye, he's already left Linyuan City, leaving behind only 2 precious gifts, the radiant crystal glowing with warm light, and a first-class honor medal. This is really something good. City Lord Xavier stands beside me at some point, his gaze burning as he stares at that medal, full of envy. A first-class honor medal not only lets you mobilize city defense forces, but in critical moments can also requisition a special task force. Don't underestimate this badge's weight. Thanks to City Lord Xavier's reminder, I finally realize how precious the object in my hand is. I carefully put it away immediately. After I secure it, City Lord Xavier continues. Oh right, that injured girl. I've already sent the best healers over. She should recover soon. Thank you, City Lord. City Lord Xavier waves dismissively. My gaze inadvertently falls on the restrained Lilith. My eyes turn cold. City Lord, I want Roxy Shen to sign a slave contract with this succubus. Slave contract? City Lord Xavier's eyebrows rise slightly, then he nods knowingly. Indeed, this kind of master-killing beast should be bound by the strictest contract. I agree. On the other side, in the medical room, class president, Ethan avenged you. Dylan got all 4 limbs broken on the arena. Commander Wei personally intervened. The Chen family's completely finished. Class president, don't be sad. Our whole team pooled money together. We'll definitely buy you a better beast. That's right, class president. The second exam's still waiting for you to lead the team. Class president, pull yourself together. I just reached the medical room door when I hear Roxy's teammates comforting her inside. I turn my head to look at Lilith. Right now, Lilith's scarlet pupils contract slightly. An ominous premonition suddenly wells up in her heart. I raise my hand and knock gently on the medical room door. The conversation inside stops abruptly. A moment later, the door cracks open, revealing a familiar face. Ethan? The teammate opening the door's eyes widen, then she hastily steps aside. Quick, come in! I nod politely and step inside. Inside the medical room, a sharp-witted female teammate reacts first, immediately starting to shoo people out. Everyone out! Out! She pushes teammates toward the exit like herding chickens. After everyone else leaves, Roxy clutches the blanket corner, her toes curling nervously. Ethan, why are you here? Your injuries were caused because of me. Coming to visit is only right, isn't it? Roxy answers hurriedly. We're all classmates. Helping each other is normal. Besides visiting you, there's another matter. Finishing the sentence, I turn my head, my gaze falling on Lilith. Right now, the ominous premonition in Lilith's heart grows stronger and stronger. Apologize. My voice suddenly turns sharp. Startled by the sudden command, Lilith immediately drops to her knees. Sorry. She repeats the apology mechanically, but her eyes stay fixed on me the whole time, without a trace of genuine remorse. Seeing this, I shake my head. The last bit of hesitation in my eyes completely dissipates. Unchangeable nature. I was still debating whether to use a slave contract on a beast. Now it seems this decision couldn't be more correct. Seeing Lilith's action, Roxy freezes for a moment, but quickly catches on. Ethan, you don't need to do this. Back then, it was because of Dylan's orders that she— Call me master! My sudden command freezes the entire medical room. Roxy stares at me in disbelief, wondering if she misheard. Your beast was killed because of me, wasn't it? Now I'm returning you one. No, that won't work. How can I? Hearing my words clearly, Roxy frantically waves her hands in refusal. So anxious, her eyes redden. Sure, she doesn't have a beast right now, but she absolutely can't accept my beast. If she takes this epic grade beast, what about Ethan reaching transcendent level? I've already decided what contract to use. Refusing won't work. I make my attitude forcefully clear, not giving Roxy any chance to decline. Kneeling on the ground, Lilith's entire body turns ice cold. She can accept failure, can even calmly face death, but the one thing she cannot accept is being transferred to some mediocre human. No, don't. I won't follow her. Lilith suddenly springs up, her dark purple eyes turning red, filled with incomprehension. Ethan, even if I once betrayed you, you shouldn't humiliate me like this. I may not compare to that angel, but I'm still a genuine epic grade beast you actually want to give me to. Watching the crumbling Lilith, I laugh coldly, my eyes icy. Epic grade is strong? And about you saying you don't want to, do you have a choice? Before I finish speaking, Leora reaches out and firmly pins Lilith in place. I slowly raise my hand. A blood-colored 5-pointed star array glowing crimson appears in the void. Slave contract. Lilith's pupils shrink to pinpoints, her voice distorting with terror. But my movements don't pause for even a second. Under Lilith's despairing gaze, the blood-colored runes mercilessly sink into her forehead. Seeing the contract complete successfully, I breathe a sigh of relief. This is my first time executing a slave contract. I didn't expect it to succeed in one try. However, because Roxy only has awakened tier 5 strength, the The originally awakened Tier 8 Lilith's level drops accordingly. But as long as Roxy's level rises, Lilith's power will quickly climb back up. Only now does Roxy come back to her senses, staring at her own palm in disbelief. An epic grade beast just became her contracted beast like that, and with an absolutely obedient slave contract. Lilith kneels on the ground, her face full of unwillingness, yet unable to resist due to the contract's binding. Tears of humiliation shimmer in her dark purple eyes, but she doesn't dare utter a single word of complaint. Alright, matter settled. I clap my hands and stand up. With this done, I can finally rest for 2 days. Class president, if there's nothing else, I'll head out first. Roxy wants to call me back, but I take my leave. Watching my departing figure, Roxy instinctively reaches out wanting to stop me, but ultimately says nothing, only letting her arm drop powerlessly. The next 2 days, I rarely get to leisurely tour Linyuan City with Leora. From cuisine to local customs, I take my little one to experience everything, until the second exam begins. That day, I bring Leora to the assembly plaza and immediately spot an unexpected person. Yuna, the girl in snow-white clothes, walks gracefully over, an energetic elderly person at her side. What are you doing here? Seeing me, Yuna's steps falter slightly. A hint of fluster flashes through her cold eyes. Yuna presses her lips together, hesitating for a long while before slowly speaking. The secret realm, her voice is very soft. I don't notice anything unusual about the girl. After all, in my impression, Yuna has always been this taciturn. But standing to the side, Stellan Ying narrows his eyes. As the guardian who's watched Yuna grow up since childhood, he keenly catches his young lady's difference. His young lady used to focus entirely on her own beast, never getting distracted by external matters. But now, Stellan Ying's gaze sweeps back and forth over me, thinking to himself, did Miss insist on coming to Linyuan City because of this boy? But reconsidering, his duty is merely protecting Yuna's safety. As for Yuna's romantic matters, let the clan leader worry about that. There's still over 40 days until the secret realm closes. I'm planning to participate in the military exam first, raise my strength to awaken tier 9 before entering. So I want to join the military's second exam first. My gaze falls on Yuna. My original intent in saying this is to let Yuna make her own arrangements, then we'll meet up when the time is right. But instead, I'm participating too. I'm momentarily speechless, my mouth opening to say something, but seeing Yuna's matter-of-fact expression, I finally just sigh helplessly. Participate if you want then. With Yuna's strength plus that unfathomable elderly guardian, there definitely won't be any danger. Besides, I can't control what Yuna decides anyway, so might as well let it be. Soon, time arrives at exam day. After the familiar dizzying sensation, the 50 students who passed the first round now find themselves in a brand new world. Towering ancient trees rise from the ground. A faint haze drifts through the air. In the distance, a Longxia nation flag flutters in the dimensional rift's unique breeze before the military's temporary command post. Last time Commander Wei brought me here, I couldn't see clearly what the dimensional rift entrance looked like. For me, this is really my first time formally stepping into a dimensional rift. Right now, a military officer steps out. Exam begins. As the order drops, students shoot toward the exam area like arrows from a bow. Entering the exam area earlier means a better chance of leveling up higher. I instinctively scan the surroundings and notice Roxy's Lilith seems to rank in the top 5 among all the beasts. Combined with her command abilities far exceeding Dylan's, even if I don't participate, Linyuan City has an excellent chance of taking first this time. Watching students successively enter the exam area, I finally turn my head toward Yuna. So, you're coming with me? Looking at Yuna, who seems to have latched onto me, I feel somewhat helpless. If I didn't know Stellan Ying is lurking nearby, I'd really think I'm some creep luring an innocent girl. According to Stellan Ying, unless I encounter life-threatening danger, he won't intervene. But I know Stellan Ying should be hiding nearby somewhere. I just can't sense his presence at all with my current transcendent level mental power. Still, after brief consideration, I accept Yuna accompanying me. After all, with her Frost Phoenix helping control enemies, Leora's leveling efficiency will definitely improve dramatically. Thinking this, I don't hesitate anymore and lead Yuna straight toward the exam area. The entire exam area is divided into low, mid, and high-level zones. I take Yuna directly into the high-level area. Basically, all demon creatures here are above awakened tier 6. This area should only open during the exam's late stages, yet we just brazenly stride right in. And this area happens to be managed by Claire Tang. Right now, she's sitting in this zone, idly teasing her own beast. As a transcendent level beast master, if not for accompanying Kiana, she definitely wouldn't be here. Plus, since the exam just started, there's no way anyone would come to this area yet. How am I going to survive this whole month? As she mutters to herself, her beast suddenly sends an alert. 2 students have entered the high-level area. What? The chips in Claire's hand drop to the ground with a plop. Which reckless fool is charging in here right from the start? Though complaining verbally, her movements are lightning fast. As exam proctor and safety officer, she must immediately rush over to check the situation. Her figure flashes and she's already speeding toward our location. Meanwhile, Yuna and I haven't gone far into the high-level area when 3 massive ogres block our path. These awakened tier 9 demon creatures reek of nauseating rot. Dark purple skin covers their bodies, marked with vicious patterns. My eyes sharpen. Demons are different from demon beasts. The latter are infected and corrupted by demon energy, but the former are actually born from demon energy itself. Nobody knows where they come from. We only know they're the common mortal enemy of all intelligent races. By grade, they're divided into 6 levels: demon soldier, demon guard, demon general, demon lord, demon king, demon god, corresponding respectively to beast grades of common, elite, superior, epic, legendary, mythic. These 3 ogres before us are all demon general level existences. But seeing these 3 demons, I'm actually delighted. The whole point of entering the high level area is killing demons to level up. Now they're delivering themselves to us. Perfect. However, when Claire Tang arrives on scene, the sight before her makes her pupils contract sharply. 3 awakened tier 9 demon general grade ogres? These aren't opponents fresh graduate beastmasters can handle at all. Her gaze sweeps over me, the young man in the field, and suddenly feels somewhat familiar. She hurriedly pulls out the photo Kiana gave her and compares. Isn't this Kiana's little brother? Claire gasps. Why is this kid charging into the high level area on exam day 1? She immediately assumes battle stance. If her best friend's brother gets hurt right under her nose, she'll never have the face to see Kiana again. But just as she's about to intervene, an unbelievable scene unfolds. Not only do we not run away, we actually take offensive stances. Right now, Yuna and I exchange a knowing glance. You control, I output. Good? Good. Before Yuna even finishes speaking, the Frost Moon Phoenix spreads its wings and cries out, Frostfall Storm! A bone-chilling frost storm sweeps outward. The 3 ogres instantly get covered in ice crystals, their movements immediately slowing. Naturally, I won't miss this opportunity. Leora, Divine Judgment. Crimson Swordlight explodes like thunder. The center ogre hasn't even broken free from the frost before getting cleaved in half. The remaining 2 demons roar in fury but get closed in on by Leora's ghostly figure in an instant. Though only awakened tier 6, her stats already crush these tier 9 demons. The sword light flashes again. Both ogres fall. As 3 clusters of blue light sink into my forehead, Leora's aura suddenly surges. Leveled up again, rising to awakened tier 7, Leora's stats increase once more. I roughly estimate her attributes. Even ordinary awakened tier 9 beasts can't match Leora's stats anymore. Nearby, the Frostmoon Phoenix also breaks through to awakened tier 7 thanks to this battle. In the distance, witnessing everything, Claire Tang rubs her eyes in disbelief. She once joked with Kiana that a genius's sibling definitely wouldn't be bad, but seeing it with her own eyes, she realizes how wrong she was. This isn't not bad. This is straight up monstrous. 2 awakened tier 6 beastmasters working together just slice through 3 awakened tier 9 demon generals like cutting vegetables. She knows when she was awakened tier 6, dealing with even 1 awakened tier 8 demon general was incredibly difficult. Claire swallows involuntarily. She must apologize for her earlier judgment. With this kind of strength, the National Guardian Academy will probably fight tooth and nail to recruit him. Watching our figures continue deeper, Claire suddenly looks forward to seeing Kiana's expression when she sees her brother's power. She was a broken winged angel, abandoned by the entire world. But the moment I laid eyes on her, I didn't hesitate for a second. I terminated my contract with Lilith, my epic rank succubus who had betrayed me, and bonded with this angel as my first true companion instead. Everyone at school laughed at me, calling me an idiot. I just smiled and said nothing. Then I sold everything I owned to gather 3 rare materials, and activated her hidden bloodline, the 12-winged angel. Right now, inside the trial grounds, I watch as Skylar commands his war trent to strangle and bind the trial golem with its roots. The instant my order drops, Skylar wastes no time directing the war trent to attack. And while he's moving, I'm not just standing around either. Almost simultaneously, crimson flames erupt around Leora. Her seraph mode activates fully, and she transforms into a blazing streak of fire, shooting straight toward the golem. I turn to Yuna. Have your phoenix release Frostfall Storm. Freeze its joints. Got it. The Frostmoon Phoenix lets out a sharp, clear cry. Its wings beat once, and a freezing torrent surges toward the golem like a tidal wave, forming thick layers of ice crystals around the joints, already tangled in roots. My eyes stay locked on Leora the entire time. This is the only strategy I could come up with to defeat this trial golem. If we let it activate its stable barrier and boost its defenses even further, our chances of killing it drop to almost 0. So we have to finish it now, before it can react. Divine Judgment. Mid-flight, Leora's power surges. Her seraph wings leave brilliant trails of fire in her wake. By the time she closes in on the golem, the flames burning around her shine as bright as the sun itself. Seeing this, both Skylar and Yuna's eyes light up with excitement. They can clearly feel it. Leora's pressure right now rivals the trial golems. As long as our control holds, we're definitely clearing this trial. But my expression stays grim. My gaze bores into the trial golem, and unease churns in my gut like a rising tide. This is too easy. Everything's going too smoothly. By my calculations, the odds of Skylar and Yuna successfully restraining the golem should have been less than 30%, but in reality, they've locked it down without breaking a sweat. Something's wrong. The moment the golem's eyes flare with crimson light, my heart seizes. A violent wave of danger crashes over me. Leora, retreat now! Hearing my shout, Leora hesitates for only a split second, but she trusts me completely. Without question, she folds her seraph wings and rockets backward. In that exact instant, the war treant's roots shatter inch by inch. The Frostmoon Phoenix's ice melts away in seconds. The trial golem slams both fists together and drives them into the ground like a meteor strike. A violent shockwave explodes outward, the floor cracks apart, and debris flies everywhere. Leora barely dodges the attack. Her heart pounds. If she'd been even half a second slower, with the golem's terrifying 340 points of strength plus skill amplification, even in seraph mode, that hit would have critically injured or outright killed her. Seeing Leora escape safely, I let out a breath of relief. But as I take in the battlefield, my chest tightens again. I was right. This trial golem isn't some mindless construct. It has battle intelligence. Its real target from the start was Leora. It only pretended to be restrained by the war treant and Frostmoon Phoenix to lure her in close, then ambush and eliminate the biggest threat on the field. The golem misses its strike. Its crimson mechanical eyes snap toward the war treant. Skylar, pull back the treant! But it's too late. The golem moves like lightning. Almost the instant I shout, it becomes a blur, charging straight at the war treant. The treant hastily raises an iron curtain barrier, but the stat gap is insurmountable. With a dull crash, the war treant is sent flying like a broken kite, slamming into the circular chamber's wall and embedding deep into the stone. It's unclear whether it's even alive. The golem's gaze shifts again, this time locking onto the Frostmoon Phoenix. Leora, save the Phoenix! If the Frostmoon Phoenix takes a hit like that, this trial is as good as failed. Fortunately, Leora's speed stat is nearly 50 points higher than the golem's. She turns into a crimson streak of light, yanking the Phoenix out of the danger zone just before the golem's massive fist crashes down. Her seraph wings whip up scorching gusts of heat. Leora lands steadily beside me with the Phoenix in tow, then spreads her wings wide, shielding both of us behind her as she glares warily at the trial golem in the distance. The battle has turned on its head. Skylar's unconscious, the war treant's out of commission, and our entire ambush plan has crumbled against this golem's combat instincts. Yuna's face is tense. She turns to me, her voice low. Ethan, what do we do now? I don't answer right away. My mind races, my eyes darting between the trial golem and Leora. Awakened, rank 9. Overwhelming stats. Unless I use Leora's ultimate skill, there's almost no way to beat this thing head on. But if I do that, my only beast will fall into hibernation, and Leora's growth will be massively delayed. Just as I'm weighing my options, Yuna suddenly speaks up in a firm voice. If I can hold it down, can you finish it in one hit? I whip my head toward her, surprise flashing in my eyes. Then I notice the Phoenix's skill set and instantly understand her plan. The Frostmoon Phoenix's ultimate skill will leave the beast weakened, sure, but the cost is far less severe than Leora's. My gaze returns to Leora, and I nod without hesitation. If you can control it, Leora can definitely take down this golem. Determination blazes in Yuna's eyes. Frostmoon Phoenix, use frost binding. As her command falls, the Frostmoon Phoenix's body erupts in blinding ice blue light. My pupils contract. A new data panel appears before my eyes. Before activating its ultimate skill, the Phoenix's mental stat rockets upward by a full 200 points, and every other stat surges by 100. So that's how it works. Beast ultimate skills boost the beast stats to amplify the skill's effects. Leora, get ready. Hearing my command, Leora's amber eyes burning with crimson flames lock onto the trial golem. The fire around her body explodes in intensity. At the same time, the Phoenix's aura climbs to its peak. Ice and fire, two completely opposite energies, rampage across the trial space, frost and flames intertwining across the entire battlefield. The trial golem clearly senses the threat. Its eyes flash red. Stable barrier. A black metallic sheen shield materializes instantly, but the Frostmoon Phoenix's ultimate skill doesn't freeze from the outside in. It's the exact opposite. With a crisp crackling sound, ice crystals suddenly form inside the barrier, covering the golem's entire body. The frost spreads at terrifying speed across its surface. Its body under attack. The golem's stable barrier shatters instantly. Ethan, hurry! The Phoenix's burst state only lasts 5 seconds. I'm not wasting this chance. Leora now! A crimson streak of light tears through the air. Leora charges forward like a falling star, her flaming sword aimed directly at the golem's mechanical head. Divine Judgment! The blade collides with the alloy skull, releasing an ear-splitting metallic screech. The blazing sword slowly sinks into the golem's head, molten metal and scorching sparks erupting on impact. Just when we all think the trial's about to end, the frozen golem's eyes suddenly burst with blinding blood-red light. Pitch-black energy mist pours from its joint seams, instantly corroding the ice on its surface. Both Yuna and I freeze, our pupils dilating. What the hell is that? In my vision, the status panel is warping violently. Data reshuffling. Core transformation. Yuna and I lock eyes, and we both gasp at the same time. All the mystery suddenly makes sense. Why is the Abyss Trial's difficulty so insane? The entry requirement is Awakened Rank 5, but the final enemy is close to Transcendent Tier. The entire trial space has been infiltrated by demonic energy. Under its influence, the golem's stats have been slowly rising. If these things weren't lifeless constructs, their growth would be even more terrifying. Soon, cracks begin forming in the ice covering the golem's head. It regains mobility, and its gaze slowly shifts, locking directly onto Yuna and me. After being corrupted, its intelligence has clearly improved. Two powerful beasts are one thing, but if it just kills their masters first, a bone-deep chill runs through both of us. The trial golem's gaze fixes on us like a venomous snake. With a sharp cracking sound, the ice covering the golem's body explodes outward. Its mechanical arm moves at shocking speed, grabbing a shard of flying ice. In an instant, it completes the aiming, charging, and throwing sequence. The ice shard becomes a deadly flash of light, shooting straight for Yuna's throat. The Frostmoon Phoenix lets out a heart-wrenching cry, desperately trying to fly in and block it. But having just used its ultimate skill, it can barely stand, let alone move. It can only watch helplessly as death closes in on its master. Yuna's mind goes blank. The shadow of death engulfs her. The ice shard's cold gleam expands rapidly in her pupils. Leora, divine protection. My roar echoes through the trial space. In an instant, a brilliant golden barrier descends like a divine shield, completely enveloping Yuna. This is one of Leora's 4 core skills. Divine protection, an ultimate defense that can block one fatal attack with absolute certainty. The ice shard slams into the golden barrier with a deafening crash, but it can't break through the seemingly fragile wall. Seeing Yuna safe, I turn back, my gaze locking onto the trial golem. Now, facing this monster with 400 in all stats, I have no choice but to use Leora's ultimate skill. At this moment, Leora seems to sense what I'm thinking deep down. She suddenly lifts her golden eyes, unwavering determination shining in them. Master, I can do this! Leora's golden pupils contract sharply, boring into the crack at the golem's neck. Just a little stronger, just a little more. A flame of refusal burns in her chest, hotter than even the fire around her body. She won't allow her master to show that conflicted expression because of her. She refuses to be that weak, powerless version of herself ever again. The trial golem's crimson electronic eyes suddenly turn toward Leora. Its mechanical arm emits a harsh metallic screech. If it can't kill the masters, then it'll destroy the most dangerous angel first. Leora, fall back! My shout is desperate, but this time the girl doesn't move an inch. She pours every ounce of her power into her blade. This time, I will. Crimson flames erupt skyward. Her 4 light wings expand to their absolute limit. And even more shocking, 2 additional translucent wing silhouettes appear behind her. The phantom of a 6-winged angel materializes in the sea of fire, sacred and imposing. Seeing Leora's stats, my pupils shrink. Just like the Frostmoon Phoenix, she's in a special state. But Leora hasn't even activated her ultimate skill. Yuna, still catching her breath, staggers to her feet. When her eyes land on Leora, her pupils contract to pinpoints. Critical state? I whip my head toward her, confusion written all over my face. What's a critical state? According to my family's ancient records, when a beast's talent and will resonate at their peak, there's a small chance they can enter this state. It's incredibly rare and has almost 0 side effects, though the stat boost is slightly smaller than an ultimate skill. Learning there are no side effects, the weight on my chest finally lifts. My gaze refocuses on the center of the battlefield. Right now, the trial golem's mechanical arm freezes just an inch from Leora, completely stopped by a blood-red energy shield. Its crimson eyes flicker violently, and the demonic energy inside its body trembles uncontrollably. In the golem's perception, the aura radiating from this beast has now matched, or even surpassed, its own. Danger. Extreme danger. At this moment, only one thought burns in Leora's mind. I must win. Die. With that earth-shattering roar, the frozen sword suddenly erupts with blinding light. The blade slices through the air, and time itself seems to freeze. Against absolute power, the golem's alloy body tears apart like tissue paper. With a deafening crash, the massive mechanical frame slams into the ground. The moment its core goes dark, a pure blue energy orb rises from the wreckage, splitting into 2 in midair. Killing demonic creatures is the only way for beasts to level up, and now that this golem's been corrupted, it counts as a demonic entity. After absorbing the blue orb, Leora's body glows with brilliant golden light. I feel my mental power surge once again. Level up! I stare at the skyrocketing numbers on my panel, my fingertips trembling slightly. Absolutely insane. Normal awakened rank 8 beasts cap at around 150 points per stat, but Leora's pushing close to 180 across the board. I glance toward Leora, but she's frozen in place like she's been hit with a paralysis spell. Her light wings are still spread wide, but she's completely motionless. My heart skips a beat. The worst case scenario flashes through my mind. Something's wrong. Without thinking, I rush forward, but when I get close, I realize the little angel is just grinning at empty air, her cheeks flushed an abnormal shade of red. I did it. Master's definitely going to be happy. Just as I'm standing there, torn between laughter and exasperation at the sight of Leora's silly grin, the stone wall ahead suddenly rumbles and slowly parts to either side. An ethereal, distant voice echoes through the trial space. Congratulations to all who have passed the ancient trial. The blessings of the Elven clan are with you. Brilliant green light weaves through the air, condensing into 3 crystal clear ranking crystals. Final evaluation: Ethan, triple S rank, highest in history. Yuna, double S rank, excellent. Skylar, S rank, good. Immediately after, 3 beams of light in different colors descend from above. I'm engulfed in a dazzling golden pillar, and a series of notifications ring in my mind. Obtained Beast Talent Enhancement Potion, Legendary Grade. Obtained Beast Space Core. Obtained Elven Realm Key. Unlocked Secret Realm Passage. Yuna's silver pillar contains a potion and a key. Obtained Beast Talent Enhancement Potion, Epic Grade. Obtained Elven Realm Key. In front of Skylar, a jade green healing light shines. Obtained Spring of Life Essence. Can fully restore beast injuries. I focus on the 3 items hovering before me, my attention drawn to the golden potion first. Beast Talent Enhancement Potion, Legendary Grade. Effect: raises a legendary rank beast's talent by 2 stars. Seeing the potion's description, my breathing quickens. A 2-star talent leap is enough to push Leora's stats up by another huge margin. The Beast Space Core is a translucent, diamond-shaped crystal with starlight-like particles flowing inside. Beast Space Core, Legendary Grade. Effect: allows a Beastmaster to construct a complete complete beast space ahead of schedule. After reading its description, shock hits me. Construct a complete beast space ahead of schedule? You'd normally need to reach transcendent tier to condense a personal beast space. But with this core, I can do it during the awakened tier? This is game-breaking. As for the last item, I'm a bit confused. I can't view any information about this key. I reach out and lightly touch it. The key transforms into a stream of light, merging into my forehead. A flood of information rushes in. Elven Burial Realm. Entry requirement. Collect all 3 keys. Time remaining, 49 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes. Warning, expires permanently after deadline. After processing all the keys information, I finally understand what it's for. This trial was basically a test. Only geniuses who pass earn the right to enter the Elven Burial Realm and claim the inheritance left behind. The catch? You need all 3 keys to get in. Right now I've got one, Yuna's got another, and the last one's whereabouts are still unknown. Looking at these 3 items, my gaze finally settles on the translucent beast space core. This core is what'll push me to the next level. Once I successfully condense my beast space, Leora's growth won't be limited to hunting demons anymore. She'll be able to stay in the beast space and train anytime, anywhere. Plus, we'll unlock brand new tactical combinations through the space, achieving true synchronized combat. Without hesitation, I activate the core radiating starlight in my hand. The translucent crystal instantly transforms into a beam of light, shooting straight into my forehead. In an instant, a surge of mental power floods my mind sea like a tidal wave. The previously blurry outline of my beast space is now rapidly taking shape, every detail forming at visible speed. At the same time, Leora looks up as the golden talent enhancement potion transforms into a dazzling golden beam, completely enveloping her. Powerful energy fluctuations ripple through the circular chamber. Evolution begins. Meanwhile, outside the trial grounds, dusk bleeds across the sky like spilled blood. Commander Wei stands at the forefront of the defense line, hundreds of soldiers in formation behind him. He's already had the breach left open after the second checkpoint, secured with heavy defenses. Now, only the final checkpoint remains. Once the 3 of them clear it, the entire Longxia Nation's defense line will connect seamlessly. After that, leveling up new beast masters will become significantly easier. It's been half a day. The 3rd checkpoint still isn't cleared. Do you think they failed? The deputy asks quietly, hesitation in his voice. Commander Wei's gaze doesn't waver, fixed firmly on the sealed barrier ahead. I believe in them. 5 short, decisive words hit like a hammer. The deputy pauses, then nods in understanding. True enough, this trial group is the strongest in recent years. If they can't break through, no one can. Suddenly, a crisp, shattering sound breaks the silence. Hearing it, both Commander Wei and the deputy snap their heads around at the same time. The barrier seal is breaking. That means the 3 of them cleared it. All units, attention. Commander Wei's roar shakes the air. Barrier seal broken. Prepare for combat. Hundreds of soldiers respond in unison. Yes, sir. Their voices roll like thunder. As the final crack echoes, the barrier seal shatters completely. From the massive breach, countless demonic creatures let out piercing shrieks, surging forward like a tidal wave. Commander Wei watches the demon tide, his sovereign tier beast pressure blanketing the entire battlefield. If even one of these demons escapes, his eyes sharpen. Military justice will be served. The battle is about to begin. Back on the high platform, City Lord Xavier watches as Roxy gets staggered yet again by the succubus's mental assault. He finally can't hold back. Vice Principal Carter, don't you think this match has gone too far? Carter's smile freezes for a split second. Then he forces it back into place, even brighter than before. City Lord, you're overthinking it. Young people sparring inevitably get a little rough. Dylan's always had good judgment, wouldn't you say? Carter's absolutely right. Marcus, sitting beside him, immediately jumps in. My boy knows when to hold back. City Lord, you're worrying too much. Xavier watches the 2 of them play off each other, his expression growing colder by the second. There's absolutely no reason for this arena match to continue. But judging by their attitudes, they clearly intend to let Dylan keep humiliating that girl on stage. Xavier's fists clench slightly, but he ultimately stays silent. Longxia Nation's ironclad rule. Military and political powers are separate, and the education system operates independently. Even as City Lord, he has no authority to interfere with the exam. He didn't need to attend this exam personally. He only came because he was curious about the quadruple S-rank genius Commander Wei personally escorted away. But instead of seeing Ethan in action, he's stuck watching these 2 clowns ruin his mood. Xavier snorts coldly and says nothing more, but his gaze on Dylan grows colder and colder. Down in the arena, Dylan seems to be getting bored. He waves his hand lazily, and Lilith immediately stops her attacks. Dylan strolls leisurely up to Roxy. So, tell me, what's your relationship with Ethan? Why were you willing to stall for him earlier? Roxy struggles to lift her head, spitting out a mouthful of blood. Like hell, I'm telling you. Dylan's smile deepens, but it sends chills down everyone's spines. No worries. Your relationship with him doesn't really matter to me. Just answer one question, and I'll let you surrender with dignity. How's that? Seeing Roxy's cold glare, he continues without waiting. Who do you think is stronger, me or Ethan? Think carefully before you answer. He deliberately emphasizes the last few words, but Roxy suddenly laughs. Blood drips from her chin, but it can't hide the mockery in her eyes. Dylan, you're pathetic. Is that all you've got? She enunciates each word slowly. You're nowhere near Ethan's level. Those words cut like a blade, instantly piercing Dylan's facade. His pupils contract violently, and his face twists for just a moment. Very well. He straightens up abruptly and snaps his fingers at Lilith. Lilith's crimson tongue flicks across her lips, her eyes gleaming with twisted excitement. A sickening crack echoes across the entire plaza. Roxy's body convulses violently. Her nails dig deep into her palms, but she swallows the scream threatening to escape. Dylan adjusts his sleeves methodically, then kicks Roxy's face with the tip of his shoe. You should be grateful this is happening in the arena. Dylan turns to leave, then tosses out a casual command. Lilith, kill that wolf. Hearing that, even Roxy, dulled by pain, freezes. But in the next moment, overwhelming panic floods her. They're going to kill my beast. Even after being beaten bloody by Lilith without crying out once, tears now stream from the girl's eyes. This time, she's afraid. Dylan, please, don't. But Dylan's footsteps don't slow for even a second. Too late. Lilith licks her lips and appears in front of the Shadowfrost wolf in an instant. In Roxy's despairing gaze, Lilith's slender tail pierces the wolf's forehead like a blade, spraying crimson blood. The beast contract shatters. Roxy coughs up a mouthful of blood and collapses onto the arena like a broken puppet. The crowd watching all this happen falls completely silent for a moment. Did that beast just get killed by Dylan? Isn't that against the rules? But the referee didn't stop him the entire time. Something's fishy here. Haven't you noticed? Dylan's opponents always end up in terrible shape. Now that you mention it, yeah. Not a single beast has left the arena in one piece. Roxy's got it the worst though. Her beast actually got killed. Amid the chaotic murmurs, Dylan slowly turns around, his gaze cutting through the crowd and locking onto me. You think you can oppose me? You're not even close. But I don't react to Dylan's provocation at all. I stay completely calm. Leora, standing beside me, can clearly sense the chilling cold radiating from my body, cold enough to freeze the air itself. Leora, my voice is calm. terrifyingly calm. When we get on that stage, go all out. The little angel nods firmly. Even with her naturally kind heart, rare fury now burns in her eyes. Match concluded. Dylan wins! The referee's voice carries a hint of urgency. Before he even finishes speaking, he's already waving the medical team onto the stage. Roxy lies on the stretcher, her face deathly pale, dried blood still staining the corners of her mouth. The medics quickly carry her away from the blood-stained arena. The finals will begin in 1 hour. Contestants, please prepare. The referee hastily announces the schedule and practically flees the scene. His retreating figure looks almost panicked. The incident of Roxy's beast being publicly killed has already sparked intense backlash among the students. Right now, he needs to report this immediately. Up on the viewing platform, Carter's showering Marcus with flattery. Marcus, Dylan's progress is incredible. At this rate, breaking through to transcendent tier is just around the corner. Marcus waves his hand with feigned modesty. He's still far from it. Only awakened rank 8. Even as he says it, the smugness in his expression is impossible to hide. Xavier watches the Chen brothers' performance coldly, finally unable to hold back. Vice Principal Carter, according to regulations, deliberately killing an opponent's beast during an exam should result in disqualification, shouldn't it? Hearing Xavier say this, Carter immediately puts on a troubled expression. Clearly, he has no intention of following the rules. Marcus quickly jumps in. My son made a terrible mistake in a moment of carelessness, leading to this tragic outcome. But rest assured, City Lord will fully compensate the student for her loss. City Lord, accidents happen during sparring between young people. Xavier's expression grows colder. What a convenient accident. Publicly killing a beast that's already lost the ability to fight back. Such blatant brutality, and you two brush it off as a simple slip-up? Are you treating me, the City Lord, like a fool? Or are you treating the entire population of Linyuan City like fools? Just then, the referee who left earlier hurries back. City Lord, President Chen, Vice Principal, Carter lazily lifts an eyelid. What is it? The referee glances around nervously, his throat bobbing several times before he croaks out. Many students have raised objections to the previous match. Carter and Marcus exchange a meaningful look. After a moment, Carter slaps his knee as if suddenly enlightened. You're right, the exam rules did have a loophole, which led to this unfortunate accident. Here's what we'll do. He smooths out a non-existent wrinkle on his suit. For the next match, we'll add 2 new rules. First, beasts are prohibited from attacking beast masters. Second, if a situation arises that may result in a beast's death, the referee has the authority to intervene. The referee opens his mouth, the words catching in his throat before he swallows them back down. He desperately wants to say that the students aren't protesting the rules, they're protesting Dylan's outright slaughter. But seeing Carter's sharp gaze, he ultimately just bows deeply. I'll announce it right away. When this half-hearted new rule is broadcast over the speakers, the audience erupts in boos. This is rigged. They're just sweeping the whole thing under the rug like it's nothing. What about Roxy's injuries? What about her beast? Roxy's teammates stand up, their eyes red, their fists clenched white. As a last grain of sand falls through the hourglass, the referee steps back onto the arena. The finals will now begin. Ethan versus Dylan. 2 figures leap onto the stage almost simultaneously. My gaze sweeps over the succubus cradled in Dylan's arms. Everything started with this succubus. Lilith squirms uncomfortably, her crimson eyes darting away, refusing to meet mine. Are both contestants ready? The referee stands at the center of the arena, addressing both of us. I nod slightly, but Dylan suddenly raises his hand. The referee sighs but has no choice but to let him speak. Dylan steps forward slowly, calculation gleaming in his eyes. Ethan, don't you want to take back the succubus that was stolen from you? I freeze for a moment, my gaze flicking briefly to Leora. I get it now. Looks like the Chen family set their sights on Leora again. How about we add a wager to this match? Loser terminates their contract with their beast. Sound good? What's the matter? Are you scared? Dylan presses harder. This was something Marcus specifically told him to do before the match. That Angel's talent is at least epic rank. With Dylan about to hit transcendent tier, he's still missing 1 beast. Watching Dylan's little performance, I almost laugh out loud. It's ridiculous. A beast who's supposed to be a companion being used as a betting chip. I'm about to refuse when a clear voice suddenly rings out across the arena. Fine, we accept. I turn my head in surprise. My usually gentle little angel now has a completely serious expression, her amber eyes burning with unprecedented determination. Master, please trust me. I won't let you down. Besides, that traitor should be judged by you anyway. Sensing the little one's unwavering resolve, I smile. If my little angel's already spoken up, there's no way I'm backing down as her master. I meet Dylan's smug gaze head on, my voice steady. I accept your wager. A victorious grin spreads across Dylan's face. He can't wait. He snaps his fingers. A woman in professional attire immediately walks onto the stage carrying a gold embossed document. The words dual contract gleam in the sunlight. Sign this, and no one can back out. Greed flashes in Dylan's eyes. I glance coldly over the contract's contents, a mocking smirk tugging at my lips. How prepared. Then, with a bold stroke, I sign my name. The contract is immediately delivered respectfully into the City Lord's hands. Xavier toys with the freshly acquired contract, his gaze sweeping over the smug Marcus. This idiot probably has no idea that Ethan is the genius Commander Wei personally endorsed. Sure, the kid's only awakened rank 6, but the aura radiating from that angel rivals even awakened rank 9 beasts. And more importantly, Xavier's eyes glint with amusement. Just 10 minutes ago, he received a message. Commander Wei is already close to Linyuan City, and apparently, his visit has something to do with Ethan. If that iron-blooded commander finds out about all this, the Chen family's title as Linyuan City's #1 trading company is probably about to change hands. This wager is certified by the City Lord's office. Violators will face maximum penalties. Soon, the referee returns to the arena. Match, begin. As those words fall, Dylan finally stops pretending. His unrestrained laughter echoes across the stage. Ethan, I can't believe you actually signed that dual contract. Should I call you confident in your own strength, or just plain stupid? You think an awakened rank 6 beast can win you first place in this exam? How naive. My succubus is awakened rank 8. Before he can finish, a surge of cold, sinister energy explodes outward. Dark purple energy ripples swirl around Lilith. The pressure of an awakened rank 8 beast crashes over the arena like a physical force. But my expression has gone completely ice cold. Leora, the succubus is yours. Show her what it means to be a beast. Dylan's about to mock me when his pupils suddenly shrink. A heavy punch slams into Lilith's abdomen so fast it doesn't even leave an after image. The awakened rank 8 succubus crumples to the ground like a broken ragdoll. Impossible. Lilith's pupils tremble violently. As a mental type beast, she couldn't even track Leora's movements. Isn't this angel supposed to be awakened rank 6? Why is she this strong? The second strike comes immediately after. Leora's foot crashes down like a hammer of judgment. Lilith's head is driven deep into the arena floor, spiderweb cracks spreading outward in all directions. With Leora's over 200 points of strength, if she hadn't deliberately held back, that hit would have killed Lilith on the spot. The entire arena falls dead silent. Dylan stares at the scene, dumbfounded. His expression shifts from smug satisfaction to shock, then finally twists into rage. He suddenly kicks Lilith. Useless. Get up. Use your skills. Dylan's hysterical hysterical screaming echoes across the stage, but Lilith's body trembles violently, cold sweat beating on her forehead. She can't even hear what Dylan's saying anymore. With barely over 100 points in constitution after taking 2 direct hits from Leora, she's basically as good as finished. Watching the master-servant pair's pathetic state, I step forward slowly until I'm standing right in front of them. I look down at the two of them, my voice ice cold. Dylan, your precious awakened rank 8 beast seems pretty useless. Dylan snaps his head up, his bloodshot eyes filled with madness. You! My fist slams into his face. 2 bloody teeth go flying. Looks like you still don't get the situation you're in, Dylan. Dylan stumbles backward, clutching his caved-in cheek in disbelief. How dare you! My second punch lands before he can finish. Dylan collapses to the ground. After sitting there stunned for a moment, he suddenly goes berserk, turning to Lilith. Kill them! Kill them! At this point, he's completely abandoned any sense of the rules. The only thought in his head is sending me straight to hell. Under the contract's compulsion, Lilith weakly raises her hand, trying to attack me, but Leora's obviously faster. The silver-haired angel grabs Lilith's head with one hand and slams it into the arena floor. Amid flying debris, Lilith's scream is forcibly shoved back down her throat. Fury burns in Leora's amber eyes, her silver wings spreading wide. This beast actually dared to attack her master? Unforgivable. Sacred flame begins forming at her slender fingertips. Please, no. Lilith's pupils shrink to pinpoints. She can feel it. This isn't ordinary fire. It's sacred flame that burns souls directly. Under Lilith's terrified gaze, the golden white flame slowly descends. Lilith's agonized screams ring out across the plaza. Back on the stage, my fists rain down like a storm. On Dylan's swollen face, madness gradually gives way to terror. When my 10th punch lands, he tries to surrender, trembling. But before the words can leave his mouth, my hand, hard as iron, clamps around his jaw, fingers digging deep into his flesh. Then a voice drills into his ear. Remember how Roxy tried to surrender too? But you didn't let her, did you? Now it's your turn. You think surrendering's that easy? Every bit of pain you inflicted on Roxy, I'm returning to you tenfold. That sentence sounds like a death sentence from the Grim Reaper himself. Dylan's entire body convulses. He struggles desperately, his deformed jaw garbling his pleas. No, you can't. Rules. I let out a cold laugh, my grip tightening. Oh, there are rules, all right. Beast can't attack beast, masters. So I'm doing this myself, aren't I? The sickening sound of bones cracking echoes clearly across the entire arena. Up on the high platform, Marcus slams his palm down, shattering the armrest of his chair. His eyes bloodshot, he rises to his feet. A beast summoning array begins forming in his hand. Xavier's icy voice cuts through the air like a bucket of cold water dumped over his head. President Chen, are you trying to break the wager? Marcus's raised hand freezes midair, his knuckles white from the pressure. He can clearly feel an overwhelmingly powerful killing intent locking onto him. The moment he dares summon his beast, he'll be dead. Sensing the source of this aura, Marcus's aged face flushes red. Xavier taps his fingers lightly on the armrest. President Chen, you were the one begging the City Lord's office to certify this wager. Surely you're not thinking of backing out now? As he says this, Xavier's pressure as a commander tier beastmaster radiates outward. Marcus's only transcendent tier high rank. Facing this pressure head on, his knees emit an ominous creaking sound. He turns desperately toward Carter for help. Feeling that gaze, Carter reluctantly stands, steeling himself. City Lord Xavier, this is still an official exam. Intervening like this is... Xavier continues tapping his fingers on the armrest. Each crisp sound makes Carter's heart jump. I'm simply upholding the fairness of the wager. Do you think I'm doing something wrong? After Xavier says this, the entire viewing platform falls so silent you could hear a pin drop. During Roxy's match earlier, Xavier wanted to intervene as City Lord but had no grounds. But now, he's holding the contract in his hands. These two idiots handed him the justification on a silver platter. Besides, Ethan is the genius commander Wei personally escorted. Even without this wager, Xavier would protect him to the end. Under Xavier's cold stare, Carter feels like he's being stabbed all over. But he has no choice but to speak. City Lord Xavier, given Dylan's current state, he's clearly been defeated. There's no need to continue this exam. Having seized the initiative, Xavier responds in no hurry. He hasn't surrendered yet, has he? As long as he doesn't surrender, the match continues. Of course, if you have a problem with that, you're welcome to discuss it with my beast. Before he even finishes speaking, a flash of yellow light appears. A 3-meter-tall earth splitter bear crashes onto the viewing platform with a thunderous impact, shaking the ground. The massive bear's amber eyes gleam with murderous intent, its razor-sharp claws carving deep gouges into the floor. Carter's mouth, which had just opened, snaps shut immediately. Cold sweat beads on his forehead. Marcus makes one last desperate attempt. City Lord, enough! Enough! Xavier suddenly roars, slamming his palm down and shattering the sandalwood table in front of him. Sensing its master's will, the earth splitter bear's gaze grows even more dangerous as it stares at the two men. Let me make myself clear. As long as Ethan stays within the bounds of the rules, even if he tears the sky apart, I'll be the one holding it up. An awakened rank 6 crushing an awakened rank 8 Dylan without any chance to fight back. A talent like this? I'm protecting him, and what of it? If you want to intervene, then beat me first. At this moment, back in the arena, Lilith screams and Dylan's wails intertwine in a symphony of agony. Lilith finally can't take it anymore and passes out completely. I look down at the unconscious succubus, thinking for a moment. According to the duel contract, Dylan's already lost completely. That means I now have full authority over this succubus's fate. Taking back a beast who betrayed me? I'm not interested in that kind of sick hobby. But Roxy lost her beast because of this mess. And now, isn't this the perfect chance to make up for it? This succubus may have a rotten personality, but her talent's decent enough. If I have Roxy sign a slave contract with her, it'll not only compensate for her loss, but also ensure this succubus never dares step out of line again. Normal beast contracts emphasize equality and mutual respect, but slave contracts are completely different. Once signed, the beast's life, soul, and even thoughts fall entirely under the master's control. Although this type of contract's been banned, given the succubus's special circumstances, Xavier probably won't refuse. Having decided the succubus's fate, I turn my gaze back to Dylan. Dylan's still kneeling on the ground, forehead pressed against the rough arena floor. Please, have mercy. My expression darkens. I said I'd return everything tenfold, and I meant it. From Roxy's teammates, I learned the full story. Just because Roxy stalled for me for a few minutes, Dylan did this to her. I step forward slowly, my boots thudding against the arena floor with dull, heavy sounds. It's time to settle this, Dylan. My score with you is clear. But now, this is the debt you owe Roxy. Of course, she can't collect it herself right now, so I'll do it for her. Dylan jerks his head up, terror flashing in his eyes. You broke one of her legs, so I'm breaking all 4 of your limbs. Before he can even react, 4 crisp cracks ring out in rapid succession. Excruciating pain crashes over him like a tidal wave. Dylan doesn't even have time to scream before his eyes roll back and he passes out. The crowd watching all this collectively gasps. Holy crap, that's brutal. He actually crippled Dylan's limbs right there on stage. Isn't he afraid of the Chen family's revenge? Open your eyes. Marcus hasn't moved from his seat this entire time. Obviously, the City Lord stepped in. Exactly. If the City Lord hadn't intervened, fiend, the referee would have stopped this ages ago. You think he'd wait till now? At the edge of the arena, the referee suddenly stumbles. The terrifying killing intent that had been locking him down finally dissipates. He glances nervously at Xavier, who's sitting on the high platform with his eyes closed, and immediately shouts, "This match, Ethan wins!" The entire plaza falls into brief silence, then erupts into deafening cheers. In stark contrast, up on the VIP platform, Marcus's fingers dig so deep into the armrest that they're practically embedded. His own son was publicly crippled, and he couldn't lift a single finger to stop it. "You've gone too far!" Xavier, seeing the match concluded, finally speaks in a leisurely tone. "Vice Principal Carter, it's time to announce Ethan as this exam's champion, wouldn't you say?" Xavier's gentle tone carries a sharp warning. If these two still can't read the room, he doesn't mind helping Linyuan City lose a trading company president and a vice principal. But Marcus suddenly turns his head, his eyes bloodshot. "City Lord Xavier, you think you can get him through just like this?" Xavier's expression turns ice cold in an instant, killing intent surging around him like smoke and fog. He, a City Lord, has been repeatedly provoked by Marcus, a mere transcendent tier high-rank beastmaster. Even with his usual composure, rage now burns in his chest. But Marcus has clearly lost all rationality. With his only son publicly crippled, the only thing left in his eyes is a crazed obsession. Ethan doesn't even qualify to compete. He was over half an hour late. According to the rules, he should be disqualified. This is Longxia Nation law. Even if you're the City Lord, you can't change the fact that Ethan's been eliminated. Xavier's brow furrows. After verifying the claim, his expression grows serious. He did overlook this detail. Since Ethan was already on the arena, he didn't dig into qualification issues. He didn't expect this wrinkle. Now things are complicated. Carter also catches on and immediately piles on. "City Lord Xavier, rules are rules. Even a double S rank genius can't be above the law. So Ethan's exam qualification must be revoked." Xavier finds himself stuck. This could have been a minor issue. The school could have turned a blind eye and let it slide. But now, Marcus and his son are clinging to Longxia law, escalating a simple tardiness issue to a national legal matter. Even as City Lord, he can't claim special privileges. This is bad. The delay in announcing the championship results causes the crowd to grow restless. What's going on? Ethan clearly won. Why aren't they announcing it? Could something have gone wrong? Ethan followed all the rules the whole time. Wait, didn't he show up late at the start? In the center of the arena, I frown slightly. In this world where monsters run rampant, Longxia Nation operates under wartime management protocol, rules above all else. That's exactly why I followed every regulation during the match, making sure not to give anyone ammunition. But now, I glance up at the high platform, locking eyes with Marcus's twisted, grinning face. After thinking it over briefly, I understand what went wrong. Still, a cold smirk tugs at my lips. Even if they really disqualify me, so what? With Leora's strength, there are plenty of paths. Special recruitment channels, military recommendations. I've got options to get into a top academy. It'll just take a little more effort. Up on the platform, Carter slowly rises to his feet, methodically adjusting his suit sleeves. A victorious smile spreads across his face as he opens his mouth. "We have deliberated." He deliberately drags out the words, waiting until every eye in the arena is on him. "Candidate Ethan, due to severe tardiness, disqualified." The final word hasn't even fully left his lips when a sharp, piercing screech suddenly tears through the sky. Everyone looks up. A massive bird with a wingspan exceeding 30 meters rips through the clouds. Its shadow blankets the entire plaza in an instant. A thunderous roar crashes down from above. "How dare you! I'd like to see who has the guts to disqualify a first-class honor medal recipient from their exam." Within the examination zone, over the course of just a few days, Claire Tang felt her entire worldview being reconstructed. In front of these two students, Ethan and Yuna, demon beasts of any awakened tier crumbled like paper. Under this insane pace of growth, both of them broke through to awakened tier 8 in just 2 days. When the pair finally left her supervision area, Claire stood frozen in shock, unable to process what she'd witnessed. After standing there for what felt like an eternity, she finally wrote down a perfect score in Ethan's evaluation column. What she didn't know was that at Southern Military HQ, Commander Wei was personally writing a letter of recommendation. With Ethan's level of power, having him take the standard college entrance exam would be a complete waste of time. On the still wet recommendation letter, the recipient was none other than the headmaster of National Guardian Academy, the nation's premier institution. Meanwhile, in the deepest part of the examination zone, my sister Kiana furrowed her brow. As the strongest student sent by National Guardian Academy, she was responsible for monitoring the most dangerous sector. At that moment, her senses clearly detected the presence of a transcendent tier demon. Stardust Butterfly, Jade-Faced Fox. With a sharp call, her two beasts materialized. Stardust Butterfly was an epic grade beast she'd earned through her hard work at the academy, now reaching transcendent tier 2. As for the other one, Jade-Faced Fox had been with her since the beginning, currently only at awakened tier 9. Looking at her two beasts, she knew she had to eliminate this transcendent level demon before any examinees arrived. Otherwise, the consequences would be catastrophic. A transcendent demon attacking awakened tier students would be nothing short of a massacre. With that thought, she immediately rushed toward the source of the presence. What she didn't know was that Yuna and I had already quietly entered this zone. "At this rate, we'll hit awakened tier 9 soon," I said, glancing at the ice-cold beauty beside me. "Then we'll head straight for the secret realm." These past few days of being together constantly had helped me figure out Yuna's personality. Rather than cold, she was more indifferent to most things. Though I might be imagining it, this frost-like girl seemed slightly warmer toward me than toward others. Yuna's slender fingers gently stroked the frost moon phoenix on her shoulder, and she gave an almost imperceptible nod. These past few days had left her in a strange daze. For the first time in her life, she'd spent this much time with a boy her age. She snuck a glance at me, her eyes sweeping across my profile. This unfamiliar emotional stirring confused her. She couldn't figure out why. Turning her gaze to her ice phoenix, she thought, perhaps I'm just paying more attention to him because we're about to explore the realm together. But at that exact moment, watch out! My warning barely left my lips. Leora's figure flashed in front of Yuna, her snow-white wings cutting through the air in a silver arc, deflecting the incoming black bone spike with perfect precision. Yuna's pupils constricted, a cold sweat sliding down her temple. Without Leora's intervention, that strike would have pierced straight through her chest. The frost moon phoenix let out an enraged cry, its deep blue wings spreading wide as its sharp gaze locked onto the shadows deep in the forest. My expression turned grim. That attack had been incredibly fast. Even with my transcendent level mental power, I'd only sensed it clearly when it was right in front of Yuna. All I could do was shout a warning on instinct. Fortunately, Leora's reaction speed was lightning fast, blocking the attack the moment I called out. And any demon capable of launching such an attack definitely wasn't awakened tier. Just as I suspected, the sound of grinding bones echoed through the air as two sinister figures slowly materialized. On the left stood a bone fiend, wreathed in black mist, its pale skeletal frame covered in vicious spikes. The demon on the right was completely shrouded in a black robe, impossible to see clearly. I didn't dare let my guard down. Immediately, I checked both demons' information. The sight of of these two made, my brow furrowed deeply. A transcendent level demon, the Bone Fiend alone had nearly 500 points in its 3 main attributes, giving me a mountain of pressure. Leora's current stats were only around 270 points. Even activating Seraph mode, victory wasn't guaranteed. After all, there's a fundamental gap between Transcendent and Awakened tiers. But what really sent chills down my spine was the other demon, the Deceiver. Though the display showed it as Awakened tier 9, all its attributes were question marks. Combined with its talent for disguise and deception, an uneasy feeling crept into my heart. Yuna had quietly retreated to my side, a heavy look in her deep blue eyes. What do we do? One of them seems to be Transcendent tier. After weighing our options, I decided we should retreat. With our current combined strength, if we both went all out, we could probably handle the Bone Fiend. But with that unpredictable Deceiver lurking, a direct assault carried too much risk. Let's fall back, I said in a low voice. Yuna nodded slightly. Though Professor Ying was watching from the shadows, we couldn't just act recklessly because of that safety net. But just as we were about to retreat in sync, both demons suddenly erupted into action. The Bone Fiend's skeletal hands swept through the air, and several sharp bone spikes shot into the ground with a thunk, instantly sealing off all escape routes. These demons had been hiding in this area for days, half-starved. There was no way they'd let prey that walked right up to them escape. Yuna and I exchanged a glance, our eyes meeting in silent understanding. This battle was unavoidable. Hidden in the shadows, Professor Ying's fingertips began gathering an ice-blue domain, preparing to intervene. Awakened tier students facing transcendent demons was simply too dangerous. But just as he was about to reveal himself, a sharp whistling sound cut through the air. Someone was approaching the battlefield at incredible speed. The figure arrived in an instant, bringing with it a fierce gust of wind. Stardust Butterfly, light, prison. With that clear call, countless points of starlight suddenly condensed and fell, transforming into a brilliant cage that trapped both demons inside. Kiana descended gracefully, Stardust Butterfly circling around her. Kiana? I stared in disbelief at the stunning figure who just appeared. I never expected the Elven Fuben rewards to be this overpowered. Not only did I gain abilities to accelerate beast growth and repair damage, but I even obtained an incredibly powerful mythic grade beast. Under Rowan's guidance, I crossed the sacred city's central plaza and entered an ancient hall. On the old stone floor, a teleportation array constructed from silver runes glowed with faint light. Rowan stepped back and bowed slightly. My lord, this is it. Passing through here will take you to the Elven Sanctuary, the birthplace of the Elven race. Hearing Rowan's explanation, I took a deep breath and stepped into the center of the array. White light flashed, and the next moment I vanished. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself in another world. I slowly opened my eyes, and the sight before me took my breath away. A colossal tree stretched endlessly toward the sky. Standing at its base, I felt as small as a speck of dust. Instinctively, I reached out and touched the rough bark, cold and dry. This giant tree had clearly lost all signs of life. Master, are you okay? Leora's anxious voice echoed from the beast space. The moment I'd entered this mysterious realm, an invisible force had sent her back to the beast space. After several failed attempts to summon Leora, I gave up. I'm fine. After calming Leora down, I finally began examining the massive tree carefully. In this entire space, there was nothing except this tree. So is the Elven inheritance? This tree? Just as I wondered about that, a soft light suddenly appeared on the withered trunk. The light gradually condensed, forming the ethereal figure of a graceful woman. She had delicate elven ears, and her pale gold hair cascaded down like a waterfall. A warm, comforting aura emanated from her being. Yet in those emerald eyes, there was an unfathomable sorrow. 1,000 years, the phantom whispered, her voice carrying the weight of ages. Finally, someone has come. I instinctively stepped back, my guard rising. But I quickly realized this was probably the legendary Elven Queen. Though, wasn't she supposed to be dead? Perhaps seeing my confusion, the phantom spoke slowly. You're right, I am the last Elven Queen. I died 1,000 years ago. What speaks to you now is merely a fragment of consciousness anchored to the tree of life. My pupils contracted. To maintain consciousness for 1,000 years with just a fragment of her spirit, how terrifyingly powerful must the Elven Queen have been in life? Even sovereign tier beasts couldn't possibly retain awareness 1,000 years after death. That meant the queen was at least beyond sovereign tier. But immediately after, my heart sank. If such a powerful being had fallen in that war 1,000 years ago, then just how strong were the demons? The queen's emerald eyes seemed to see right through me. Don't worry, today's demons are nothing like they were back then. Besides, she paused meaningfully, humans possess the most special talent potential, something no other race can match. To the races of the dimensional rifts, humans are like, you can become beast masters, bond with all races, and upon reaching a certain level, possess formidable combat power yourselves. You're practically the world's favored children. Yet for some reason, humanity still hasn't produced a single being beyond sovereign tier. That's why, before my death, I created this nearly impossible trial, to select from humanity a genius capable of ascending to godhood. Through my conversation with the Elven Queen, I began to glimpse the tip of this world's iceberg. The dimensional space we currently inhabited wasn't so much a world as it was a battlefield. Countless races competed here, and demons were the common enemy of all. But ironically, powerful races often disdained allying with the weak. The Elven race had once been arrogant too, looking down on other races, and they'd paid a terrible price for it. The phantom shook her head gently, pulling back her drifting thoughts. At least the Elven race still has one last ember of hope. She raised her hand slightly, and a verdant green light slowly rose from the tree's roots. With a series of creaking sounds, the tree trunk's center gradually split open, revealing a passage filled with soft radiance. Go. The phantom's voice grew ethereal. I hope you'll treat her well. Before her final words finished, the phantom completely dissipated. She'd fulfilled her purpose. I looked at the passage before me. Without hesitation, I walked inside. If the elves harbored ill intent, they wouldn't have gone through all this trouble to lead me here. I quickly reached the end. A natural spring no larger than 2 meters across came into view, its water shimmering with an otherworldly silver-white glow. Beside the spring grew a small tree, barely human height, its tender green leaves still covered in crystal-clear dewdrops. And in the center of the spring floated a cocoon formed from pure life energy, quietly suspended. Through the translucent cocoon wall, I could vaguely see a small figure curled up inside. Is this a beast? When my gaze fell on the verdant cocoon in the spring, a data panel appeared before my eyes. Mythic grade. I gasped, my pupils shrinking to pinpoints. This level of beast, no one in all of human history had ever contracted one. Looking closely at the elf, I noticed several strands of gray-white mixed into her pale gold hair. It seemed 1,000 years of sealing had taken its toll on her. Beast Sanctification Pool, I murmured, a location flashing through my mind. National Guardian Academy. As humanity's premier institution, they did indeed possess the only beast sanctification pool in existence. Leora's cultivation materials plus the sanctification pool. Looks like going to the academy is non-negotiable now. I took a deep breath, sensing the beast space within me. Though I hadn't yet broken through to Transcendent, I'd already constructed my beast space ahead of time. Carefully, I reached out, attempting to draw the cocoon into my beast space. Fortunately, there were no complications. expectations. If I couldn't store this little one in the beast space, carrying a mythic-grade beast around openly would be far too conspicuous. Inside the beast space, Leora stared in surprise at the new arrival, but she quickly understood this was Master's second beast. Though she desperately wanted to monopolize Master's attention, she knew that wasn't realistic. Looking at the small figure wrapped in the green cocoon, Leora moved closer, only to sense a faint pressure emanating from within. Her expression shifted. This newcomer's talent seems really strong. My position as the first beast might be in danger. With that thought, a sense of urgency filled her. I need to work even harder. Outside the beast space, I was about to leave when my eyes landed on the spring itself. This is good stuff. My eyes lit up as I immediately tried to store it in the beast space. With a ripple of spatial energy, the entire spring was successfully absorbed. Then my gaze fell on the small tree beside it. Already took the spring, might as well take the sapling too. Meanwhile, Veronica was experiencing the greatest crisis of her life. She clung desperately to the phantom shadow leopard's back, arms locked around the panther's neck. Not far behind, a six-winged angel wreathed in golden light pursued relentlessly, each wing beat bringing blinding holy radiance. Miss Veronica, Shadow's voice was full of helplessness as his sleek body wove through the dense forest at breakneck speed. I warned you not to provoke that angel. Everything could have gone smoothly. They'd already found the treasure left by Veronica's grandfather. They could have left the realm safely, but this young miss just had to go exploring deeper into the realm. And then, they'd run straight into Miller, who had just entered the realm. Shadow had immediately sensed danger. The angel's aura far exceeded the ordinary, definitely transcendent tier. He'd been about to quietly retreat with his master, but then Veronica had walked right up and said, "Want to be my beast?" Miller had originally planned to let this ignorant human go. He hadn't expected such blatant provocation. The angelic race was one of this world's apex species. How could they possibly lower themselves to become a human's beast? You're asking for it. Shadow's reaction had been lightning fast. The moment Miller erupted in fury, he'd grabbed Veronica by the collar and started running, and that had completely enraged the proud angel. In all his life, no one had ever escaped from him. Seeing the direction they were fleeing, straight toward the realm's center, actually suited Miller perfectly. That was his destination anyway. Shadow, I know I messed up. I'll listen to you next time, I swear. I just wanted to scout a powerful beast before breaking through to Transcendent. Shadow shook his head helplessly. Though he knew it was an excuse, he couldn't bring himself to scold her. As the Vero family heir, how could she possibly be worried about her contracted beast? But it was too late for recriminations now. Dodging another attack from behind, Shadow accelerated again. If this were an ordinary awakened tier beast being chased by a transcendent angel, they'd have been dead already. But he'd voluntarily contracted with Veronica, which had limited his level to awakened tier 9. Still, with years of combat experience and his natural speed, he could barely maintain distance from the pursuing angel. "Miss, hold tight!" Shadow's pupils gleamed with determination, his muscles tensing as his speed increased by another 30%. Veronica clutched the panther's neck, the fierce wind whipping her hair wildly. Suddenly, the silhouette of a massive city appeared on the horizon. Seeing the city, Shadow's eyes lit up. A city meant inhabitants. They could buy some time against this angel, but Veronica hesitated when she saw the city. Wait, Shadow, they're innocent. The angel capable of pushing Shadow this far had to be incredibly powerful. If they fled into the city, they'd likely bring catastrophe down on it. But Shadow's pace didn't slow, his voice unusually stern. "Miss, you're going to inherit the Vero family someday. You must learn to make hard decisions in critical moments, but we have emergency measures." "Miss," Shadow cut her off sharply, his tone carrying an elder's severity. "Those trump cards come at a price. If we have a chance to avoid using them, why waste them?" Without giving Veronica time to think, Shadow charged straight for the sacred city. The beast folk who just finished a battle noticed the anomaly. "Look up there. What is that? A new demon?" "No, that's not a demon. That's an angel. Could it be the seer's companion?" Just then, Veronica on Shadow's back came into view. The beast folk captain's pupils dilated sharply. "No, that angel is chasing someone. Wait, that looks like another honored seer. All units, battle stations." The barrier split open, and Shadow seized the opportunity, leaping through with Veronica and landing safely inside the city. Before they could catch their breath, a group of fully armed beast folk surrounded them, not threatening them, but protecting them. Veronica blinked. When she heard the beast folk address her as honored seer, she pointed at herself in disbelief. Shadow was equally confused, his ears perked up. They'd gone straight to their target after entering the realm. They had no idea what had been happening in the meantime. Outside the city, Miller hovered above the sacred city, looking down at the rising protective barrier with a contemptuous smirk. This level of barrier, truly primitive. Just as he prepared to casually shatter the barrier, he suddenly sensed an incredibly familiar presence in the air. This aura, his pupils constricted to pinpoints. The Seraph clan. Impossible! My father imprisoned the entire Seraph clan in the dungeons. Miller was certain, aside from the angelic homelands, no Seraph could exist elsewhere. Wait, something clicked, joy flashing in his eyes. The previous clan leader's daughter, the child the Seraph remnants risked everything to smuggle out, just when I'd given up searching. Miller's lips twisted into a vicious smile. His father had always worried about this young Seraph growing up. Though the Seraph clan matured slowly, once they reached adulthood, their combat power far exceeded the War Angels, and now he discovered this mortal threat's whereabouts. Miller looked down at the beast folk warriors in formation below, slowly extending his right hand. A blade of flowing gold materialized in his palm, ancient War Angel runes coiling along its surface. With just a light touch of the blade's tip, the seemingly solid barrier tore open like paper. This sword was how he'd entered this realm so easily. One of the angelic race's treasures, capable of ignoring all restrictions and barriers. The beast folk, seeing Miller breach the sacred city so effortlessly, went on high alert. The warriors formed a tight circle around Veronica and Shadow. "Honored seer, run! We'll hold him off!" Seeing the beast folk's willingness to die for them, Veronica shot Shadow a fierce glare. They'd wanted to use these beast folk as shields, yet the beast folk were treating them like. Seeing this, even Shadow, who'd lived for many years, felt a twinge of shame. "Shadow, still planning to run? Can your conscience handle it?" Shadow fell silent, though he didn't want Veronica to pay the price. It was only a small price. Seeing Veronica's resolute refusal to back down, Shadow slowly stepped forward. Just a transcendent angel. Back in my day, creatures like this weren't fit to shine my armor. He moved forward, ready to fight. But at that exact moment, I emerged from the inheritance site. A transcendent demon actually appeared. Not only are its 3 attributes all at 500 points, but there's also a deceiver whose level I can't even see. Hearing that voice, Kiana whipped around, her pupils shrinking. The student who'd recklessly entered the danger zone was actually her own brother. She instinctively tried to scold him, the words already on her lips, but when her eyes swept to the cold, elegant girl beside him, she swallowed them back. Whatever. I'll give him some face in front of others. However, upon hearing me call out Kiana, Yuna's body visibly stiffened, her cool expression taking on an unnatural tint. Fortunately, I was completely focused on the battlefield, and didn't notice her reaction. I'll deal with you later. Kiana shot me a glare before turning to face the Bone Fiend. As long as she eliminated this transcendent demon, this battle would be over. The other awakened tier 9 demon could be handled by Jade-faced Fox easily enough. Stay back. These two demons aren't something you can handle, Kiana said, standing protectively in front of us with an unquestionable tone. I looked at Kiana's back, words forming and dying on my lips. In the end, I stayed silent. I'd already checked Stardust Butterfly's attributes. She should handle the transcendent tier 2 Bone Fiend with ease. As for the other demon, I quickly compared the numbers on my mental panel. Jade-faced Fox's stats didn't even match Leora's, and the other demon was completely unreadable. That put me on high alert. Without making it obvious, I leaned close to Leora's ear and whispered, Leora, if anything seems wrong, intervene immediately. Leora's small face grew serious as she nodded firmly. This is in front of Kiana. I absolutely have to perform well. The battle erupted. Stardust Butterfly struck first, her brilliant wings trembling as countless points of starlight condensed into razor-sharp blades, raining down like a storm. The Bone Fiend let out a piercing shriek, its skeletal surface glowing with an eerie black light that deflected most of the light blades. Starlight chains! Kiana called out. In an instant, Stardust Butterfly blazed with dazzling brilliance, and chains forged from pure starlight shot forth. Like serpents, they coiled around the Bone Fiend's body. The flowing starlight continuously corroded the pale bones, creating a teeth-grinding sizzle. On the other side, Jade-faced Fox leaped gracefully, 3 illusory afterimages trailing behind it. The deceiver seemed flustered, taking several claw strikes and steadily retreating. Looks like this'll be over soon. Seeing the situation under control, Kiana gradually relaxed. But my frown only deepened. This deceiver's displayed strength was far too weak. Its performance was too deliberate, like it was acting. As if confirming my suspicion, the deceiver suddenly released an earth-shaking roar. Its form rapidly expanded as pitch-black demonic energy surged out like a tidal wave. It instantly seized Jade-faced Fox by the throat and slammed it into the ground. The tide turned in a heartbeat. In that critical moment, Jade-faced Fox activated Fox Spirit Decoy and barely escaped, but it had completely exhausted its spiritual energy and lost all combat ability. Only when the deceiver voluntarily revealed its full aura could I finally see this demon's true attributes. 612 points in mental power, combined with its talent and skills working in tandem, it had successfully fooled everyone's senses. This made me take transcendent tier talents far more seriously. Even with this demon using its talent, the system still displayed it as awakened tier 9. When Kiana saw the deceiver's true strength, her face went deathly pale. A transcendent tier 3 demon lord-class deceiver! Her voice trembled with shock. Only now did she understand why the military's dragnet had failed to capture these two demons. It was all because of this deceiver's existence. Ethan, take that girl and leave immediately. Get as far away as possible. Kiana practically screamed the order, simultaneously commanding Stardust Butterfly to shatter the bone spikes blocking our escape route. Her slender fingers clenched unconsciously, knuckles white with strain. Though Stardust Butterfly was powerful, handling 2 transcendent demons was impossible. But with her brother and an examinee behind her, she couldn't retreat, not in duty and not in conscience. Hidden in the shadows, Professor Ying's heart lurched with equal shock. Even with his experience, he hadn't anticipated that this deceiver had reached Demon Lord level. Because the deceiver's talent hadn't been released, he'd had no way to judge its true strength earlier. Though he'd suspected it might be a deceiver based on experience, he never imagined it would be Demon Lord class, reaching transcendent tier 3. In that case, even that National Guardian Academy girl won't be able to handle this. Just as he prepared to intervene, the situation shifted again. Far from retreating, Yuna and I assumed defensive stances. Yuna, can you hold it for one moment? My voice was eerily calm. Without hesitation, Yuna nodded, her ice blue eyes filled with determination. Though she didn't understand my plan, she chose to trust me unconditionally. To restrain a transcendent tier 3 deceiver with awakened tier 8 strength, there was only one option. Ultimate skill, Frost Moon Phoenix, Twin Ring Restraint. The Ice Phoenix already prepared released a clear, resonant cry as freezing energy exploded outward. A full power activation at awakened tier 8 was worlds apart from awakened tier 5. In an instant, crystalline ice formed around the deceiver, its movements visibly slowing. 3 seconds. Maximum, Yuna said, fine beads of sweat forming on her brow. The icebound Demon Lord's eyes flashed with contempt. Even among Demon Lords it ranked low, but transcendent tier 3 strength wasn't something mere awakened tier could shake. But at that moment, I poured every ounce of my mental power into the beast space. This was a special technique I discovered after obtaining the beast space, using it to establish deep resonance, helping Leora stabilize into critical state. Leora, Seraph mode! Silver white wings suddenly spread wide, as blazing crimson flames erupted like a volcanic explosion, instantly enveloping her girlish form. 4 burning wings unfurled behind her back. 4-winged Seraph mode activated. But Leora's transformation didn't stop there. My mental power resonated completely with Leora through the beast space, the two forces merging perfectly at a soul-deep level. Critical state, activate. Under the continuous infusion of my mental power, the flames surrounding Leora surged violently, and new veins of light began forming along the edges of her 4 wings. With a sound like tearing space, a pair of even more brilliant wings burst through the flames. 6-winged Seraph descended. Not only did her 3 core attributes reach a terrifying 600 points, but with a casual wave of her hand, she obliterated the Demon Lord class deceiver on the spot. At that moment, under my continuous mental power infusion, the flames around Leora exploded, new light veins appearing on her 4-wing edges. With a sharp whistling sound, a pair of even more radiant wings burst through the flames. 6-winged Seraph descended, using Seraph mode to enter critical state. The attribute amplification left even me stunned, a full 400 points across all attributes. This meant that at awakened tier 8, Leora's combat power now crushed many low-grade transcendent beasts. But this power came at a price. I could clearly feel my mental energy draining at an alarming rate. Even with my transcendent level mental reserves, I could maintain this state for 60 seconds at most. Meanwhile, Kiana, whose eyes had been locked on the battlefield, suddenly froze. She felt an incredibly terrifying wave of power erupting behind her, its aura even surpassing Stardust Butterfly's. A new demon lord? She spun around. The crimson 6-winged angel instantly filled her vision. When she saw clearly the figure wreathed in flames, Kiana's pupils violently constricted. Leora? How is this possible? My brother's beast. How can it unleash such terrifying power? Isn't she awakened here? Hidden in the shadows, Professor Ying's aged eyes went wide with shock, his withered fingers trembling involuntarily. Awakened tier 8 possessing combat power approaching transcendent tier 3, even if it's achieved through critical state, this level of talent is absolutely unheard of at the battlefield center. The deceiver's mind and spirit shattered. Under Leora's overwhelming pressure, it experienced a death threat like never before. If I let that angel strike, I'll die. I'll definitely die. The deceiver's pupils shrank to pinpoints, demonic energy churning like boiling black magma. Driven by pure survival instinct, it struggled desperately. The ice crystals on its surface finally released an unbearable cracking sound. Now, mental shockwave. Violent mental power exploded from within like a tsunami, instantly shattering the ice into countless fragments. Twin ring restraint forcibly broken. The Frostmoon Phoenix's aura suddenly weakened, the ice blue glow on its wings rapidly dimming. Yuna groaned, her face going deathly pale. Backlash. Forcing a transcendent Tier 3 demon into submission with awakened Tier 8 strength had been too much of a stretch. The freed deceiver didn't hesitate for even a moment, immediately activating its life-saving skill. Shadow Veil. Thick black fog churned like a living thing, instantly swallowing it whole. Within this shadowy domain, its form could shift at will, completely concealing its presence. My brow furrowed deeply, cursing inwardly. If the deceiver hadn't escaped just now, with Leora's current critical state, I might have managed a one-hit kill, but now it was troublesome. It was still transcendent Tier 3 after all. If it insisted on avoiding battle, even with Leora's current attributes, finishing it quickly would be difficult. And most critically, Leora's critical state couldn't sustain prolonged combat. Leora's holy sword slashed through the black fog, only destroying an illusion. Physical attacks were nearly useless. Just as I was about to have Leora switch to using holy flames to burn away the fog, watch out! Kiana's clear voice suddenly rang out. If I can hold it down, can Leora finish it in one strike? I nodded instinctively, but then I snapped back to reality, confusion flickering across my face. Jade-faced Fox had lost combat capability, and Stardust Butterfly was locked in combat with the Bone Fiend. How could Kiana possibly restrain a transcendent Tier 3 deceiver? Getting my confirmation, Kiana's eyes narrowed, and an astonishing mental wave suddenly erupted from her body. Echo. Starlight chains! To my absolute shock, the golden chains that should have been on cooldown shot forth from Stardust Butterfly again, piercing through the black fog like meteors and binding the deceiver tightly. Double casting a beast skill? This completely violated the normal rules of beast combat. Under ordinary circumstances, after using a skill, a beast must wait for the effect to completely end, then endure a cooldown period before using it again. But Kiana's Stardust Butterfly had just activated Starlight Chains twice simultaneously. My pupils contracted, but understanding quickly dawned. This is Kiana's talent ability. Now I finally understood why National Guardian Academy had rewarded her with an epic grade beast. Skill Echo. This kind of talent is practically custom made for control-type beast masters. When I turned my head, my gaze pierced through the black fog to meet the deceiver's eyes, and in those crimson orbs I saw nothing but helpless terror. Having just broken free, it had thought it escaped death. It never imagined that in the blink of an eye it would be back on the chopping block. Leora, finish it! The little angel's flames surged violently, self-reproach flooding her heart. I actually failed in front of Kiana. Absolutely unforgivable. This time, I must kill it in one strike. Her crimson form transformed into a burning meteor, tearing through space in an instant to appear before the deceiver. Divine judgment! With that clear shout, her holy sword blazed with brilliant light. Bound by golden chains, the deceiver couldn't even struggle. It could only watch helplessly as the blade descended. The sword's light flashed, the earth shook. A terrifying shockwave carved a 30-foot crater into the ground. The demon's body crumbled inch by inch, finally dissolving into drifting black ash. Bathed in golden light, Leora's aura surged once more. Having slain a transcendent Tier 3 demon, she leveled up again. With Leora's successful advancement to awakened Tier 9, all her base attributes broke through the 300 mark. These numbers far exceeded beasts of the same tier, even approaching certain transcendent level beasts. Suddenly I felt my mind ringing as surging mental power flooded in like a tide. This was the feedback from my beast's advancement, causing my mental power to leap upward once more. On the other side of the battlefield, witnessing the deceiver's death, the Bone Fiend's entire skeletal frame trembled. Burn everything! After breaking free from Starlight Chains, the demon didn't hesitate. It turned and fled. Think you can escape? Kiana's eyes flashed coldly as Stardust Butterfly transformed into a silver beam, piercing straight through the Bone Fiend's body. The transcendent Tier 2 demon, suffering this devastating blow, crashed to the ground and shattered into scattered bones. The transcendent Tier 2 demon was dead. After the dust settled, Kiana finally turned to look at me. When her gaze fell on the little angel standing obediently beside me, even her usually composed expression showed a flicker of astonishment. My brother's beast. Her talent is absurdly high. As Kiana approached, Leora curtsied politely. In front of Master's sister, all her earlier ferocity had vanished. She was docile as a lamb. Seeing Kiana's displeased expression, I immediately explained the whole situation with the secret realm. What? The realm entrance is outside the defense line? Kiana exclaimed. The Longxia nation only controlled a tiny portion of the dimensional rift, the area around the entrance where they'd built defensive fortifications. Beyond the defense line lay incredibly dangerous territory. Absolutely not. Kiana rejected the idea flatly. With you two at awakened tier, going to those places is suicide. But just as Kiana was about to list all the dangers and talk us out of it, don't worry, I'll personally ensure their safety, a commanding voice suddenly announced. Professor Ying appeared, hands clasped behind his back, somehow already beside us. Professor Ying, Kiana's pupils shrank as she immediately bowed respectfully. Professor Stellan Ying, senior instructor at National Guardian Academy, a commander tier beastmaster. With him personally vouching for our safety, Kiana naturally had no grounds to object. Seeing Kiana acquiesce, Professor Ying retrieved a silver blue vial from his sleeve and handed it to Yuna. Mind-restoring elixir. It'll accelerate recovery. As the potion took effect, color rapidly returned to Yuna's pale face, and her damaged mental power swiftly recovered. She let out a soft breath, forcibly suppressing that strange stirring in her heart, and nodded to Kiana. Kiana's gaze swept between Yuna and me, understanding flickering in her eyes. The way this Ying girl looks at my brother is unusual. Time grows short. Professor Ying's wide sleeves rippled without wind as an azure-feathered giant eagle materialized from thin air, its wingspan exceeding 30 feet and kicking up fierce gusts. The journey is long. I'll take them ahead. Kiana watched the three of us leap onto the eagle's back, words forming and dying on her lips. In the end, she simply bowed deeply. Professor Ying, I'm counting on you. With a clear cry, the giant eagle spread its wings and soared skyward, becoming a black dot on the horizon in moments. Time flew by. Soon Professor Ying had brought Yuna and me to our destination, a valley surrounded by mountains on all sides, dotted with collapsed ruins. Professor Ying raised his hand, eliminating the demons circling the area, then directed the eagle to land. I remember you saying the realm requires 3 keys to open? I nodded. According to the information about the elven realm in my mind, opening it required 3 keys activated simultaneously. But scanning the area, I saw no one else. The third person probably hasn't arrived yet. Let's wait a bit, I said. Professor Ying nodded. With only 1 key left, if they want to enter the elven secret realm, they'll have to come here. Taking advantage of the wait, I asked Professor Ying about Leora's cultivation materials. Professor Ying, have you heard of sacred spirit essence or angelic sacred blood? Professor Ying's brow furrowed, surprise flashing in his eyes. After a moment's thought, he spoke slowly. I do know of sacred spirit essence. The National Guardian Academy's treasure treasury should have some. As for angelic sacred blood, I've never heard of it. Hearing Professor Ying's words, my heart leaped. The sacred spirit essence finally had a lead, and it was at National Guardian Academy. Looks like the academy is a must visit. As for angelic sacred blood, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But just then, things took an unexpected turn. Who's there? Professor Ying suddenly barked, his sharp gaze shooting toward the ruins on the right. His wide sleeves rippled without wind, his eyes full of vigilance. In his perception just now, that spot had been completely empty. I'm sorry. A timid voice emerged from behind the ruins. A blonde girl stepped out slowly. Her features were plain, but she had unusually bright emerald green eyes. The girl nervously wrung her hands, her voice barely above a whisper. I'm the third key holder. My name is Lainey, from the Covenant. Since the dimensional rifts opened, global power had split three ways: Longxia Nation, the Eagle Nation Council, and the Western Holy See. Though friction occurred, the three maintained a delicate balance. Professor Ying's brow remained furrowed. As a commander-tier powerhouse, he'd completely failed to detect the girl's presence just now. This girl is no simple matter. I keenly noticed a pitch-black cat padding along at the girl's feet. That should be her beast. When the beast's data appeared before my eyes, my pupils shrank sharply. 5-star legendary. This grade made my heart tighten. 350 points in speed, even surpassing Leora's, and the other three attributes all approaching 300. A beast like this wasn't something an ordinary beastmaster could possess. The blonde girl seemed to notice my gaze and nervously tucked the spirit cat behind her. This is my beast. Professor Ying's eyes swept between the girl and the cat several times. After a few simple questions, the girl answered fluently. Unable to learn anything more, he gave up. Though the girl's identity was suspicious, she was the third key holder. Yuna and I still needed her to help open the Elven secret realm. As Professor Ying turned away, he lowered his voice. Remember, once you enter the realm, be extremely careful. Don't trust anyone except each other. Yuna and I both nodded. At Professor Ying's signal, the girl slowly approached and bowed slightly to us in greeting. The three of us simultaneously activated our will, awakening the realm keys hidden deep in our consciousness. In an instant, three differently shaped keys materialized from our foreheads, slowly rotating and interlocking in midair, finally merging perfectly into an ancient medallion. The ground suddenly shook violently as an emerald green light gate slowly manifested from the void. The floating medallion immediately dissolved, transforming into three beams of light that shot back into our foreheads. At that moment, a golden solar mark appeared on my forehead, a crescent moon pattern glowed on Yuna's brow, and stellar embers lit up on Lainey's forehead. The three of us simultaneously stepped into the gate, radiating mysterious light. Our forms were gradually consumed by green radiance. As the last person entered, the jade portal slowly sealed shut. At the same moment, at Cloud Peak Summit, the angelic homelands, a golden-haired angel's eyes snapped open, a playful smile curling his lips. The elven ancestral sanctuary has opened. How interesting. With a light flutter of his wings, his figure instantly appeared in the palace valley's center. Several elders guarding the area immediately dropped to one knee. Greetings, young lord, Miller waved dismissively. I'm going out for a while. You know what to tell father. The elders exchanged uncertain glances. One steeled himself and advised, young lord, you've only just entered transcendent tier. If you encounter danger outside, I know my own safety. Miller interrupted impatiently. The elven realm is opening. Something this major. How could I not join the fun? Though the elven race had once stood equal with the angels, they'd had the misfortune of favoring humans, even setting their ancestral keys to only respond to humans. But the angels had their own methods of entering elven territory. They'd just never been able to find the location. Now that he discovered it, Miller absolutely had to go. Moreover, according to what he knew, during that catastrophe, the elven queen had paid an enormous price to preserve her daughter. The elven queen's daughter. Miller's lips curved into a smile. Snapping back to the present, he changed subjects. How's the Seraph situation? Any word on that girl? Reporting to the young lord, an elder bowed. Those stubborn old fools refused to talk. But we already clipped her wings years ago. Even if she was smuggled out, she can't amount to anything. Miller nodded with satisfaction. As long as the Seraph royal bloodline can't mature, my father's position as clan leader remains secure as a mountain. I'm leaving. Remember, Miller spread his wings, his voice turning cold. Don't tell my father about this. After Miller's figure vanished into the sky, the elders exchanged glances. Should we really not report to the clan leader? No harm done. Someone will secretly protect the young lord. But doesn't the elven realm restrict commander tier and above from entering? An elder scoffed. With just those primitives in the realm and a few awakened tier humans, you think they can harm the young lord? True. We should focus on watching those Seraph prisoners. At that moment, in the palace dungeons, a group of ragged angels sat in a circle. At the center was a stunningly beautiful but haggard female angel. An elderly angel lowered his voice. Lyra, where did you send Leora? Did the war angels discover anything? The woman called Lyra slowly shook her head. They'll never find Leora. She should be able to live peacefully. The moment we step into the secret realm, the scenery around us transforms completely. We're standing in the middle of a devastated battlefield. Scorched earth, crumbling buildings, debris and corpses scattered everywhere. The air reeks of blood, and less than 100 meters ahead, something terrible is happening. 5 massive demons form a circle, savagely attacking a small figure in the center. It's a cat clan girl. She's drenched in blood, her snow-white fur stained crimson. Her left arm hangs limp, clearly broken, but she's still gritting her teeth, gripping a half-broken dagger in her right hand. Her emerald eyes burn with defiance. Get away, you filthy monsters! The cat girl screams and swings her blade at the nearest wolf-shaped demon. The blade carves a gash across its chest, but that only makes it angrier. The wolf demon grins viciously and swipes down with its claws, wind howling around them. Leora, save her! I don't hesitate. The command leaves my lips instantly. In the next breath, Leora shoots across the battlefield like lightning. She's so fast she leaves only after images in the air. Divine judgment! Leora's hand flashes, and her blade sweeps horizontally. 3 demon heads fly into the sky. The remaining 2 demons don't even have time to react before she's already behind them. A burst of light, and their bodies are sliced into pieces. The battlefield falls silent. The cat girl freezes, staring blankly at the angel who just appeared out of nowhere. Before she can finish, her body tilts forward from blood loss. Leora quickly catches her. Yuna and I move closer. Seeing the cat ears and tail on this girl, I'm a bit surprised. I pull up her status to check. Noticing our curious expressions, Lainey explains. These are beast folk. They're pretty common in our country. Judging by her features, she's from the cat clan. They're relatively weak among beast folk. I nod and turn to the other 2. We just entered this realm. Let's wait for her to wake up and figure out what's going on here before we make our next move. Sound good? Yuna and Lainey both agree. After all, the information we received only told us how to enter the realm, not what to do once inside. Having someone familiar with this place will be crucial. Yuna pulls out a pale green potion from her coat and carefully feeds it to the cat girl. As the potion slides down her throat, the cat girl's pale complexion improves slightly. She weakly opens her eyes. When she sees who saved her, her pupils shrink and she cries out in shock. The seer! Her sudden exclamation freezes all three of us. The seer? What the hell? After the cat girl explains, we finally understand what she means by the seer. This realm is a world unto itself. The elven race was once a great clan with many vassal races. During the Great War, the elves and their vassals fled here to escape the conflict. The realm protected us from the fires of war, but it also became an inescapable prison. The cat girl's expression darkens. Inside this realm, the laws of heaven and earth are incomplete. It's almost impossible to level up. Each new generation grows weaker. Now there are barely any transcendent tier beast folk left. And besides being unable to grow stronger, she bites her lip, fear flashing in her eyes. Worse yet, half a year ago, demons infiltrated the realm. Her voice trembles. She suddenly drops to her knees. Shally begs you, please save this place. The demons are converging on the sacred city at the realm center. If the sacred city falls, the elven legacy will be completely erased. Her eyes redden, her voice choked. And my father is there too. I reach out and grip Shally's shoulder, stopping her from bowing again. Since it's clear the elven legacy is in the sacred city, we'll definitely need to go there. I turn to Yuna and Lainey for their opinions. Yuna nods. I'm in. We're both from Longshan Nation, so naturally she'll stick with me. But Lainey shakes her head. I'm really sorry, but I need to leave. I'm not here for the elven legacy. I'll take my leave now. Yuna and I exchange a glance and nod in silent agreement. We only teamed up temporarily anyway. No need to force her to stay. After saying goodbye, Lainey turns and walks away. Once she's out of sight, the mysterious girl suddenly stretches, her graceful waist forming a beautiful arc in the sunlight. With a crisp snap of her fingers, her disguise melts away like water. Ugh, finally. I'm exhausted. Veronica rubs her sore shoulders. Disguises are such a pain. The black cat in her arms leaps lightly to the ground. In the blink of an eye, it swells into a majestic black panther. Its half-golden beast eyes flash with helplessness. Miss Veronica, you're still so playful. Call me Lainey. Veronica pouts, twirling a strand of hair around her finger. That name sounds so much better. The black panther sighs, its thick tail swaying gently. As a beast sworn to protect the Vero family for generations, she knows this young lady's personality all too well. Her bloodline purity is unmatched among all previous heirs, and her talent is astonishing. But precisely because of that, everyone spoiled her into this playful personality. All right, I'll stop teasing you. Veronica's expression suddenly turns serious, her emerald eyes flashing with sharpness. Time to find the relic grandfather left here. But seriously, how did that old man even sneak in? Hearing the young miss refer to the old family head so affectionately, the black panther's whiskers twitch. Miss Veronica, please be careful. If you run into danger, oh please, if there's danger, you'll handle it, right? Meanwhile, Shally is leading Yuna and me at top speed toward the sacred city at the realm center. As we push deeper, the number of demons we encounter increases noticeably. But in front of Leora, these demons are as fragile as paper. In moments, they're all annihilated. However, after killing dozens of demons in a row, I notice something odd. I frown and glance at Yuna. Her eyes show the same confusion. Strange, I mutter. By now, Leora should have already broken through to the transcendent tier. Noticing our confusion, Shally quickly explains. Honored seers, due to the realm's special rules, killing demons here won't raise your level. However, she pauses. That energy gets converted into attribute enhancement. The effect is limited though. Attribute enhancement? My eyes light up. I immediately pull up Leora's status panel. When I see her stats, my pupils contract. Every single one of her base attributes has increased by roughly 10 points. So in this realm, demons are actually the greatest treasure. Out of curiosity, I check Shally's status too. The moment her data appears, I gasp. I only now realize how abnormal Shally's stats are. Normally, a rank 7 awakened beast with superior grade quality would have around 120 points per attribute, but Shally's stats are nearly 100 points higher than a typical beast. No wonder she survived being surrounded by 5 rank 9 awakened demons. Yuna also discovers that Frostmoon's attributes have increased. She turns to me, and our eyes meet. Instantly, we reach the same conclusion. Besides our original mission to find the elven legacy, we now have another objective: hunt demons and boost our attributes. I quickly calculate. If I can raise Leora's attributes by nearly 100 points in this realm, then combine that with the system's quality enhancement feature, by the time she breaks through to Transcendent, her stats will reach terrifying levels. Even ordinary Transcendent rank 3 or 4 beasts might not match Leora's stats. And if I add her Seraph mode on top of that, crossing ranks to fight Transcendent rank 5 enemies might be easy. Thinking about this, my gaze toward those snarling demons becomes fervent. These aren't vicious enemies. They're walking attribute points. Leora, we're not letting a single demon in this realm escape today. Learning about the benefits of killing these demons, the little one's eyes light up instantly. Every beast dreams of getting stronger, and here, the path to power is this simple. As you command, Master. When Leora gets serious, every demon along the way suffers. Whether they're rank 5 fodder or rank 9 elites, they're all as fragile as paper in front of her. Because of this, Leora's attributes climb at a visible rate. On the other side, at the sacred city, dark clouds press down and demonic energy surges. Atop the towering stone walls, Cat Clan Chief Rowan digs his claws deep into the stone crevices, his brown pupils narrowed into thin slits. There are too many demons. They pour toward the sacred city like a tidal wave. If not for the barrier left by the elven race, the city would have been crushed long ago. Report, Chief, a Cat Clan warrior reports grimly. The barrier has started cracking. It'll hold for half an hour at most, and the other races guarding the walls aren't doing much better. Hearing this string of bad news, Chief Rowan sighs. According to the prophecy, the elven heir should enter the realm around this time. Half a month ago, he fought with everything he had to send his daughter out, hoping for this slim chance of survival. But now, it seems she probably ran into trouble too. Suddenly, the entire sacred city shakes violently. Damn it, it's a demon king. The roiling black clouds are suddenly torn apart by some terrifying force. A tall humanoid figure with bone wings slowly descends. His dark purple skin flows with lava-like patterns. The curved horns atop his head gleam with a metallic sheen in the lightning. Just hovering in midair, he makes the beast folk soldiers on the walls weak in the knees. Demon King Carlos hangs in the sky, his bone wings spreading slowly. Shadows fall over half the sacred city like a curtain. He's in no rush to attack. Instead, he looks down from above at the beast folk on the walls, as if savoring the final struggles of his prey. To find this realm, the demon race went through great trouble. But once I devour the daughter left behind by the elven queen, the demon race will gain at least one demon king level fighter, perhaps even a demon god. Insects of the beast folk. Demon King Carlos's voice grates like a dull blade scraping bone. Tell me where the elven princess is. Never. The beast folk would rather die in battle than bow to you. Carlos's mouth twists into a terrifying smile. He raises his right hand, fingers curling into a claw. The entire sky suddenly darkens. The black clouds churn and form a massive demonic claw that blots out the sun. It slams down toward the sacred city. Full power to the barrier. Chief Rowan roars. Beast folk warriors bite their fingertips and smear their blood on ancient runes. The barrier blazes with light, barely managing to raise a pale golden shield. But then, crack! With a crisp sound, the demonic claw clenches slightly, and the barrier shatters like fragile glass, splintering into countless cracks. Another strike, and the entire barrier crumbles into shards. Not good. Chief Rowan's pupils contract. The barrier's broken. I have to stall that demon king. Too slow. The cold voice rings in his ear. Before Chief Rowan can react, a hand covered in dark purple scales clamps around his throat. Chief! The beast folk on the walls cry out, eyes wide with fury. But no one dares step forward. Carlos flings him hard. Chief Rowan's body flies like a cannonball and crashes into the wall. Massive stones shatter, and dust billows. Last chance. Tell me where the elven princess is. No one answers. Carlos's eyes flash with impatience. He slowly raises his hand, and a dark purple energy sphere condenses in his palm. Black lightning crackles across its surface, radiating suffocating pressure. Fools, then everyone will die with you. A terrifying wave of power spreads from above the sacred city. But at that critical moment, a crimson meteor shoots toward us. Sensing its momentum, the Demon King frowns slightly, abandons the energy sphere in his hand, and dodges to the side. That figure is Leora. When we arrived and saw the Demon King breaking through the city, I didn't hesitate. I immediately had Leora activate her Seraph mode and charge from outside the city straight in. The path Leora cleared also allowed us to successfully enter the city. Right now, I'm looking up at the Demon King in the sky. Seeing Carlos's attributes, my expression turns grim. I have to admit, this guy is the strongest opponent I've faced since contracting Leora. Though he's only Transcendent rank 2, his stats are close to 1,000. If Leora hadn't boosted her attributes by killing demons along the way, we'd have no chance of winning right now. But with her Seraph mode, Leora's stats are barely on par with this Demon King. The problem is, at this level, a difference of just a few dozen points won't decide the fight. What worries me most is this Demon King's talent. This sudden turn of events stuns the beast folk, but then they erupt into cheers. Ancestors above, the prophecy came true. It's the seer. We're saved. From the rubble, Chief Rowan, supported by Shally, looks up at Leora standing against the Demon King in the sky. He murmurs, the sacred city is saved. The elven legacy won't fall into demon hands. After seeing his opponent clearly, Carlos frowns slightly. The angelic race? How could such a high-tier race appear here? His gaze falls on me, and it's a human's beast, but an awakened tier angel trying to stop me? Laughable. Carlos's mouth twists into a savage grin. The pale bone wings on his back suddenly spread, stirring up a foul wind. His claw covered in black scales shoots toward Leora at terrifying speed, demonic energy swirling around his fingertips. Leora dodges gracefully to the side, but a few strands of her hair are still severed by the sharp wind. Several scorched marks already mar her snow-white wings. Clearly, the earlier exchanges weren't easy. My pupils contract. I can see the gap between Leora and this Demon King. Even though Leora has the advantage on the status panel, the Demon King's talent-boosted demonic energy gives Carlos the upper hand in battle. Realizing this, I don't hesitate. We can't drag this out. Activate critical state. Facing a Demon King with stats over 1,000, I give the command for Leora to activate her critical state. In that state, crimson flames surge around Leora's body. Six-winged Seraph mode. Currently Leora's strongest form. The numbers on her status panel jump wildly, finally breaking past 4 digits. In the rubble, Chief Rowan senses this aura, but his expression grows even more grim. Although the Seer's beast momentum has now surpassed the Demon King's, the gap between Awakened tier and Transcendent tier is ultimately insurmountable. Moreover, this Demon King's talent is top tier even among demons. If the Seer has no other tricks, just as Chief Rowan predicted, Carlos notices Leora's surging aura and smirks wickedly. Reaching this level of power at the Awakened tier does prove you're extraordinary, but Transcendent is still Transcendent. Before he finishes speaking, demonic energy swirls, and Carlos's figure appears before Leora like a ghost. With stats over 1,000, Leora reacts in time. A holy sword instantly appears in her hand, slashing down at the Demon King. The holy sword clashes with demonic energy, producing a crisp metallic ring. Her sword strike is forcibly blocked. Like I said, Awakened is just Awakened. Carlos sweeps his bone wing sideways, landing a heavy blow on Leora. Her small body falls like a meteor, crashing hard into the ground in front of me. The little angel's brow furrows tightly. Her pure white wings are covered in dust, but she still stubbornly props herself up. Master, I'm fine. I look at Leora's pale face and trembling wings. For the first time, I truly feel how powerful demons are. A Demon King level demon is equivalent to a legendary grade beast. For Leora to hold her own against the Demon King at Awakened rank 9 is already pushing her limit. Seeing Leora fall, the surrounding beast folks' faces fill with despair. Could it be even the Seer can't defeat this Demon King? Damn it. If only the Seer were Transcendent tier, this Demon King wouldn't stand a chance. Cursed demons. 1,000 years ago, they destroyed the elven race. Now it's our turn. Right now, Shally bites her lower lip hard. The hand supporting her father has gone white from gripping too tightly. Why? We already found the Seer, but we still can't stop the beast folk from being wiped out. Can't save the sacred city from falling. Chief Rowan feels his daughter's trembling body and forces a smile. Shally, you've done your best. Even the queen herself probably didn't foresee demons invading this realm. Soon, I'll gather all beast folk warriors to stall the Demon King. You should leave with the Seer. Looking at his daughter's young face, Chief Rowan's eyes flash with resolve. But just as despair blankets everyone, I stare hard at the demonic energy swirling around the Demon King. My knuckles turn white from clenching. Is the gap between Awakened and Transcendent really this insurmountable? Even if Leora uses her ultimate skill, if I can't break that damn talent, our chances are still slim. An unprecedented sense of helplessness washes over me. But at that moment, I suddenly feel strange power surging from all parts of my body, flowing toward my beast space like rivers returning to the sea. I watch in surprise at those familiar blue light particles. This is the energy from killing demons. In this realm, every time Leora absorbed demon energy to strengthen herself, a portion of that energy also quietly settled inside me. That energy has been lurking deep in my bloodline. Now, it's finally fully awakened. As the energy releases completely, the world suddenly freezes in eerie stillness. Time seems to stretch, and everything becomes slow and distorted. I slowly raise my head. The Demon King's vicious smile is frozen on his face. The beast folks' despairing expressions are locked in that moment. In my field of vision, the Demon King is slowly raising his arm. A pitch-black energy sphere condenses in his palm, slowly pushing toward me. I see Leora struggling to turn her head, her lips moving, desperately trying to rush over and protect me. Her golden eyes are filled with panic, clearly reflecting my image in her pupils. This girl whose heart and mind are full of me. Right now, she's not worried about her own safety, but whether she can keep me safe. Master, Leora's voice sounds like it's coming from underwater, distant and muffled. I know that under this attack, she'll definitely activate her divine protection skill, using her body to build the last shield for me. But what about her? My heart feels like it's being gripped by an invisible hand. Intense emotion surges through my mind. Silver-white mental power explodes violently in my mind sea. Vast mental power rushes out like a bursting dam. I slowly raise my head, revealing eyes glowing with silver-white radiance. Golden patterns like sacred brands spread from the corners of my eyes to my neck. My gaze is hollow yet profound, as if piercing through everything before me. Master, the moment Leora meets those eyes, Her body suddenly stiffens, her mind going blank. In a daze, she seems to see a monarch seated on a throne, holding a royal sword symbolizing supreme authority. This is Emperor's stratagem. Everything happens in a split second. The Demon King's attack is still approaching, but right now, I'm so calm it's unsettling. Imperial command. With this low command, an invisible chessboard seems to unfold before me. Leora is the most important piece on it, and I'm the monarch controlling the entire board. Grant slaughter. Vast mental power transforms into tangible crimson light, surging from my body and wrapping around Leora's form. Under this power infusion, a brand new quality begins to manifest around Leora. Crimson slaughter aura wraps around her like a blood-red battle robe, dyeing her 6 wings black-red. She can't believe the power surging through her body. Her entire body trembles slightly. This is Master's talent. Leora's golden pupils ignite with unprecedented battle intent. I absolutely can't let Master down. A mere demon king. How could he compare to the bond between Master and me? She looks up at the black shadow floating in the demon clouds. Not a trace of hesitation remains in her heart. Her divine judgment blade suddenly blazes with blood-red light. The slaughter aura coiling around the blade distorts even space itself, facing the overwhelming demonic energy rushing at her. Leora doesn't retreat. She advances. Her 6 wings beat powerfully, transforming her into a crimson meteor shooting straight up, courting death. The demon king sneers and pushes his demonic energy forward, but in the next moment, crimson sword light tears through the pitch-black demonic energy like a crack. Leora's figure bursts through. Carlos's pupils shrink violently. He can't believe his attack was split in 2. How is this possible? Right now, the moment I leave the Heritage Sanctuary, I notice something's wrong. The entire city is under martial law, and all the beast folk have entered combat readiness. You inferior races, hand over the angel hiding in the city. If you refuse, don't blame me. A sharp voice cuts through the air as Miller's words echo across the sacred city. Angel? Hearing that word, I realize the newcomer probably isn't a demon, and right now, the only angel in the sacred city is Leora. That means this enemy is here for me? I think back carefully. Since entering the realm, I don't think I've offended anyone. Though I'm confused, I immediately summon Leora. Since the enemy outside is looking for me, there's no way I'm backing down. After all, I took benefits from the elven race, so naturally I should protect their vassal races. When Leora emerges from beast space, she first shoots me an annoyed look, always chasing the new and discarding the old. You could have summoned me from beast space ages ago, but you waited until now. Men really do fall for every new thing they see. Despite Leora's inner complaints, her actions are swift. She wraps her arms around my waist and immediately carries me straight to the battlefield. Right now, Miller is looking down at these beast folk from above, his expression growing more irritated. Among all the races in the dimensional spaces, beast folk are already considered extremely weak, and the ones standing before him now are among the weakest of the beast folk clans. Hand over that angel and the elven princess. I can spare your lives, but not a single beast folk shows any fear. Though beast folk are weak, they're incredibly loyal. According to the instructions left by the elven race, meeting the seer is like meeting the elves themselves. Moreover, that seer just saved them from demons not long ago. Make them betray him? Absolutely impossible. You're asking for death. Miller's expression darkens. As a member of a high-tier race, taking the time to warn these natives was already his greatest mercy. Not only are these natives not grateful, but they even dare to resist. Veronica turns to the phantom shadow leopard. I don't want these adorable beast folk getting hurt. Understood. The phantom shadow leopard's entire body tenses, its gaze locking onto Miller. Trying to use awakened rank 7 to face a transcendent tier angel? Today won't be easy without shedding some blood. But before Miller can attack, Leora and I arrive first. After setting me down, Leora immediately focuses on Miller in the sky. This is the first time she's encountered another of her kind. But why does this fellow angel harbor killing intent toward her? Looking at this angel, I frown slightly too. Like Leora, he's also from the divine angel race. But Leora is a seraph, while this one is a war angel. Judging from their skills though, it seems the seraph clan has the advantage. After all, Leora's seraph mode can double her attributes. That said, the base gap between them is clear. Even though Leora gained another 50 attribute points after killing that demon king, even if she activates seraph mode early plus critical state, she'll only have around 1200 attribute points. In that case, there's only one option: Final Requiem. This is a skill I haven't dared use even once due to its side effects. But if it comes down to it, right now Miller looks at Leora, his face full of mockery. You, with seraph clan blood, willingly became a human's beast? You're truly disgracing the angelic race. But Miller's words have no effect on Leora whatsoever. Having been pulled from the abyss by me personally, how could she ever despise her master? Moreover, she doesn't think her angelic bloodline is anything particularly noble. However, Leora's dismissive attitude toward Miller makes his expression darken. Back when the angelic race's clan leader, Leora's father, hadn't disappeared yet, this girl always had the same arrogant attitude. And now, she's still looking down on him like this. But he's not that pitiful angel who could only hide in the shadows and envy Leora's status anymore. Now he's the young lord of the angelic race. Leora, judging by your expression, you've already forgotten what happened to the angelic race. Do you need me to help you remember? I have to admit, Miller successfully catches Leora's attention. Besides Leora, I'm also listening carefully. I really want to know about the little one's past. Seeing Leora interested, Miller becomes leisurely. Want to know about your past? Then first tell me, how did your wings regenerate? Everything about the angelic race comes from the wings on your back. Losing your wings means losing hope of growth, losing the ability to fight, losing everything. But Leora's wings were completely severed, so why are they intact now? Miller licks his lips greedily. A method to regenerate angelic wings. If I obtained this method and improved upon it, could I further enhance my own power? Suddenly asked about her wings, Leora instinctively turns to look at me. But this small gesture immediately makes Miller realize the culprit is probably this human. A human? How is that possible? A race despised by all, weak in combat, only able to rely on others? Such a race possesses this ability? Miller's gaze sweeps over everyone on the ground. Looks like besides Leora, I should bring this human back too. Apart from 2 or 3 trashy transcendent tier beast folk, only Leora in front of him is barely worth notice. Leora, considering you came out to die on your own, I've decided to spare these beast folk and those 2 humans. Hearing this, the phantom shadow leopard nearly loses control. Spare? Shadow, calm down, calm down. Veronica wraps her arms around the phantom shadow leopard's neck, desperately holding her back until her fury subsides. Shadow, let's not argue with this angel. You told me before that as the Vero family heir, I must know when to act decisively. I think Shadow, now isn't your moment to step in. Their movements catch my attention. I turn my head and see a foreign girl with pale golden hair and emerald eyes. In terms of looks, she's on par with Yuna. Being stared at by me, Veronica realizes she slipped up. She quickly releases the phantom shadow leopard, elegantly smooths her skirt, then extends her hand. Hello, let me reintroduce myself. I'm Veronica. After saying this, Veronica playfully winks. Seeing this, my mouth twitches. Though I already suspected this girl wasn't simple, I didn't expect the contrast to be this extreme. When she first met Yuna and me, she acted shy and innocent. But now, if I weren't absolutely certain that leopard was the same cat Lainey held in her arms, I'd never believe they were the same person. I don't extend my hand, just nod politely. Seeing me not shake hands, Veronica pouts in dissatisfaction. Petty man, I just hid my identity a little, and you're holding a grudge. But right now, my attention is completely absorbed by Miller. I can tell you about your past. Miller's face wears a smug smile. After all, he can not only eliminate the Seraph clan's hidden threat, but also found a way to become stronger. In a good mood, even this Seraph looks more pleasing to the eye. More importantly, he really wants to see Leora's reaction after learning the truth. You're the princess of the Seraph clan. Could you really forget something so important? Miller's face drips with mockery. Though now the Seraph clan is nearly extinct, so forgetting that identity seems natural enough. Extinct? Hearing this news, my brow furrows. Though I don't know the relationship between Seraphs and War Angels, Leora clearly belongs to the Seraph clan, and the Seraph clan is nearly extinct. At this moment, Veronica suddenly interjects. Seraphs and War Angels both belong to the angelic race, but the Seraph clan is the angelic royal bloodline, incredibly rare in number. Not long ago, the Seraph king disappeared and the War Angel clan seized power. Anyone with Seraph blood probably met a terrible fate. Of course, I only heard this secondhand. Decide for yourself if it's true. Veronica adds one last comment. Though I brushed her off earlier, Miss Veronica won't hold it against me. Hearing Veronica's explanation, I finally understand why Leora lost her wings. It was all the War Angel clan's doing. I immediately look worriedly at Leora. Right now, the little one is bearing the heaviest burden emotionally. Leora stares blankly at Miller, looking at the wings on his back. Memories slowly resurface in her mind. The Seraph clan being slaughtered, her wings torn apart. Images keep flashing through her mind. Unconsciously, tears begin sliding down from the corners of her eyes. Seraph clan princess. Seeing Leora like this, Miller is clearly very satisfied. Haha, you remember now? Everyone connected to you is suffering, and you knew nothing about it. As the Seraph clan's princess, do you even deserve that title? This sentence clearly strikes Leora's heart. Right now, the little one looks at her hands, her body trembling continuously. My clansmen are all suffering, but what about me? Do I really deserve this identity? Seeing Leora's state, my brow furrows tightly. If this continues, Miller won't even need to attack. Leora will collapse on her own. I can't let this continue. Imperial command. I don't hesitate. I activate my talent decisively. With Emperor's stratagem online, trying to console Leora through words is clearly the least efficient method. Since words won't work, I'll let the little one feel my heart directly. Mental power flows from my body, tightly connecting with Leora. Mental power isn't just for combat. It can also explore others' hearts. In the mental world, I see a small figure huddled in a corner, hugging her knees. This is Leora's inner reflection. Even though Leora is powerful and has experienced many battles, fundamentally she's still just a little girl. Looking at the little one burying her head in her knees, desperately trying to escape reality, my heart clenches painfully. All of this is too cruel for her. I take a deep breath, slowly step forward, and firmly extend my hand toward Leora. Leora, stand up. No matter what happens, I'm with you. The little one lifts her head, her pale face is covered in tears. Master. Leora raises her tear-filled face. Her golden eyes reflect my resolute expression. Leora, no matter what, I will firmly choose you. If the War Angel clan stands in your way, then I'll help you crush them together. Through her tears, Leora sees that extended hand. Just as firm as when we made our contract in Linyuan City. That's right. Now she has a master she can rely on. No matter what, Master will firmly choose her. Above the sacred city, Miller has lost patience. Time to end this. Leora, I'll send you to see your clansmen. A long sword slowly appears in Miller's hand. The next moment, he thrusts it fiercely toward Leora. But in the inner world, a slender hand firmly grasps mine. How can I keep running away? I was chosen by the divine. How can I fall here? Grant, slaughter. Seraph mode, activate. Both voices ring out almost simultaneously. In the next instant, crimson slaughter aura and flames intertwine, completely enveloping Leora. Miller's attack is easily deflected. I look at Leora's stats breaking 1,000, my eyes steely. Still not enough. This level still isn't enough. At this level, I still can't defeat this War Angel. Leora doesn't need my command. With our minds fused, she and I are of one heart. My thoughts reach her heart instantly. To go further, there's only one way. Final Requiem. The chant echoes across the battlefield in perfect unison. Behind Leora, her 6 wings suddenly ignite with crimson gold flames. As the scorching fire serpents writhe, brand new wings of light suddenly appear. This is 8-winged Seraph. Miller's pupils contract violently. The holy sword in his hand begins to tremble uncontrollably. How is this possible? Without reaching God tier, how can you become an 8-winged Seraph? Impossible. An illusion. Miller's eyes turn bloodshot, madness filling his gaze. A crippled angel. How could you possibly reach this level? War Angel mode. 6 wings unfold instantly. Even if you're an 8-winged Seraph, you're dying today. Right now, in my field of vision, Miller's stats skyrocket. Under the boost of War Angel mode, Miller's attributes reach terrifying levels. His strength, constitution, and speed all break past 1,500 points. Leora, you must die today. Miller's 6 wings beat violently. A golden holy sword condenses in his palm. Holy sword judgment. Without any wasted movement, Miller's form dives down like golden lightning. Wherever the holy sword passes, space itself warps slightly. Meanwhile, Seraph mode doubles Leora's attributes. Then, on top of Seraph mode, using her ultimate skill, Leora's stats increase by another 500 points. Therefore, Leora's attributes are now approaching 1,500 points, though there's still a gap compared to Miller. In the next moment, I grit my teeth. Mental power surges out like a bursting dam. Leora, grant, guardian. Ice blue guardian power condenses around Leora into tangible light armor. I grunt, veins bulging at my temples. Maintaining 2 top-tier states simultaneously pushes my mind sea to the brink of collapse. In Leora's golden pupils, the last trace of hesitation vanishes completely. Her 8 wings spread fully. Leora transforms into a crimson fire line shooting into the sky. Wherever she passes, space is scorched into twisted trails. Watching Leora charging at him, Miller's pupils contract violently. For the first time, genuine terror appears on his face. You're insane? He clearly sees that Leora has completely abandoned all defensive posture, pouring all her power into this single strike. If I can't maintain the guardian state and it deactivates, her small body will instantly be torn to shreds by the holy sword. Yet Leora's golden eyes don't hold even a trace of fear. She believes in me. She believes in her master. Golden holy radiance and crimson fireline collide. The moment golden radiance and crimson fire meet, time seems to freeze for an instant. Then, from the collision center, light more brilliant than the sun explodes. A visible shockwave expands in a perfect arc. On the ground, raging energy storms whip Veronica's pale golden hair wildly. The phantom shadow leopard's massive body blocks in front of her, yet she can still feel the scorching heat hitting her face. Veronica's voice trembles with disbelief. She's really only awakened tier? The phantom shadow leopard's pupils contract sharply. Her jet black fur stands on end in the chaotic energy currents. As a former sovereign tier beast, even though she's fallen to awakened second tier due to contract restrictions, her full power still far exceeds same rank beasts. But this scene before her eyes still exceeds her understanding. Without a doubt, the Phantom Shadow Leopard's voice rarely carries such gravity. That boy and that angel, both are still at awakened rank 9. In the sky, the battle between them is nearing its end. Despite slightly inferior stats, under the dual boost of Slaughter and Guardian, Leora's every strike brings massive threat to Miller. Slaughter State completely ignores defense, meaning Miller's defensive skills are utterly useless against Leora. After countless clashes between Holy Sword and Light Blade, Miller finally knocks away Leora's weapon. But right now, not a trace of arrogance remains in this war angel's eyes, only bone-deep terror. Madmen! You're all madmen! Miller's voice trembles uncontrollably. His 6 wings flap in panic as he turns to flee. Come when you want, leave when you want. Leora's 8 wings slash with fury. Crimson flames instantly seal off the entire airspace. Miller slams into the flame barrier, horrified to discover these flames are actually burning his spiritual power. This is the Seraph's final requiem barrier. Miller turns around, his eyes now carrying a hint of pleading. Leora, you can't kill me! Your clansmen are still— Before he finishes, Leora's judgment descends. Final requiem surge. With this soft whisper, the 100-meter diameter crimson barrier suddenly collapses. Miller's scream is swallowed by the compressed flames, ultimately transforming into a blindingly brilliant crimson point of light. Amid earth-shattering explosions, the barrier hastily erected by the beast folk trembles violently. Wherever the shockwave passes, even space develops fine black cracks. When the light fades, only scattered golden feathers remain in the sky, along with an 8-winged figure standing proud. The sacred city falls into dead silence at this moment. All beast folk hold their breath, looking up at this shocking scene. That invincible war angel has completely vanished. After the smoke clears from the sky, only 2 items float quietly. Seeing the angelic sacred blood, my pupils contract sharply. The second material for Leora's advancement. I already have the radiant crystal and angelic sacred blood. Now only the sacred spirit leaf remains, but according to Stellan, sacred spirit leaf exists in the National Guardian Academy's treasury. As long as I join the academy, I can definitely obtain this final material. When I use these 3 materials to cultivate Leora, will her grade reach mythic level? As for the other item, since it's an angelic sacred relic, I'll leave it with Leora, this angelic princess. But at that moment, the 8-winged angel figure in the sky suddenly sways violently. Crimson flames fade at visible speed. The 8 brilliant wings also shatter inch by inch. Leora's body seems drained of all strength, falling straight down from the sky. Side effects from using the ultimate skill. My heart clenches. I'm about to rush forward, but the moment I take a step, dizzying vertigo suddenly attacks. My overdepleted mental power finally reaches its limit. The world before my eyes plunges into darkness. My body tilts forward uncontrollably, but just before hitting the ground, soft arms catch me firmly. Right now, outside the secret realm, Stellan paces anxiously back and forth. After all, this is a completely new realm. No one knows what exists inside. If something happens to Yuna or me, how will he answer to the Ying family and the nation? At that moment, space suddenly ripples like water. They're out? Stellan's head snaps up, but he freezes instantly. On the previously empty plain, a massive procession of beastfolk suddenly appears. Hundreds of beastfolk warriors file out in formation. They still bear injuries from battle, yet each stands with straight backs. And at the very front of the formation, Yuna is holding my unconscious body. Looking at this huge group, Stellan's mouth twitches. These people are— But right now, Yuna has no time to worry about that. The moment she completed her bloodline enhancement, she rushed to the battlefield and witnessed my collapse from exhaustion. Almost instinctively, she rushed forward ahead of Veronica and caught me firmly. Stellan, check on Ethan quickly! The always composed young miss of the Ying family sounds more panicked than ever. He seems to have passed out from overusing his talent. Right now, Stellan stands frozen. He seriously suspects he's hearing things. Did he hear wrong? Did his young miss just say my talent was overused? Stellan checks my level again. That's right, awaken rank 9. That means I awakened my talent early. Stellan's throat bobs several times as he forcibly suppresses the shock surging through him. This situation must be reported to the headmaster immediately. If we let a peerless genius like this slip through our fingers— Stellan quickly leans down to check my condition. His body is fine. It's just mental power overuse. So he passed out. As he speaks, his gaze shifts to Leora, being carefully held by Shally. As for his beast, one look. These are the side effects from using an ultimate skill. She'll recover on her own after some time. But for this beast's ultimate skill to have such severe side effects, the greater the side effects, the stronger the ultimate skill. Frostmoon's ultimate skill only causes unconsciousness when used once. But this beast goes into deep sleep. Stellan's mouth twitches. As expected, an insane beast master definitely has an insane beast. Hearing I'm alright, Yuna's tense shoulders finally relax slightly. Glancing at the beast folk behind her, she seems to realize something and slowly explains. These beast folk were refugees in the secret realm. Now the realm's been invaded by demons and Ethan saved them, so they've chosen to follow us. After Yuna's explanation, Stellan finally understands. Longxia Nation doesn't reject other races. In the dimensional spaces, quite a few races have sought Longxia's protection, and Longxia embraced them all without refusal. Therefore, adding one more beast folk race isn't a big problem. It's just that the distance from here to Longxia Nation is vast. Chief Rowan steps forward and performs the beast folk's highest ceremonial bow. Sir, I will lead my people to Longxia Nation. Please take the seer back for treatment first. Stellan nods approvingly. Though Longxia embraces all, it won't unconditionally support every race. Whether these beast folk can cross the dangers to reach Longxia is the best test for them. Before leaving, Chief Rowan requests that Stellan take his daughter. Thinking that I do need someone to look after me while unconscious, he doesn't refuse. On the other side, the moment Veronica steps out of the secret realm, a black shadow kneels before her like a ghost. Young miss, the family head commands your immediate return. Veronica's emerald eyes flash with impatience. Her delicate hand waves dismissively. That old man has so much business. She glances disdainfully at the kneeling Beastmaster. And you, Blackstone, don't appear in front of me next time. Just looking at your sour face pisses me off. The Beastmaster called Blackstone maintains his humble posture, not even daring to lift his head. Yes, young miss. Seeing how submissive her opponent has become, Veronica finds the whole thing utterly boring. Whatever. I shouldn't be bullying you anyway. She turns to Shadow, her phantom leopard, and a light bulb goes off in her head. Shadow, what do you think about me enrolling in Longxia Nation? Shadow's eye twitches. Here we go again. His young mistress always comes up with ideas on a whim. With her status, if she actually goes to Longxia Nation, it'll cause absolute chaos. Then again, that kind of headache is someone else's problem to deal with. I think it's fine, Miss Veronica. America. Perfect. Then it's settled. Meanwhile, inside my mental space, everything has turned blood red. The color presses down on me like actual liquid, making it hard to breathe. But surrounded by the sea of blood, my mental power is skyrocketing. Back in the real world, Guardian Ying senses my condition and immediately calls out, "Miss, Ethan's about to break through to transcendent tier." Yuna's pupils contract sharply. She whips her head toward me lying on the bed. A strange crimson glow is emanating from my body, and even my breathing has become scorching hot. He's really breaking through to transcendent, but why is it red? When Ethan awakened his talent, it was definitely silver. Before Yuna can process this, Guardian Ying pulls her aside and forms hand seals. An ice blue barrier instantly envelops the entire room. Guardian Ying stares at the blood-red glow around my body, his brow furrowing. If he's not mistaken, I'm not just breaking through to transcendent, I'm simultaneously awakening a new talent. But didn't Yuna say I'd already awakened early? So this, a shocking thought hits him like lightning. A second talent. Inside my beast space, everything is transforming. The mental power surge from breaking through to transcendent has nearly doubled the space's size. And within that space, the verdant cocoon that's been silent for so long suddenly begins trembling violently. It actively draws in my surging mental power, weaving contract runes inside itself. A voluntary contract. As the final rune completes, I clearly feel a sleeping consciousness appear in my mind. See, the green cocoon settles back into stillness after completing the contract, as if nothing has happened. At the same time, my second talent, Soul Devourer, fully awakens. The effect is simple yet brutal. It unconditionally doubles all of my beast attributes. For example, when Leora activates Seraph mode, her stats double. Then through Soul Devourer, they double again. That means Leora's final combat boost reaches an insane 4 times multiplier. The only catch? I can't use Emperor's Stratagem and Soul Devourer simultaneously. Otherwise, combining the buffs from Emperor's Stratagem with Soul Devourer, Leora could literally steamroll everyone at Transcendent tier. When I finally gained complete control of my newly awakened power and slowly opened my eyes, I met with extremely complicated expressions from Yuna and Guardian Ying. I touch my face, confused. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Guardian Ying's facial muscles twitch slightly, but he ultimately doesn't ask whether I've awakened a second talent. After all, he'd already reported my situation to the higher-ups. Grandmaster Drake will make the call. How long was I out? Yuna does some quick math and slowly replies, "From when we left the secret realm until now, you've been unconscious for half a month. You're currently at the Ying family estate in the capital city. My home, basically, half a month unconscious." My brow furrows. The after effects of mental power depletion were more severe than I'd thought. Still, the results are worth it. Glancing at the 2 materials in my beast space, I've basically collected everything needed for Leora's evolution. Wait, Leora used her ultimate skill. How's the little one doing? I immediately check through our contract. She seems to be in the next room, and she's almost done with her transformation from awakened tier to transcendent tier. Realizing this, I immediately jump out of bed. Having advanced from awakened to transcendent, I feel zero discomfort from lying down for half a month. Actually, I feel amazing. I rush to the next room in about 3 steps. The moment I open the door, crimson flames surge toward me. Leora's small body is completely wrapped in sacred fire, her 4 wings spreading in the firelight. As I watch, all the flames suddenly collapse inward, transforming into streams of light that pour into Leora's body. Her attributes undergo a qualitative leap. Upon entering transcendent tier, her stats jump from under 500 points straight to over 800. Feeling the power through our contract, I can't help but smile. With Leora's current strength, if she faces that War Angel Miller again, she probably won't even need Final Requiem to take him down. Even more exciting is the contract with Vera, the nature spirit. Although she's fallen back asleep after forming the bond, she's genuine mythic grade. I figure my mental power surge from breaking through triggered her instinctive response, causing her to complete the contract. I just need to find a way to wake her up, then help her break through to transcendent. My eyes gleam with excitement. If I can successfully enter National Guardian Academy and obtain the Sacred Spirit Leaf to raise Leora's grade to mythic as well. 2 mythic grade beasts. The thought makes my heart race. At that point, even facing high-ranked transcendent beastmasters, I'll have a fighting chance. Just then, Leora slowly opens those brilliant golden eyes. The moment her vision focuses, she launches herself at me without hesitation. Watching this scene, Yuna feels an inexplicable sourness in her chest. To cover her awkwardness, she clears her throat. "Ethan, the 3rd exam is about to start." Her words hit me like ice water. I jolt back to reality. The Sacred Spirit Leaf. I have to pass the exam and get into National Guardian Academy. What if I miss this chance and can't join? My worries are completely unnecessary, though. At this very moment, Grandmaster Drake of National Guardian Academy and principals from other major academies are all converging on the exam site. These big shots, who are normally impossible to track down, all have the exact same goal. That genius personally recommended by Commander Wei. Meanwhile, at the Angelic Territory, several War Angel elders suddenly realize something is wrong. Why hasn't the young lord returned yet? Could something have happened? One elder asks his companion. Impossible, right? Didn't anyone go with the young lord? Suddenly, the hall's atmosphere freezes. A towering figure appears out of thin air, 8 pairs of brilliant wings spreading behind him. Lord Mizar, patriarch of the War Angel clan. Miller is dead. His voice is like ice from the dawn of time. Find out who did it. The elders exchange shocked glances. They know the patriarch doesn't actually care about this particular son's life. Lord Mizar has plenty of offspring and can designate a new heir anytime. What truly enrages him is that someone dared kill his son, and that an angelic sacred treasure Miller had stolen is now lost. We'll investigate immediately. 4 elders drop to one knee, their eyes filled with disbelief. With Miller's strength, how could he have died in a mere secret realm? The scene shifts back to the 3rd exam site. The place is absolutely packed. Media outlets have flocked here to cover this annual grand exam. Amidst the crowd's chatter, students who've passed the first 2 exams file in one by one. But just then, the sky suddenly darkens. A massive swarm of flying beasts appears above the exam grounds. Under everyone's stunned gazes, principals from major academies descend one after another. The most eye-catching among them is naturally a silver-haired old man at the front, Grandmaster Drake, principal of National Guardian Academy and one of Longxian Nation's pillars of strength. A sovereign rank 9 Beastmaster. Holy crap, why is National Guardian Academy's Grandmaster here? Not just National Guardian. Black Dragon Academy, Yellow Dragon Academy, principals from every famous academy in Longxian Nation are here. What are they doing? Are they going to proctor the exam themselves? There must be a real genius here. They're all here for one reason: special recruitment. As the crowd buzzes with discussion, sparks seem to fly between these principals. They've all received word, a talent that Commander Wei himself called having limitless potential. No matter the cost, they have to recruit him to their academy. The biggest competitor, though, everyone's eyes land on the figure at the front. National Guardian Academy. They never expected Grandmaster Drake himself to descend for this. Grandmaster Drake, what brings you here? Vice Principal Lee from Black Dragon Academy hesitates before stepping forward. As one of only 2 sovereign-level Beastmasters present, he feels he has the standing to speak with Grandmaster Drake. What do you think? Grandmaster Drake shoots him a sideways glance, not giving him any face. Everyone knows why we're here. Do you really need to act? All high and mighty? Vice Principal Lee's facial muscles twitch, but he doesn't dare get angry. He has zero leverage against Grandmaster Drake, but while he respects the Grandmaster, he absolutely has to compete for this genius student. Taking a deep breath, he cups his hands. Grandmaster, my apologies. But this talented student, Black Dragon Academy must fight for him as well. His words are like water hitting a hot oil pan. The other principals can't sit still anymore, and the scene descends into chaos. In the corner, a principal wearing gold-rimmed glasses weakly reminds everyone, shouldn't we find the person first? We're all fighting here, but his words die out as silence suddenly falls. When everyone calms down, they have to admit he has a point. Grandmaster Drake frowns, his overwhelming mental power instantly blanketing the entire exam grounds. The other principals follow suit. Over a dozen mental power waves weave into a net, scanning every single student present. Strange. I'm not sensing the kid Commander Wei mentioned. Vice Principal Lee's frown deepens. The atmosphere grows bizarre. Over a dozen principals who normally dominate their domains now look at each other, confusion written all over their faces. The genius is missing? Don't tell me. One principal suddenly thinks of something, his expression turning odd. The kid didn't even show up? At this moment, I've completely given up on making it to the exam on time and decide to just roll with it. I ask Guardian Ying whether I can still get into National Guardian Academy if I miss this exam. His answer is reassuring. You'll be fine. A talent like you who awakened early? If National Guardian Academy doesn't take you, it'd have to be brain dead. With Guardian Ying's guarantee, I relax. On the way to the exam site, I take the opportunity to grab tons of food. After being unconscious for so long, my body's energy reserves are depleted and desperately need replenishing. Leora, being the little foodie she is, enthusiastically supports this decision with both hands and feet. When the two of us show up at the exam site carrying bags of snacks with skewers still in our mouths, the entire venue goes dead silent. Everyone freezes. Tens of thousands of students plus principals from major academies have been waiting for me, and I'm casually eating. Snapping back to reality, I move lightning fast, instantly storing all the food in my hands and Leora's snacks into my B-space. Now I stand alone in the center of the grounds, bearing the baptism of tens of thousands of stares. Fortunately, the next moment, a gentle force lifts me up. Grandmaster Drake waves his sleeve and brings me directly to the main platform. Over a dozen principals shoot me resentful looks, like a bunch of people who've been stood up. They've been awkwardly staring at each other for a full half hour. Hello everyone. Thank you for waiting everyone. I react quickly, immediately bowing 90 degrees, my voice loud enough for the entire venue to hear. The speed of that attitude flip makes Grandmaster Drake's eye twitch. This kid changes his tune faster than flipping a page. Still, geniuses are allowed to be a bit special. Ethan, would you like to join National Guardian Academy? Hearing this, I turn to see a silver-haired old man smiling warmly at me. I immediately realize this must be Grandmaster Drake, principal of National Guardian Academy. Facing his question though, I'm not about to agree right away. Guardian Ying had told me that Commander Wei sent my information to every major academy's recruitment office. Wei's purpose was singular: trigger a bidding war among the academies to help me secure maximum benefits. Grandmaster Drake, I haven't really decided which academy to join yet. My talent is kind of special. I don't even know why. And this talent awakened during my awakened tier. I activate Emperor's stratagem. Silver-white pupils strike straight at every principal's heart. Early awakening. My value skyrockets again. These top-tier experts can all see the incredible quality of the talent I've awakened, and they can sense my mental power seems far stronger than normal Beastmasters. Despite being only Transcendent Rank 1, my mental power already rivals Transcendent Rank 5 Beastmasters. The principals rush forward, competing to introduce their academies. Only Vice Principal Lai and a few other top academy leaders stand quietly in place. They've all caught my subtext. If they want me to join, they need to put actual benefits on the table. Grandmaster Drake can't help but chuckle wryly. He hadn't expected me to voluntarily expose my early awakening. Still, he completely understands my move to secure benefits for myself. After all, resources are something you have to fight for. Seeing my peripheral vision constantly landing on him, he knows I'm waiting for him to speak, but having confirmed I want to join National Guardian Academy, he's in no rush to throw out his offer. Vice Principal Lee slowly steps forward, speaking with complete sincerity. Ethan, if you join Black Dragon Academy, we'll devote our entire academy's resources to nurturing you. You'll receive the highest treatment in our academy's history. I instantly feel awkward. Facing the sovereign-level powerhouse's earnest gaze, my refusal sticks in my throat, unable to come out. My eyes keep darting to Grandmaster Drake, silently screaming, "Say something, old man!" Fortunately, Grandmaster Drake is also worried I might impulsively agree to Vice Principal Lee's terms. Ethan, if you're willing to join National Guardian Academy, I can fulfill one request for you. The words sound light, but the entire venue falls into dead silence. Though Grandmaster Drake's condition seems stingy, everyone knows he's one of Lungxia Nation's absolute strongest. A single request from Grandmaster Drake basically means nothing in Lungxia Nation is impossible. Finally, Grandmaster Drake has spoken, and I can breathe again. I'm very sorry, Vice Principal Lee. I'd still like to learn more about National Guardian Academy first. Vice Principal Lee had expected this outcome. Seeing Grandmaster Drake's knowing eyes, I immediately realized my little scheme has been completely transparent to him, so I just come clean about my requests. Grandmaster Drake, I actually have two requests. First, I want the Sacred Spirit Leaf. As for the second request, under Grandmaster Drake's watchful gaze, I steel myself. I want my beast to enter the Beast Sanctification Pool. Hearing my request, Grandmaster Drake's brow furrows. The first request is no problem. No matter how precious, the Sacred Spirit Leaf is just a material, not as valuable as a genius. But the Beast Sanctification Pool is the foundation of National Guardian Academy. Normally, they only award access to sovereign-level Beastmasters who've made major contributions, and I'm just a Transcendent-level Beastmaster. Grandmaster Drake stares into my eyes and slowly speaks. Your purpose for entering the Beast Sanctification Pool. I have a beast that needs the pool for healing. Grandmaster Drake's fingers interlace as he clearly weighs the pros and cons. Seeing my pleading eyes, he finally speaks slowly. The first condition, I can agree to. As for the second condition, hearing this, disappointment already fills my eyes. Grandmaster Drake's tone makes it clear this condition is impossible, but then he pivots. As long as you can prove your value at the new student ceremony, I'll approve it. The materials for Leora's evolution. Right now, after requesting the Sacred Spirit Leaf and access to the Beast Sanctification Pool from Grandmaster Drake, the first condition I can agree to. As for the second, hearing this, my eyes already show disappointment. His tone makes it clear the answer is no, but Grandmaster Drake's words take a sharp turn. As long as you can prove your value at the new student ceremony, I'll approve it. His words cause an uproar. The Beast Sanctification Pool? That's the 1,000-year foundation of National Guardian Academy. A miraculous opportunity countless sovereign-level powerhouses desperately seek, and the old Grandmaster has actually agreed. Getting Grandmaster Drake's answer makes me happy, but the deeper meaning in his words makes me think. Why specifically emphasize proving myself at the new student ceremony? I look up thoughtfully, meeting the Grandmaster's meaningful gaze. In that instant, I understand. Though Grandmaster Drake is National Guardian Academy's principal, the academy isn't his personal fiefdom. Even if he agrees to let me enter the pool, the other sovereign-level elders will will never easily allow a new student to step foot in it. To make those sovereign-level Beastmasters shut up, there's only one way. Prove myself. Prove my potential. Prove I have the ability to suppress everyone in my generation. And Grandmaster Drake specifically emphasized the new student ceremony for one reason. That's when all new students joining National Guardian Academy will be present. What I need to do is defeat all 1,000+ students joining National Guardian Academy in front of everyone. Grandmaster Drake, I understand. I nod heavily at him. Grandmaster Drake's eyes flash with satisfaction. This kid catches on immediately. Then I look forward to your performance at the new student ceremony. As for the sacred spirit leaf, someone will deliver it to you shortly. With those words, the old Grandmaster waves his sleeve and turns to leave. The other principals, seeing my destination is set, all wear regretful expressions, missing out on a prodigy like me. After leaving the exam site, I realize I actually have nowhere to go in the capital city. Left with no choice, I head back to the Ying family estate. Freeloading isn't so bad. Yuna is naturally very welcoming of my arrival, and immediately has someone arrange accommodations for me. Not long after settling in, the sacred spirit leaf Grandmaster Drake promised is delivered to my hands. Right now, I'm staring at the 3 materials before me, my fingertips trembling slightly. Only I know how difficult it was to collect these materials. Any single one would cause a frenzy in the outside world. Leora, come out. Light flashes as the little angel gradually appears. When she sees the materials on the table clearly, her golden pupils contract sharply. Before, I'd use 3 materials to repair her wings, and now 3 materials sit before her again. My purpose is crystal clear. Leora closes her eyes. I take a deep breath and slowly lift the 3 treasures, letting them float above the little angel's head. In an instant, holy radiance pours down like a waterfall, completely enveloping Leora's small body. The 3 materials transform into brilliant streams of light, orbiting the little angel like planets at high speed. Accompanied by a soft hum, Leora instantly enters seraph mode. 4 pairs of brilliant wings spread wide, each feather blooming with dazzling crimson light. The 3 treasures, as if summoned, precisely fuse into the 4 primary feathers on her back. Golden sacred fire shoots skyward, forming a pillar of light that pierces heaven and earth. Pure mythic grade pressure spreads like a tidal wave. Within 100 miles, all birds and beasts simultaneously prostrate themselves on the ground. Inside National Guardian Academy, Grandmaster Drake's teacup shatters with a crack. He shoots to his feet, his peak sovereign aura exploding outward. Mythic grade, his reaction is lightning fast. Vast mental power instantly weaves into a net, firmly sealing that mythic grade aura. Several other sovereign level powerhouses who are about to investigate get forced back by this pressure. Only after confirming the aura is completely concealed does Grandmaster Drake relax, but his pupils are still contracting. From that aura just now, he sensed a familiar presence. It's actually my beast. Mythic grade, Grandmaster Drake mutters to himself, unconsciously smoothing his sleeve. A mythic grade beast that's never appeared in Longshan Nation's entire history has just been born. Even more shocking, this mythic grade beast master also possesses the monstrous talent of early awakening and the astonishing potential of dual talents. He suddenly throws his head back and laughs. Good, good, good. I knew I wasn't wrong about him. At the same time, under the influence of the 3 materials, 2 more pairs of wings spread from Leora's back. 6 brilliant light wings fully extend, each one burning with crimson sacred fire. As I watch, Leora's aura keeps climbing, quickly reaching a critical point. Seeing this, I clench my fists. I can feel that if Leora can break through this barrier, her grade will advance to mythic. If she can't, her grade will remain at 9-star legendary. But right now, everything depends on her. The flames suddenly go berserk, transforming into towering waves of fire that sweep through the entire room. Strangely, these flames seem alive. They automatically split apart just before touching me, but the violent explosion still alarms the entire Ying family. Patriarch's decree, no one may approach. Guardian Ying's authoritative voice echoes through the sky. A sapphire blue barrier instantly descends, firmly sealing the raging energy. Those Ying family members who were about to investigate all stop in their tracks. The Patriarch has personally ordered, who dares defy? However, one slender figure rushes toward the barrier against the flow of people. Yuna bites her lower lip, worry filling her eyes. When she touches the barrier, the sapphire light ripples like water. The barrier has 0 effect on her. Deep within the Ying family ancestral grounds, the Patriarch stands with hands behind his back, his gaze sharp as a blade. He naturally knows what's happening inside the barrier. That young man is actually raising a beast grade. This is unprecedented in Longshan Nation's 1,000-year Beastmaster history. Yuna, the Patriarch murmurs softly, a glimmer of hope flashing in his eyes. Perhaps the flaw in our Ying family bloodline can be completely resolved through this young man. Right now, Leora's breakthrough has reached its final moment. Leora's eyes snap open, and in those golden pupils, mysterious divine runes appear. Break! With a soft cry, the overwhelming crimson flames suddenly freeze. The next second, all the flames, as if touched by a divine hand, instantly transform into brilliant red gold. Leora floats in the center of the sea of fire. The divine runes on her 8 wings light up one by one. When the final rune illuminates, a pillar of light that connects heaven and earth pierces through the clouds. Leora's aura finally breaks through the bottleneck and steps into a whole new realm. I stare at this scene in a daze, my eyes fixed on the data jumping on the light screen before me, my pupils slightly contracting. Though Leora's attributes have only increased by 200 points, her skills have been completely renewed. She now has 2 forms, Seraph and Final Requiem. Her current Seraph form has reached 8 wings, while Final Requiem mode can help Leora break the limit and reach the level of a 10-winged Final Seraph. According to what Miller said before, even Leora's father only reached the 8-winged angel level. Yet now, my little angel has already touched the threshold of 10 wings. As for the final divine flame domain, with the word domain attached, it's already beyond what the transcendent tier can master. All things considered, with Leora's current strength, unless a peak transcendent beastmaster makes a move, she can steamroll everyone at transcendent tier. My little one's grade has advanced to mythic. One of my major concerns is finally complete. Next, my gaze falls on the green cocoon in my beast space. I need to wake up this little one and gain my 2nd mythic grade beast. Inside National Guardian Academy, several sovereign level beastmasters burst into the principal's office. Grandmaster Drake, why would you agree to that student's outrageous request? The beast sanctification pool. Even we sovereign level masters have to queue up to apply. You actually promised it to a transcendent level kid? Exactly. If we set this precedent, what happens when other geniuses come demanding it? Grandmaster Drake slowly sets down his teacup, his gaze sweeping across everyone like a blade. These sovereign level masters from the great families, their heads are full of nothing but family interests. Except for families like the Qin and Ying who truly serve the nation, the rest are basically parasites. Are you questioning my decision? His voice suddenly turns ice cold. We wouldn't dare. Several sovereign level beastmasters quickly lower their heads. They know that even among sovereigns there are vast differences, and they, barely entering sovereign level, are completely incomparable to a peak sovereign like Grandmaster Drake. This isn't just our opinion. Over 70% of the Academy sovereign level. Enough. Grandmaster Drake's cold snort snort makes the office windows buzz. The decision is made. If Ethan can shock all new students at the ceremony, he enters the pool. Otherwise, it's off. Seeing Grandmaster Drake's non-negotiable expression, everyone realizes this is his bottom line. After thinking it over, they agree. After all, no matter how talented I am, I'm just one person. And how many new students are enrolling at National Guardian Academy? Over 1,000? Not only that, but many new students have recently reached Transcendent Tier, including numerous specially recruited geniuses. No matter how strong I am, I'm still human. Shocking over 1,000 students with just one person's strength? Impossible. Soon, the day of the entrance ceremony arrives. The central training grounds have been transformed into a massive venue. The stands are packed with people, discussions rising and falling. As the entry bell rings, new students file into the venue one by one. In the special recruitment section, Skylar immediately spots Yuna and hurries over with a few followers. Yo, Yuna, Skylar scratches his head. Where's Ethan? Why isn't he with you? Seeing Skylar, Yuna explains lightly. He said he has his own rhythm. Told me to go ahead. Skylar nods. The followers behind Skylar exchange glances, then gather courage to ask, Boss, who's this Ethan guy you keep mentioning? Yeah, boss. With your strength, why are you calling someone else your bro? Besides Yuna, who in this year's class is your match? Skylar whips around, his sharp gaze making the followers instantly shut up. Listen up. Ethan is my bro. From now on, when you see him, treat him like you treat me. These followers know Skylar's temperament. For him to say this means Ethan's strength definitely exceeds his, and by more than a little. Understood. They respond in unison, Ethan's name now carved into their hearts. Right then, Grandmaster Drake has already walked onto the main stage, beginning to recount National Guardian Academy's history. But his mental power focuses on me, who's sneaking into the venue. Though his stated meaning is for me to single-handedly challenge all new students, he hasn't planned to force these students to fight me. How I get over 1,000 new students to willingly make a move, that's also a crucial test. Besides Grandmaster Drake, multiple sovereign-level Beastmasters are also watching this training ground. They're all extremely curious about what abilities this kid has to dare request entry into the Beast Sanctification pool. Next, we invite new student representative Yuna to give a speech. The host's voice echoes through the venue. Yuna's about to stand, but her peripheral vision catches a familiar figure sneaking toward the main stage. Her lips curve slightly as she stops moving. Please have the new student representative come up, the host calls again. However, the eagerly awaited Yuna doesn't appear. Instead, an agile figure leaps onto the main stage. Under the staff's astonished gazes, I raise my hand and snap my fingers. Golden sacred fire suddenly blooms. The eight-winged angel spreads her brilliant wings, floating in midair, bathing the entire main stage in light like a divine altar. My finger sweeps across the entire venue, my voice carrying mental power to every corner. With all due respect, besides me, who here is worthy of being called the top new student? My lips curve into an arrogant arc. Or are all of you trash? The entire venue goes dead silent, then erupts into an uproar like a tsunami. What the hell? Who is this guy? Screw this. I can't take it. I'm going to destroy him today. Where's security? Get this lunatic off the stage. In the crowd, hearing my declaration, Yuna can no longer maintain her Ice Queen facade. She bursts out laughing. Skylar silently gives me a thumbs up on stage. Bro knows how to make an entrance. The senior students in the stands collectively freeze. Holy crap, this freshman is insane. He's pissed everyone off. He's not gonna get beaten to death, is he? Wait, isn't this that Ethan guy? Grandmaster Drake, watching me on stage acting outrageously arrogant, nearly tears his beard off. He never imagined I'd provoke the entire venue this way. But the effect seems surprisingly good. However, just as all the new students are about to go berserk, I suddenly make a stop gesture. Sorry, I misspoke. I flash a harmless smile. Then, just as everyone breathes a sigh of relief, my finger suddenly swings toward the stands, my voice rising sharply. What I meant was, including all you senior students in the stands, you're all trash. Right now, as my words fall, the scene plunges into absolute dead silence. The new students' mouths, which had just begun to close, haven't yet shut before the senior students in the stands all rise to their feet in unison. If earlier it was just commotion in the freshman section, now the entire training ground is boiling. Holy crap, this year's freshmen are going to flip the sky. Screw it, if we don't beat the crap out of him today, I'll eat my losses. Is the Grandmaster even going to do anything about this? Grandmaster Drake covers his forehead, both angry and amused. This kid actually spread the flames of war directly to the senior students. But thinking about it, to prove his value, he really can't limit himself to just same-level competition. Interesting. Grandmaster Drake narrows his eyes. Not only does he not stop it, he waves his hand widely. A barrier envelops the entire training ground. At the same time, the staff's voice booms through the sound system across the venue. After school deliberation, given Ethan's deplorable behavior, everyone within the barrier may freely attack. I look at the densely packed students below who want to devour me alive, and unconsciously swallow. Though I'm confident in Leora's strength, being stared at by so many angry eyes, who wouldn't feel their scalp tingle. However, besides this group of students glaring at me viciously, several figures quickly leap onto the platform. Lining up beside me, Roxy, Yuna, Skylar, Kiana, Claire. Ethan, I'm giving your move full marks. Skylar grins, battle intent blazing. But let me say up front, I can at most help you hold off 3 to 5 transcendent level Beastmasters. Yuna's expression is grave. Though she's stronger than Skylar, there are quite a few transcendent rank 3 and even rank 4 senior students present. She doesn't know how many she can hold off either, but no matter what, she'll do her utmost to help me. Right now, Claire's face is full of excitement. Honey, this is so thrilling. I love you. Leora! Yuna and Roxy's gazes instantly lock onto her. She's joking. Kiana darts forward, firmly covering her friend's mouth and dragging her to the corner. Her gentle eyes now flash with cold light, her lowered voice carrying unprecedented killing intent. Claire, if you dare talk nonsense again, I'll kill you. Claire, scared by this sudden killing intent, frantically nods like a chicken pecking rice. Only after confirming this loose-lipped friend has finally settled down does Kiana release her and return to my side. Ethan, what's your plan? With just a few of us trying to face these thousands of students is pretty difficult, right? However, hearing this, I just smile and step forward, shielding everyone behind me. Don't make a move later. This is the test I promised Grandmaster Drake. I have to complete it myself, but Roxy wants to speak. Roxy wants to say something, but I raise my hand to stop her. Relax, I never do anything I'm not confident about. Having said this, my gaze sweeps across this mass of students, and I speak lightly. Emperor's stratagem, silver-white light blooms in my eyes, Imperial authority instantly blanketing the entire venue. With Leora's current attributes, activating Seraph mode, Leora's attack power is enough to crush any student. So for Leora, the offensive aspect is already sufficient. But defensively, though Divine Wings can absolutely negate one attack, there are simply too many students present. When the chaos starts, one mistake and Leora could get overwhelmed. So I'll make up for defense. Grant, Guardian, a blue shield instantly covers Leora's body. Beyond that, seraphic flames rise immediately, forming a second barrier of fire. Seeing this, I finally nod with satisfaction. Ordinary attacks, the outermost flame shield is enough to block them. Even if 1 or 2 attacks break through the outer shield, there's still the Guardian shield I've provided. You've got guts. Victor Wang pushes through the crowd to the front. front, a vicious smile on his face. If Yuna and the others were helping you, we'd have some trouble, but you actually walked right up to us alone. Sure, we can't kill you here, but beating you half to death? I'm sure the Grandmaster won't say anything. Victor Wang's lackeys join in the jeering. Yeah, you dare call us trash? Today we're going to see what gives you the guts to say that, Ying Wenfang Yi. My eyes flash with cold light. I was just worried about finding the right person to make an example of, and now someone's volunteering? Perfect. Leora, move. At my command, Leora floating in midair suddenly bursts with red gold radiance. 8 pairs of wings fully spread. Seraph mode at maximum. A red gold fireball descends from the sky, precisely hammering toward Victor Wang's position. Victor Wang, a transcendent rank 1 beast master, doesn't even have time to react before getting instantly one-shotted. The entire venue falls instantly silent. I stand with hands behind my back, silver-white pupils sweeping across the dumbfounded crowd. Continue. Victor Wang collapses on his butt, his face still frozen in disbelief. Just that instant, he felt like his grandmother was beckoning him. This is impossible. He trembles, muttering to himself, cold sweat beading on his forehead. His beast is peak epic grade, and his level is transcendent rank 1. How could he possibly be so effortlessly defeated? No one pays attention to the collapsed Victor Wang. The remaining new students, their eyes now filled with gravity as they look at me. Victor Wang ranks in the top 20 among these freshmen, yet just now he had 0 resistance and was crushed. That means even if they go up, they won't fare much better than Victor Wang. For a moment, everyone freezes in place. No one dares step forward. The few transcendent rank 5 senior students standing at the edge of the stands, arms crossed, now exchange glances. Their strength is higher, so they can see more of my capabilities. That angel just now displayed strength completely on par with transcendent rank 5, even faintly exceeding it. Their lips twitch. Transcendent rank 1 with transcendent rank 5 level strength? This freshman, no wonder he dares demand entry to the beast sanctification pool. But this freshman didn't just provoke the freshmen, he also provoked them, the seniors. If they don't make this freshman eat some humble pie, how will their senior authority stand? Soon their gazes meet, reaching tacit agreement. They absolutely cannot let me pass this test. Outside the barrier, Grandmaster Drake had anticipated my strength, and he knows that Angel's grade is mythic. If it couldn't effortlessly crush an epic grade beast, that would be the problem. However, his gaze focuses on my eyes. This talent has never been recorded in Longshan Nation's history, and when his eyes fix on those silver white pupils, he can faintly sense a trace of threat. Keep in mind, he's already standing at humanity's peak. Peak sovereign is humanity's limit. Yet even so, he can still sense a trace of threat. Just how terrifying is my talent? Right now, after the initial hesitation, these freshmen reach a consensus. He's just one person, we've got over 1,000. Everyone don't hesitate. Listen to my command and attack together. Ranged attack beasts, fire together in 3 seconds. Close combat beasts, after the ranged attacks end, everyone rush together. Watching someone quickly step forward to command the whole situation in the crowd, I have to admire them. Worthy of geniuses who got into National Guardian Academy. Though initially stunned by my strength for a moment, they quickly recovered and organized an offensive. Too bad numbers might work against ordinary beasts, but against Leora with her double shields right now, it's useless. The ranged beast attacks land on the fire shield covering Leora's body without creating a single ripple. They can't even break the first layer of defense. But right now I'm actually quite troubled, because with Leora's current attributes, if she gets even slightly serious, these transcendent level beasts will either die or be crippled. Not to mention many beasts are still at awakened level. Forget taking Leora's attack head on. Even a graze will result in serious injury. Yet this is ultimately not a battlefield, just an exam. If beasts get seriously injured or killed because of me, Leora is also finding this difficult. Though she can easily kill these beasts, to merely knock them out without killing, there are over 1,000 beasts here, and each one requires her to control her strength so precisely. The difficulty is way too high, and Leora's lack of counterattack seems to give this group hope. Don't give up, everyone. Close combat beasts. One more round of attacks. That beast doesn't dare counter. Her defensive skill must have major flaws. In an instant, multicolored energy attacks pour down like a rainstorm toward the Seraph in the air. Watching this scene, Skylar stamps his feet anxiously. Yuna, what's Ethan waiting for? Just taking hits without fighting back. How can he win? Yuna's brow also furrows slightly. She doesn't understand why I'm not counterattacking either. Logically, with my strength, this group of beasts should be instantly. Wait, Yuna suddenly gets it. I'm worried these students are too weak and can't withstand my attacks. The seniors are also gradually noticing something's off. What's this kid's deal? Why isn't he counterattacking? Seeing how effortless his defense is, his attack power shouldn't be weak, right? Don't you know that the angel race is an absolutely offensive type beast? But this group of freshmen can't even break his defense. I don't think they're reliable. Can't let this continue. Let's join too. Can't let this kid keep showing off. Soon, all the seniors also enter the battlefield. Only those few transcendent rank 5 beastmasters remain outside the field. What do you say? A crew-cut transcendent rank 5 beastmaster, eyes blazing with battle intent, turns to ask his companion. Let's go together. That angel is tanking so many skills without backing up even one step. Clearly, we haven't reached that angel's limit yet. Let's add some fuel to the fire. I've been itching to test myself for a while now. This freshman, I want to see just how strong he really is. With these few transcendent rank 5 beastmasters joining the battlefield, the seraphic flames around Leora finally show subtle fluctuations. Even with her current attributes, simultaneously enduring sustained attacks from thousands of beastmasters is gradually taking its toll. It's working. Seeing the attacks taking effect, excitement flashes in these students' eyes. As long as we break that angel's outer fire shield, we can win. Everyone push harder. The attacks surge again. Accompanied by a crisp shattering sound, the shield constructed by seraphic flames finally collapses. The students instantly burst into cheers, but the cheering hasn't fully spread before it gets stuck hard in their throats. A barrier of brilliant sapphire light stands majestically behind the shattered fire shield. How is this possible? Are you kidding? Why is there another shield? These students' faces fill with despair. Breaking through the first shield had already pushed them to their absolute limits. In this instant, the air inside the entire barrier seems to ignite. The temperature climbs at an alarming rate. In the void, red gold fire lotuses bloom one by one, each petal flowing with heart-stopping destructive intent. My choice to deploy Divine Flame Domain isn't impulsive, but carefully considered. Looking at Leora's various skills, this little angel is clearly an extreme single-target beast, facing a siege by thousands. Leora's Seraph mode and Final Requiem mode can't do much, so I directly have Leora use Divine Flame Domain. One reason is that Divine Flame Domain seems to be Leora's only area of effect skill. Another reason is that I'm also extremely curious just how powerful this skill with Domain in its name really is. Outside the barrier, Grandmaster Drake suddenly shoots to his feet. Watching the red gold flames gradually coalescing into a domain within the barrier, his pupils contract sharply. How is this possible? Merely transcendent rank 1, yet he's touched the threshold of domain. Though this is just a prototype, but you have to understand, I've only just stepped into Transcendent. If as my level rises, I continue perfecting this domain. Grandmaster Drake doesn't dare imagine just how high this young man's future could reach. Perhaps he truly can transcend humanity's curse and break through the sovereign level shackles. Inside the barrier, time seems to freeze. Thousands of students crane their necks, staring in terror at the slowly rotating red gold flames in the void. The few Transcendent rank 5 Beastmasters also now have extremely ugly expressions. They'd already tried to estimate my strength as highly as possible, but reality tells them their guesses were merely the tip of the iceberg of my power. This person, what kind of monster is he? The crew-cut Transcendent rank 5 Beastmaster swallows hard with difficulty. Right now he's completely abandoned any thought of competing with me. Our strength levels are on completely different tiers. Looking at the terrifying flames floating in the air, he has a premonition. Even light contact would turn his beast to ash. Let's surrender. There's no way to fight this. Right now, the other few rank 5 Beastmasters share the same thought. If their beasts get seriously injured or even killed on campus, the loss isn't worth it. As the few Transcendent rank 5 Beastmasters give up resistance, the remaining students also surrender one after another. If there were even a sliver of hope for victory, they could fight desperately. But now they can't see any hope of winning at all. Watching the students surrendering one after another, I raise my eyebrows in surprise. I'd originally planned to launch one attack to test this domain's power. After all, with Grandmaster Drake here, nothing could go wrong. But turns out I released the domain halfway and everyone surrendered. This caught me completely off guard. Still, winning this test works. I wave my hand, signaling the little one to dispel the domain. For Leora right now, the domain is still too taxing. Being able to successfully deploy it is already fortunate. Maintaining it long-term puts enormous strain on her. After exiting Seraph mode, Leora floats lightly back to my side, her lively big eyes revealing a trace of exhaustion. Though this battle looked like she didn't do anything, precisely defending against thousands of beast attacks consumed her mental power terrifyingly. You worked hard, Leora. I gently rub the little one's head and return her to my beast space. Behind me, Skylar is now completely dumbfounded. He turns his head stiffly to look at Yuna. Yuna, you notice? I feel like Ethan has become someone from a completely different world than us. Hearing this, Yuna also spaces out slightly. She remembers when the three of them participated in the Abyss level trial together. She could feel my strength exceeded hers, but she still had a chance of catching up. Yet now, though her strength has also been constantly improving during this time, somehow the gap between her and me keeps widening. Kiana also stares at my back, slightly dazed. Her younger brother has now completely surpassed her and reached a level she can only look up to. Kiana. Claire suddenly sidles up to Kiana. Kiana, please introduce me to your brother. I've been completely conquered by him. Kiana was about to turn and scold her, but discovers Claire's eyes are full of seriousness. The refusal sticks in her throat. She knows her best friend's personality. Though normally careless and loves joking around, when she gets serious, it means she truly has these thoughts. Kiana's gaze sweeps across Roxy and Yuna, suddenly discovering both are quietly pricking up their ears waiting for her answer. Her lips twitch as she looks toward her younger brother. So far, she's already discovered 3 girls falling for her brother. No, wait, she also thinks of that little angel, clearly having those kinds of thoughts too in front of me. 4 girls? Just thinking about it gives her a headache on my behalf. Coming back to herself, looking at Claire waiting for her answer, Kiana takes a deep breath. Claire, though you're my best friend, I won't interfere with who Ethan likes. If you can really get together with him, I'm still willing to bless you. Getting Kiana's answer, Claire breathes a sigh of relief. At least Kiana didn't outright refuse, though it seems her competition is a bit fierce. Just now, she clearly noticed when Kiana said I won't interfere with who Ethan likes. Both those girls simultaneously relaxed. But who says a girlfriend has to be just one person? If I can't be the main wife, can't I at least be a concubine? Right now, I'm completely oblivious that a girl has already set her sights on me. All my attention is on Grandmaster Drake, waiting for this National Guardian Academy principal's answer. According to what Grandmaster Drake said, I've now demonstrated my value. As for whether I can enter the Beast Sanctification Pool, that's not something I can decide. Though I say that, the Beast Sanctification Pool is a must. The battle just now made me realize that relying on Leora alone as a single beast is still too limited. If I'd already contracted the nature spirit, this kind of area attack beast, why would I need to go to so much trouble? Sensing my scorching gaze, Grandmaster Drake can't help but chuckle wryly. Does this kid think I'll go back on my word? Am I really that untrustworthy in his eyes? Grandmaster Drake shakes his head, then steps forward. His domineering voice echoes through the entire venue. I approve Ethan's entry into the Beast Sanctification Pool. Who objects? As Grandmaster Drake's words fall, the entire venue plunges into deathly silence. The sovereign level Beastmasters watching this test naturally know Grandmaster Drake's words are directed at them. But right now, who dares raise objections? My earlier performance has already proven everything. At Transcendent Rank 1, I forcibly suppressed over 1,000 same-level geniuses. More importantly, Grandmaster Drake's current attitude is crystal clear. He's going all in to support me. Several sovereign-level Beastmasters exchange glances, ultimately all choosing silence. They understand this principal's temperament too well. If they step forward to object now, the next second they'll probably get suppressed on the spot. As for the students present, they've long been completely convinced by my performance. Using one person to hold off 1,000, with Transcendent Rank 1 strength nearly single-handedly challenging half the academy, who among them has the qualification to object? Grandmaster Drake's sharp gaze sweeps the entire venue. Seeing no one dare speak up, he finally reins in his aura. He turns toward me, his voice carrying a trace of authority. Tomorrow, the Beast Sanctification Pool opens for you. I nod solemnly. As long as I enter the pool, the sleeping second beast can fully awaken. 2 mythic-grade beasts, my strength will undergo a qualitative leap. Then I turn around, meeting Yuna and Roxy's complicated gazes. Several people understand. The gap between them and me keeps growing wider. Walking through the crowd, my gaze finally locks onto that familiar figure. Kiana stands not far away, her face wearing a proud smile. This is her younger brother. Soon time comes to the next day. As I head toward the location I'd arranged with Grandmaster Drake, my mind keeps replaying yesterday's conversation with my sister. Ethan, what do you think about the girls around you? Suddenly asked this question by my sister. My lips twitch. What do I think? I look with my eyes, okay? But seeing my sister's serious expression, I still bite the bullet and answer. Kiana, right now I'm only focused on getting stronger. As for romance, I haven't really considered it yet. Seeing this, Kiana also nods. She quite likes both Yuna and Roxy. As for her best friend Claire, carefree, getting hurt doesn't matter. As for the other 2 girls, if I choose either one, the other will probably get deeply hurt. Right now, my not choosing seems to be the best outcome. I shake my head, tossing the messy thoughts from my mind. I don't have time for this stuff right now. Waking up the nature spirit is my most important task. Everything else has to wait. Soon I arrive at the designated location. I stand before an ancient teleportation array, the complex runes beneath my feet glowing with a faint blue light. This is one of the entrances to the Beast Sanctification Pool. The Beast Sanctification Pool isn't in this world, nor in an alternate dimension, but rather exists in the gap between this world and alternate space. It can only be reached through teleportation arrays. Humanity has discovered 3 Beast Sanctification Pools total, thus dividing into the 3 major powers of Longxia, the Holy See, and the Council. For sovereign-level powerhouses, this is virtually their only path to level advancement. After all, at this realm, trying to level up by hunting demons has become extremely difficult, but the pool's yearly energy output is extremely limited. Even sovereign-level powerhouses fight tooth and nail over it. Precisely because of this, those beast masters from great families were so resistant to a transcendent-level newcomer gaining access to the Beast Sanctification Pool. Just as I'm lost in thought, steady footsteps approach from far to near. Grandmaster Drake arrives with hands behind his back, his robe swaying gently in the morning breeze. You should already understand the basic information about the Beast Sanctification Pool. I nod. Last night I specifically researched it. Good. Since you understand the pool's function, you know its importance. Make sure to treasure this opportunity. As he speaks, he tosses out an ancient bronze token. I quickly catch it. It feels heavy in my hand, engraved with complex dragon patterns. If you encounter other sovereigns in the pool, show them this token. Otherwise, they might kick you out. Having said this, Grandmaster Drake waves his sleeve. A water blue spatial gate slowly unfolds before us. Go. I take a deep breath and bow deeply to Grandmaster Drake. My respect for this old man comes from the heart. If not for him shouldering all the pressure alone, forcibly granting me access to the Beast Sanctification Pool, I'd have zero chance of awakening the nature spirit at transcendent level. As for Grandmaster Drake saying to seize this opportunity, well, the pool can not only raise sovereign level beast masters levels, the vast energy contained within also has a certain probability of raising transcendent level beasts grades. When I straighten up, my eyes are already filled with determination. I turn and step into the light barrier, my figure instantly swallowed by dazzling radiance.